While helping my girlfriend put on her stockings, we made a promise. We would both get into a top university, but I had no choice. I deliberately scored 0 on the Chinese portion of the college entrance exam. My total score was 600, just enough to qualify, but the top schools were out of reach. She went abroad to study. What she never knew was that I never went to college at all. I dropped out and became a delivery rider. One night, exhausted, I am on my way to deliver the last order of the day, when a luxury car slams into me and sends me crashing to the ground. Then a woman in red high heels rushes over and crouches beside me. "Are you okay? I didn't mean to." She opens her handbag and pulls out a thick stack of cash. It looks like 2,000 or 3,000 yuan. "Take this," she says. "Go to a nearby hospital and get checked out. I have something urgent to deal with right now." She presses the money into my hand. She stands up to leave, then immediately crouches back down. She pulls a pen from her bag. She scribbles a phone number on a sticky note. Then she tucks her ID card and the note into my hand together. "Call me anytime if anything comes up. My name is Sophia Lee." By the time I look down at her ID, she is already gone. The whole thing takes less than a minute. We barely even exchange words. The luxury car disappears into the night. I struggle to my feet, push my scooter home alone, and the entire way there, her ID card is still in my hand. It is past midnight. After a moment of hesitation, I dial her number. No answer. A minute later, I try again. This time it goes straight to voicemail. I am not ready to give up. I call a third time. It finally connects. Her voice comes through, impatient and sharp. "Who is this? Make it quick." I keep my tone polite. "You just hit me with your car." A pause, then her whole attitude flips. "That was my fault," she says quickly. "I'm so sorry. Which hospital are you at? Have you been seen by a doctor? What did they say?" Her tone softens and I feel myself relax a little. "I'm fine," I say calmly. "My scooter took some damage, but I'm okay. As long as you're not hurt, that's what matters. How much is the scooter worth? I'll pay for it. The money you gave me is already enough to cover repairs, but I still have your ID card. When would you like to pick it up? Can you come now?" she asks. "I can't get away right now. Can I send a friend?" I give her my address. After we hang up, I sit on a wooden stool and rub ointment on my wounds. About half an hour passes. Someone knocks on the door. I open it to find 4 men standing outside. The one in front looks about my age. The 3 behind him are built like walls. The man in front looks me up and down. "Were you the one who called? Who are you?" Before I can even answer, he cuts me off, impatient. "Do you have Sophia Lee's ID?" "Yes." The word barely leaves my mouth. His fist connects with my face. Then his knee drives into my stomach. Before I can even process what is happening, I am on the floor. I try to get up. His foot comes straight at my face. The taste of blood fills my mouth. My roommate Leo cracks his door open to take a look, then shuts it right back. The man walks over to me. He plants his leather shoe on my arm and presses down. "Where's the ID?" he asks, cold as ice. I want to speak, but half my face has gone numb. No words come out. He turns to the 3 men behind him. "Go look for it." The ID and the note are sitting right on my desk. They find them in seconds and hand them over. He glances at the ID, satisfied, and slips it into his pocket. The foot on my arm presses down harder. "You blind?" he says, cold and flat. "You tried to pull a scam on her? Let me make one thing clear. If you go anywhere near her again, I will end you." He kicks me one more time, hard, then turns to leave. But before he reaches the door, something seems to occur to him. He walks into my room, picks up my phone, and smashes it on the floor right in front of me. Only once he is sure it is completely destroyed do they all swagger out. After they are gone, I sit alone on the edge of my bed. I cannot make sense of any of it. Why is the world always this cruel? And more than that, why does everyone wear such a perfect mask? Why did she leave her ID behind? Only to send people to beat me up for it. I need answers. Outside, the rain hammers down harder and harder, like it has no intention of stopping. By the time the sun rises tomorrow, this city will have one more lost soul drifting through it. The first light of morning slants through the window. My bags are already packed. Today I am leaving this place. Because of last night, the landlord has decided I am mixed up with the wrong crowd, and he is not renewing my lease. I strap my suitcase onto my worn-out scooter. All I have is the 2,600 yuan Sophia threw at me in the rain. Last month's pay is already gone. Every cent went back home to cover my father's medical bills. I kept barely enough to survive on. Out of the 2,600, I spent 800 on a basic smartphone. I still need it to take delivery orders. The job has to go on. The remaining 1,000 or so will have to cover rent. If I cannot find a place before dark, I will be sleeping on the street. I slide my SIM card into the new phone. The moment it powers on, a call comes in. It is Uncle Jake. "Evan, what are you up to?" Uncle Jake was a kid my grandfather had found abandoned on the roadside and taken in. He is 6 years older than me, and over the years he has never been short of trouble to get into. I crouch by the roadside. "I'm fine right now," I say. "What made you call?" "I'm in Yangming City to pick up medicine for your dad. Word is there's a traditional doctor here who's great with kidney disease. Once I tracked down his contact, I came straight over. I'll crash at your place tonight and take the train back tomorrow morning." My stomach drops. If Uncle Jake finds out I do not even have a place to stay, what is he going to think? And if he goes back and tells my parents, they will worry themselves sick. On top of that, my face is still beaten up. Knowing Uncle Jake, the moment he sees it, he will not stop until he gets every single detail out of me. This is going to be a disaster. "Uncle Jake, don't bother coming to find me," I stammer. "Just get the medicine and head home. I've been swamped with work." But he pushes back. "Your mom sent a whole basket of farm eggs for you. She made me promise to get them to you no matter what. I'll call when I'm close." He hangs up before I can argue. Finding a decent place to rent on the spot is not realistic. But Uncle Jake will be here in 2 hours. That is a problem. After a quick debate with myself, I decide the best move is to find a budget motel near the train station and get him settled there. That way, he will not get any ideas about following me back to my place. As long as Uncle Jake is taken care of, it does not matter where I end up sleeping. 2 hours later, I meet Uncle Jake at the train station. He is wearing a knockoff Nike t-shirt, same as always. His muscles are hard to miss, and there is a new tattoo on his arm. The moment he sees me, he freezes. "Evan, what happened to you?" His voice sharpens with concern. "Did someone get into a fight with you?" "I tripped," I lie. "Clumsy accident." Uncle Jake is not buying a single word. "You think I'm as easy to fool as your parents? Who falls and ends up looking like that? You got beat up and you won't even admit it?" Uncle Jake has seen enough of life. Lying to him is never easy, but I really do not want to get into it. I brush it off. "Come on, let's go. I'll take you to where you're staying. We can go pick up the medicine together this afternoon." Uncle Jake says nothing. He just walks beside me. Once we are inside the budget motel I have already booked, I turn to him. "You're staying here tonight. After we get the medicine this afternoon, I have to go to work. And please, don't tell my parents what happened to me. I don't want them to worry." Uncle Jake crosses his arms. "So what actually happened? Who did this to you, Evan? Are you hiding something from the family? Tell me who hit you and why." "Honestly, I don't even know why," I mutter. Then I walk him through everything that happened last night. And when I finish, I make sure to add, "Do not tell my parents about any of this. I don't want them worrying. Here, take this." I hand him a few hundred yuan. "Give it to my dad when you get back." Uncle Jake looks down and goes quiet for a few minutes. Then he speaks. "All right, I won't say a word to them." He pulls out 2,000 yuan. "Keep that money. Don't give it to your dad. Here's another 2,000 from me. Go find yourself a decent apartment in a proper residential complex. Take care of yourself." "Uncle Jake, I can't take your money." He does not ask. He tells. "Take it. No arguments. I'll go get the medicine for your dad this afternoon. You go find a place to live. Roof over your head comes first. We'll have dinner together tonight, and I'll catch the early train home tomorrow." I breathe in slow and deep. I can feel how much he genuinely cares. I do not want to make him worry any more than he already is. So I agree. I will spend the afternoon apartment hunting. Uncle Jake goes for the medicine. My dad's kidney disease has been dragging on for years. The bills wiped out every cent we ever saved. My grandfather left behind tens of thousands of yuan before he passed. But Uncle Jake refused to take a single cent of it. Every bit of it went toward my dad's treatment. Uncle Jake may spend his days getting into trouble, but at his core, he is a good man. That afternoon, I find a listing through a housing agent. A 3-bedroom apartment in a residential complex shared with others. 700 yuan a month. The living room, bathroom, and kitchen are shared. The other 2 rooms are taken, one by a couple, one by a young woman. I check it out and decide it is decent enough. I sign the lease. By the time everything is sorted, it is past 4 in the afternoon. Uncle Jake messages me to say he is waiting at the motel near the train station. We are having dinner together. He is taking the early train home the next morning. On my way out, I run into the single woman who shares the apartment. She has just gotten off work. She is in a sharp, fitted blazer, the kind of outfit that makes someone look effortlessly put together. When she bends down to change her shoes, her collar gaps open, and I catch a glimpse of what is underneath. I swear it is not intentional, but I will not pretend I did not notice. It is the kind of thing that grabs your attention and refuses to let go. By the time she straightens up, I am still staring. She catches me and glares like she wants to burn a hole through my face. "Pervert!" she hisses under her breath, pulling her collar tight as she retreats to her room. That evening, after dinner with Uncle Jake, I cannot be bothered going back to the apartment. I get an extra room at the motel. The next morning I see Uncle Jake off, then get straight back to deliveries. No work means no money, and deliveries are the only option I have. I grind through the day all the way to 11:30 at night. The last order catches me off guard. It is from someone at my own apartment, Fei Lin. I grab the bag and head home. The couple in the main bedroom is not home. Their door is shut, the lights off. The smaller room is lit up, with the quiet tap of a keyboard coming from inside. I drop my jacket in my room. Then I carry the bag to her door and knock. She opens it in her pajamas. The moment she sees it as me, her expression sours. She instinctively pulls her left hand up to cover her neckline. "What do you want?" Her voice drips with contempt. I hold up the bag. "Your delivery," Faye snaps. "Who said you could touch my order?" Before I can get another word out, she snatches it straight from my hands and throws it directly into the trash can by her door. The order has a bowl of soup in it. When she grabs it, the soup sloshes out and soaks into my jeans. It burns. She does not even glance at me, just steps back and slams the door in my face. I stand there for a moment, at a complete loss, and shake my head. I walk back to my room. A notification pops up on my phone, a 1-star review. "How dare you hand my order to someone else? Completely irresponsible." I stare at the screen. One bad review docks 300 yuan from my pay. I work from before sunrise to after midnight, and I might not even clear 300 for the whole day. Today, I am worn to the bone. And one review just wiped out the entire day. Wednesday afternoon, Uncle Jake calls out of nowhere. I figure he is calling with news from home. I pull my scooter to the curb. "Uncle Jake, what's up? I'm in the middle of a delivery. Can you call back later? I'm at the corner of Weihuang Road and Renmin Road. Come meet me. Finish this order, then stop taking new ones. Get over here." I think I have misheard him. "Where exactly are you?" "The little garden, the spot you told me about where the accident happened. Come show me where that car hit you. I feel it in my gut." Uncle Jake is about to do something. "Didn't you go home?" Why are you back in Yangming City? I'm going to get payback for you. You don't have to come, I'll just pull a few more security camera feeds on my own. I am completely speechless. I know exactly what Uncle Jake is capable of. I finish the delivery in my hands and go straight to him. Sure enough, I find Uncle Jake at the intersection near the little garden. He is crouched by the roadside, eyes locked on the security cameras at the corner. I have no idea what is going through his head. When he spots me, he gets straight to it. Where did the car hit you? It wasn't exactly like that, I correct him. I ran into it while it was turning. Doesn't matter, he shoots back. Turning traffic yields to straight moving traffic. Just point me in the right direction. I point across the road. Right there. Uncle Jake, let it go. We don't know anyone here. The less trouble, the better. I hear you, he says. But once I track down that license plate, I'll find the guys who beat you. He tucks his head down and walks off before I can say anything else. I call after him. Uncle Jake, I'm staying at Spring Garden Apartments. You coming to stay tonight? Uncle Jake does not look back. Don't worry about me. I watch his figure disappear into the crowd. A knot tightens in my chest. Those people are not the kind you want to mess with. They drive a luxury car. The bag she was carrying was worth more than 10,000 yuan. Uncle Jake does not know a single soul in this city, and he is charging straight into this thing blind. Is he trying to get himself killed? But I also know there is no talking him out of it. All I can do is stand here and worry. 3 days later at night, Uncle Jake calls again. He tells me to get to Century City Auto Mall within half an hour. He is waiting in the open-air parking lot outside. When I get there and find him, he is crouched in a low-profile corner beside a flower bed. Diagonally across from him sits the white luxury car from that night. The scratches on the side are still there. I am stunned. I have no idea how he tracked it down. Worry creeps in. Uncle Jake, I say. Let it go. Don't blow this up into something bigger. His voice is flat and final. No, we're settling this tonight. I look around. It is past 8, but the place is packed and buzzing. This is no place for a confrontation. Uncle Jake holds out a pack of cigarettes. Have one. He nods toward a black car parked nearby. Get in. We wait until they show. Don't ask whose car it is. Just get in. Inside, my nerves kick in immediately. The car has to be at least 10 years old. Beaten up and falling apart. On the right side of the driver's seat, a steel pipe wrapped in bandages stands upright. Tonight's weapon. My heart is going fast and I cannot slow it down. I hate those people for what they did to me. But the idea of actually being in a fight makes my skin crawl. I am scared. I try again to talk Uncle Jake out of this. He completely ignores me. Around 9:15 they show up. The man who beat me that night and Sophia Lee both walk out together. They head side by side toward the exit. The man moves to the driver's side and opens the door. Uncle Jake's voice is ice cold. Is that them? Uncle Jake, please, let it go. Uncle Jake's patience is wearing thin. Stop stalling. Yes or no? I breathe in slowly. Yes. Uncle Jake says nothing. His eyes stay locked on the luxury car. The luxury car starts and eases out of its space. Uncle Jake starts our car. We follow. The whole ride, I am wound tight. I know exactly what Uncle Jake is capable of doing. The luxury car weaves through traffic and exits the inner ring road. It turns onto a quieter, more isolated stretch of road. Uncle Jake picks his moment. He surges ahead, then whips the wheel hard, cutting the luxury car off. Then he slams the brakes. Our car skids sideways and blocks the road. You have to hand it to that car. The braking system is impressive. Any other vehicle would have plowed right into us. Once we stop, Uncle Jake takes his time getting out. The driver, the same man who beat me, is already out of the car. He storms over to Uncle Jake's door, face twisted with rage. He kicks the door hard. What the hell is wrong with you? You know how to drive or not? Uncle Jake grips the steel pipe in his right hand, reaches across with his left, and unlocks the door. He shoves it open hard. The man standing right outside takes the full impact. He stumbles back several feet. Uncle Jake steps out, pipe in hand. No words. He swings the pipe straight at the man's head. The man throws his left arm up on instinct to block, but Uncle Jake's foot is already driving into his body. The man staggers back 2 steps and trips onto the pavement. All the bravado drains out of him. He lies on the ground staring up at Uncle Jake, face white as paper. Not a word. Every drop of arrogance. Gone. Sophia Lee climbs out from the passenger side. She rushes over to him. She crouches down. Jason, are you okay? Are you hurt? Then she looks up at Uncle Jake. Why did you attack him? Uncle Jake turns to me instead. Evan, come here. How do you want to handle this? I walk over on unsteady legs and drop my voice. Uncle Jake, enough. It's done. Let's just go. Who are you people? Sophia has not recognized me. Not surprising. That night she left in a hurry. I had been in my delivery uniform on my scooter with a helmet on. Of course she does not remember my face. But right now she is staring at me and Uncle Jake with real fear in her eyes. What do you want from us? Uncle Jake ignores her. He crouches down slowly, steel pipe still in his right hand. The lower end of the pipe presses against the man's thigh. I can see Uncle Jake is applying real pressure. The man's face twists in pain, but he grits his teeth and does not make a sound. Uncle Jake is almost impressed. You beat up Evan, he says. You smashed his phone. I'll give you a discount. Transfer 5,000 yuan, right now. Do that and we call it even. Uncle Jake lets out a cold laugh. Don't transfer it and you are not walking away from here tonight. Sophia probably knows what kind of person Jason really is. Combined with the raw edge of danger Uncle Jake gives off, she is shaken. She unzips her bag, voice pleading. Please don't hurt him, I'll pay. She pulls out cash and shoves it into Uncle Jake's hands without even counting it. I have no idea how much it is. Uncle Jake glances at it. That'll do. We'll consider this settled. For now. Don't think money gives you the right to walk over people. Remember this. If you have a problem with it, come find me. My number is easy to remember. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Call me anytime. With that, Uncle Jake tucks the pipe away. Evan, let's go. If he ever gives you trouble again, I will put him in a hospital. I am still processing all of this. This is just how Uncle Jake operates. As we leave, I cannot help stealing another glance at Sophia. She is stunning. Her features are so perfectly put together that words feel useless. I am looking at her, and she is looking at me. The moment our eyes meet, a wave of shame washes over me. I force myself to look away and get into the car. Uncle Jake notices the tension in me. He lets out a frustrated sigh, like he cannot believe what he is looking at. You scared? Every person out there has got one head on two shoulders. What exactly are you afraid of? Honestly, I am just tired of all of it. All these years in Yangming City, I have kept my head down, an outsider just trying to get by. No arguments, no fights. The less trouble, the better. Work hard, send money home, save enough to one day pay for my father's kidney transplant. I say nothing. Uncle Jake softens his tone. All right, stop making that face. This is nothing. If he dares come for you again, I'll go after him again. I'll keep going until he learns his lesson. I'll drop you off at the next corner. Take this money. Spend it carefully. I'm staying in Yangming City for a while. Call me if anything comes up. Without waiting for me to agree, he dumps all the cash in my lap. I know my dad's treatments cost a lot, so I do not push back. It comes to something over 6,000 yuan. I take it all. So you're not going home? What are you even doing in Yangming City? None of your business, and it's definitely not delivering food. Remember, if he comes for you again, you hit back. Don't back down. Uncle Jake and I have never seen the world the same way. I get out at the corner and wander slowly through the city streets. Several thousand yuan sitting in my pocket. It feels too easy. Easy enough to make me uneasy. I even think about reaching out to Sophia, returning all the money to her, and explaining that this whole thing was a misunderstanding. I will admit that. Part of it is because I am just a broke nobody who cannot afford to make powerful enemies. But there is another part, a part I barely want to admit even to myself. I imagine actually getting to know Sophia, at least hoping she would not think badly of me. Then I catch myself. This is a dangerous thought. Who am I to want attention from someone like her? What a joke. Some broke delivery guy daydreaming about a woman like Sophia Lee. I laugh at myself. The next morning, I do something I almost never get to do. I sleep in. When I wake up, I open the app and start taking orders. The first one is a big job. 40 meal boxes. Destination, Katy International Hotel. Security directs me to the staff elevator and sends me straight up to the conference room on the 29th floor. The first trip, I can only carry 20 boxes. The conference room is empty except for the girl who placed the order. She tells me to leave them on the table. I head back down for the rest. When I walk back into the conference room with the second load, I stop dead. Sophia Lee is standing in the middle of the room. Our eyes meet. I blink. I almost do not trust what I am seeing, but it is her, right here, looking straight at me. A man beside her opens one of the meal boxes and presents it with both hands. Ms. Lee, you've worked hard in this meeting. Please eat first. My scalp goes numb. Just last night, Uncle Jake and I went after her brother, and now here I am, delivering food on her turf. Have I walked straight into a trap? I set the boxes down as fast as I can and head for the door. I make it to the elevator in one breath. The doors open, and I freeze. At least 4 security guards are standing right there. I keep my head down and try to walk through like nothing is wrong. 2 of them step forward immediately. Come with us. I play dumb. You've got the wrong person. Save it. The one in charge turns to the others. Take him. I raise my voice. On what grounds? You're just security guards. You have no right to detain me. The shout draws stares from across the hotel lobby. The lobby manager recovers fast. He turns to the onlookers with a calm smile. Our apologies for the disruption. A guest has just reported missing valuables. We have reason to believe the delivery worker may be involved. We have the suspect under control. We will be handing him over to the police shortly. Again, we are very sorry. Is that delivery guy actually a thief? These delivery workers have no standards these days. Who's going to order delivery after this? I stretch my throat and let out everything I have. I am being framed! But no one believes me. No one even reacts to my shouting. Just cold faces staring back at me. People are filming on their phones. The 4 guards do not take me to the police, not like the lobby manager said. They lock me in a room. They take my phone. They tie me to a chair. I keep yelling, "Let me go! This is illegal detention. You are breaking the law." The chubby guard shrugs. I don't know anything about illegal detention. I do what I'm told. You scream one more time and I will stuff my socks in your mouth. Haven't washed them in a week. He wins. That threat is more powerful than anything else in this room. I stay quiet, because I genuinely believe he would do it. I sit there, heart tight, waiting, not knowing what is coming, not knowing who is walking through that door. It does not take long. 2 of the guards actually fall asleep on the bed. I try to break free, but my hands and feet are tied to the chair. Every attempt is useless. About 3 hours pass. The door swings open. The 2 sleeping guards scramble off the bed. Sophia walks in with 5 people behind her. One of them is the girl who placed the catering order today. Beside her is the lobby manager. The last 2 are security guards. The moment everyone sees Sophia, the 2 who had been sleeping snap to attention. "Miss Lee." Sophia frowns. "Why is he tied up?" "It wasn't you who—" Before the chubby guard can finish, the lobby manager shoots him a sharp look and snaps. "Who told you to restrain him? Let him go. Now." Turns to the room. Everyone out, no one comes back in without my say. Her tone leaves no room for argument. One by one, they file out without a word. Sophia looks at me with cold, steady eyes. What's your problem with Jason? Why did you go at him so hard yesterday? Jason, so that is his name. Finally, do you really need to play dumb? I say. You know exactly why. Sophia gives me the kind of look that says she has seen 1,000 people just like me. Do you people enjoy fighting all the time? Can't you just sit down and talk things through? Does throwing punches actually solve anything? So she has me pegged as some street thug. I look her straight in the eye. Will you let me explain? Sophia does not even blink. No time. I kept you here to tell you one thing. Stop cornering Jason in the middle of the night. If you want money, come to me directly. Stop making things difficult for him. I feel my temper rise. You had your people tie me up for 3 or 4 hours. You killed my entire afternoon. Just to say that to me? Sophia fires back without missing a beat. What else is there to say? That does it. The anger hits me all at once. Fine. Since we're talking, I have something to say too. That first meal box I delivered at lunch, you ate it, right? Let me tell you something. That was leftovers. I had already eaten several bites of it, and I spit in it. Sophia's eyes go wide. A second later, she claps a hand over her mouth and sprints to the bathroom. That felt incredible. I pick up my phone and stroll out like I own the place. The lobby manager and the guards are still waiting outside. They give me a strange look. I walk right past them. The more I think about it, the better it feels. By the time I step out of the lobby, it is dinner hour. I go to open the app and take some orders. But my account has been suspended. I contact customer support. They tell me I am linked to a theft report and my delivery access has been temporarily revoked. What did I do to deserve any of this? Do they have any idea how hard it is just to deliver food? I have no idea how I ended up in the middle of all this. I glare back at Katy International Hotel, fury burning in my chest. I spit on the ground. Hard. Then a whole group of security guards comes charging out of the hotel, shouting, "Get him! Don't let him run! Are you serious? I get tackled for spitting?" I bolt, but the guard at the entrance trips me with a kick and sends me sprawling. The others pile on and drag me back up. They do not take me back inside. Instead, they shove me into a black van. Sophia is already seated in the second row on the left. I am dumped into the seat on the right, and because they are worried I will cause trouble, they wrap a rope around me twice. 2 guards sit in the back row, 1 more in the front. Tension crawls up my spine. I turn to Sophia. "What are you planning to do with me? I took a few bites of your food. You're not going to have me killed over that, are you?" "Shut up." Sophia shoots me a look of pure disgust. "Say one more word about that lunch, and I will have them throw you out of this van right now. Then at least tell me where we're going. You've already done enough damage. I lost my job because of you." Sophia's face stays ice cold. "Your job is none of my concern. But if Jason is seriously hurt, I will take you to court." "Wait, who exactly is Jason to you? Why does it matter to me whether he's hurt or not? Jason Lee is my little brother. I don't want him getting hurt." Her brother. Something about that lands differently than I expect. A small flicker of relief I cannot quite explain. Whether your brother is hurt has nothing to do with me. Your friend kidnapped my brother. I'm taking you there to make an exchange. I look at her. I had no idea I had a friend that capable. The one from last night. Jake. My jaw drops. What has Uncle Jake done now? My head feels like it is about to explode. We settled this yesterday. It was supposed to be over. Why did he go after Jason again? "So you think Jason is an easy target just because he has money?" Sophia says. Knowing what Uncle Jake is capable of, I am not sure what to think. I do not dare say another word. The rest of the ride, I stay mostly quiet. We drive from the city center all the way out to the suburbs near East 3rd Ring Road. We end up at a rundown warehouse. A table sits between 2 parked cars. On it, canned food, a spread of braised dishes, and more than a dozen empty beer bottles scattered on the ground. Uncle Jake sits alone on one side of the table. Jason and several others are seated across from him on the remaining 3 sides. Every single one of them looks rough. Black eyes, swollen faces. Jason is no exception. At the sight of this, Sophia cannot hold herself together. She jumps out of the van and runs straight to Jason. "Jason, who did this to you? Look at your face." As she says it, her eyes land on Uncle Jake. Uncle Jake does not even glance at her. The chubby guard kicks me out of the van. The other 2 haul me up from the ground. "Release our boss right now or we beat this guy." Uncle Jake spots me and his brow furrows slightly, clearly not expecting to see me here. But he says nothing. He sets down his beer and stands up. Sophia turns to Uncle Jake. "Did you do this to my brother?" "We settled things last night, so what is this?" "Sis, stop!" Jason gets to his feet, head low. "This is on me, not them. 5 of us couldn't take him down. I had it coming. If I had not heard it with my own ears, I would not believe it." Jason's 4 guys clearly had the size advantage. And Uncle Jake beat every single one of them. Beat them until they had nothing left to argue with. Sophia reaches up gently and touches Jason's swollen face. "Does it hurt?" she asks softly. Jason nods, then shakes his head. "I'm fine. Not my first time getting hit. First time someone actually beat me into respect, though. Don't blame them." "Hold on," Uncle Jake cuts in. "Your sister has some nerve. She grabbed my nephew. So today, we're even. You let my nephew go, I let your brother walk. Consider today's beating fee waived, but don't push it again." The chubby guard tries to look tough in front of Sophia, rolling up his sleeves. "Ms. Lee, these guys are way out of line. Let me handle them." Sophia silences him with a single look. Then she turns to Jason. "What exactly is your history with these people? Can we get all of this straight, once and for all?" Stop making a mess of everything. You're not a kid anymore. When are you going to grow up? When Dad passed, he asked me to take care of you. Can you give me something to work with? I'm doing this alone, raising you and running the company at the same time. Do you have any idea how hard that is? Her voice breaks. Tears start falling before she can stop them. The moment Jason sees her cry, he panics. Sis, I know I messed up. Please don't cry. This is my fault. Last night I got beat and I couldn't let it go, so I called some guys and came back for another round. Turns out I was completely outmatched. 5 of us and we still lost. I won't cause you trouble anymore. Just please stop crying. Hey, I call out from the side. Could you maybe untie me while you catch up? I'm still bound over here. You said this was an exchange. Uncle Jake never tied your brother up. A little good faith goes a long way. Sophia glances at the chubby guard. He hurries over and unties me. Sophia, still focused on her brother, turns to me. Why did you attack him last night? Stop pretending you don't know. I raise my voice. You hit me with your car, then sent him to my apartment to beat me up and smash my phone. Don't stand there and tell me you knew nothing about it. That stops Sophia cold. She stares at me for a full 3 seconds. Then she turns to Jason. He drops his head. Sis, let me explain. Jason can barely bring himself to meet her eyes. That night, he says quietly, you told me you'd hit someone with the car and asked me to go pick up your ID. I thought you'd been scammed, that the guy was holding your ID hostage to squeeze money out of you. So I brought some guys and went to his place to take it back. I was also worried he had your number and might harass you. So on the way out, I smashed his phone. And that's what led to last night. Sophia is stunned. She looks at me, then at Jason. Jason looks like he wants to disappear into his own collar. I look at Sophia. Clear enough now? You had no time to hear me out, but at least you heard it from your brother. Do you get it now? Your car hit me. Then you sent people to beat me. Today your lobby manager told everyone I was a thief. Now my delivery account has been suspended. I have no job. This is all on you. What did I ever do to you? Why have you made my life this hard? I'm sorry. Sophia's face flushes deep red. Her voice has gone completely soft. I'll compensate you. Thanks, but no. Don't think money gives you the right to do whatever you want. With that, I walk over to Uncle Jake, grab one of the beers, and throw it back. I set the bottle down and look at him. Didn't know you had that in you. Uncle Jake shrugs. It's nothing. Then he stands and faces Sophia. You seem like someone who can be reasoned with. That makes this easier. Your side hit my nephew with a car. Your side came to his home, beat him, and destroyed his phone. And now my nephew has lost his livelihood. You owe him something. We're not walking away from all this empty-handed. Sophia's face is still flushed. So how much do you want? Uncle Jake thinks for a moment. Money won't cut it. You give him cash, he'll just wire it straight back home for his father's treatment. Give him a job instead. Sophia shakes her head. No. I don't want one, I say at the same time. Sophia glances at me. We don't hire people with character problems, she says under her breath. Uncle Jake's eyes narrow. Excuse me? What character problems does my nephew have? Sophia gets flustered, face going red. He stole food from my order and then served me his leftovers. I burst out laughing. Let's go, Uncle Jake. Don't worry about my job. If I can't deliver food, I'll find something else. Then I turn to Sophia and Jason. We're done here, right? No more coming after me? No more locking me in rooms? Sophia's face goes even redder. Jason speaks up loud and clear. You have my word. I respect you. I genuinely respect Jake. Anything comes up, just come to me. Uncle Jake ignores him and turns to me. Let's go. It's done. I'll drive you back. I climb into the beat-up black car. Did you seriously take down all of them? Uncle Jake glances at me. Was that supposed to be hard? I have absolutely nothing to say to that. Uncle Jake is something else. He drives me back into the city. On the way, he asks what I plan to do next. Go back to delivering food? My account is gone, I say. Honestly, good riddance. I'll find something else. I can take care of myself. Before he leaves, Uncle Jake says what he always says. Call him if anything comes up. After I get out of the car, something hits me that I have never felt quite like this before. I am completely lost. Before, it was always the same grind. Up before dawn, out until midnight, delivering. I used to dream about the day when things would slow down. Now that it is here, I have no idea what comes next. I crouch by the back gate of the apartment complex, staring out at the city. It feels vast and indifferent. Then a stray dog wanders over. It circles me once, then settles down beside me. Two strangers sharing the same quiet loneliness. As it turns out, Faye feeds this dog every day. Because of it, Faye and I finally let go of the bad start between us. We talk, and things warm up between us. The next morning I wake at 7:30. Out of habit, I reach for my delivery uniform. Then it hits me. My account is suspended. I cannot take any orders today. My scooter. I suddenly remember, my scooter is still at Katy International Hotel. When they grabbed me, I had left it right there outside. I throw on some clothes fast and flag down a motorcycle taxi at the front gate. Straight to Katy International Hotel. At the hotel entrance booth, I spot the chubby guard from yesterday. He is on duty. The moment I see him, he sees me too. He picks up his rubber baton. Back again? Looking for trouble? I am already annoyed. Where's my scooter? What scooter? The chubby guard waves his baton. There's no scooter here. Get lost. My electric scooter, I parked it right here yesterday. Someone took it. Pull the security footage. The chubby guard laughs. You think this is your personal surveillance system? He sneers. You think you own this place? I want to slap that smirk off his face. He is loving this. That broken down little scooter of yours, the police wouldn't even bother opening a case for it. And you're treating it like it's precious. He stops mid-sentence and snaps to attention. Suddenly the picture of professionalism. Someone important must be arriving. I turn around. Sophia's white luxury car is pulling up. It stops right beside me. She rolls down the window and looks at me. What are you doing here again? I am not in the mood. You think I want to be here? I came for my scooter. I left it here yesterday. Now it's gone. The chubby guard slides over. Ms. Lee, don't bother with him. He's demanding we pull our security footage over that junky little scooter. He's completely full of himself. You go ahead, Ms. Lee. I'll handle this. Sophia looks at the chubby guard. How exactly are you going to handle it? Where's his scooter? The chubby guard grins. Word from yesterday's shift. One of the staff watched the city enforcement officers load it onto their truck and haul it away. My blood boils. You saw them take my scooter and said nothing? I was here delivering food to you people. You cost me my job and you couldn't even keep an eye on my scooter? Do you have any decency at all? The chubby guard just grins wider, eyes gleaming with satisfaction. He even hums a little as he delivers his answer. Why would we? Sophia has had enough. She turns to the chubby guard. Get him elevator access. Bring him to my office. She drives off toward the parking lot. The chubby guard just stands there. Did I just hear that right? Ms. Lee wants me to take you to her office? Sophia's office is on the 29th floor. The door reads, General Manager. I never would have guessed. Sophia was the general manager. She is so young, and already at the top. That is genuinely impressive. Sophia's office is the most impressive one I have ever set foot in. She personally makes me a cup of coffee. As she hands it to me, she asks, how much was your scooter worth? Something in me decides to have a little fun. I look at her with mock contempt. Is money your answer to everything? Let me tell you something. I rode that scooter for 3 years. From the very first day I started delivering food, it was there through everything. One delivery to your hotel and it's gone forever. Can you live with that? Sophia leans back against her desk, coffee in hand. The way you talk about it, you two were practically partners, she says. But feelings don't get your scooter back. I'm not going to chase down city enforcement for you. Just tell me, how much do you want? Is money the only language you speak? Sophia lifts her chin. With someone like you, money is the only option. Someone like me? You think I have no character? Would a person with no character feel bad about eating someone else's leftovers? I have no words. I genuinely do not know what to say. Sophia glances at her watch. Stop wasting time. I have a meeting soon. Name your price. I'll pay whatever it is. Some stubborn streak in me refuses to let this go. I don't want money, I say loudly. I want my scooter back. She ignores that. Would 5,000 cover it? I say nothing. 8,000? Still nothing. Sophia raises her voice. 10,000. That should be more than enough. I look at her. You really think I came here to shake you down? You genuinely think that little of me? Fine, 20,000. Take it or get out of my office. And don't come back. I point at her, slowly backing toward the door. You live a sad life. All you see is money. How could you ever understand what it feels like to lose something that mattered? Talking about feelings with you is a waste of mine. Go enjoy your money. Goodbye. I turn and walk out. Wait. Sophia's voice comes from behind me. Don't regret this. Last chance. 20,000. I don't need it. I keep walking. Her voice follows me. All right then. Consider it a debt I owe you. If you ever need anything, as long as it doesn't cross any lines, I will make it right. Remember my number. The moment I step out of Katy International Hotel, I want to smack myself. I took that act way too far. 20,000 yuan. Why didn't I just take it? I had to play it cool in front of some rich woman, and I played it perfectly. The perfect performance cost me 20,000 yuan. How do I make peace with that? Well, I got Sophia's number back. That's the best I've got. I walk home scrolling through my social feed, and a post from Jun Lu catches my eye. It's his birthday today. Jun was my closest friend in high school. The humanities class did not have many guys. Seats were assigned by grades. We both ended up in the front row. Every exam, one of us was at the top of the class. First place was always either me or Jun. After graduation, Jun scored 590 points and got into Qingnan University. I scored over 600 and chose not to go. My family had nothing left to spare for tuition. My father's kidney disease kept bleeding us dry. I figured the sooner I started working, the sooner I could send money home. 4 years ago, June came to Yangming City for university. I came to Yangming City to work. In the beginning, we still hung out a lot. Over time, our worlds drifted apart. We stopped reaching out as much, but the bond was always still there. Seeing his post, I leave a comment. Happy birthday, brother. June messages back almost immediately. Evan, are you free tonight? Come to my birthday dinner. It's been almost 6 months since we saw each other. More than that, I type back. You must be close to graduating. He tells me he has already finished his coursework and moved out of the dorms. He is looking for an internship. I ask if he has anything in mind. He replies, I studied business management. I've already turned down a few offers. I want to get into hotel management. Come tonight and we can talk. Dianki Road. Bring your girlfriend. Let me see how well you're doing. If I had been able to go to university 4 years ago, maybe today I could casually tell a friend I am weighing job offers in hotel management. Some people get to choose their path. Others just get chosen. A girlfriend. Where am I supposed to find one of those? Then it hits me. Sophia. She owes me a favor, doesn't she? What if I bring Sophia to dinner tonight and introduce her to Jun while I am at it? Jun wants to get into hotel management. Sophia is the general manager of Katy International Hotel. Even if she cannot get him in directly, she could at least open a door. Maybe give him a connection worth having. I call Sophia right away. She picks up and immediately says, Changed your mind? Calling back for that 20,000? Can you relax for once? I say, laughing a little. Is that really all you think I'd call for? Sophia laughs, openly, without trying to hide it. So what do you actually want? She asks. You promised me a favor today. Anything within reason. Those were your exact words, weren't they? Yes, that was me. So what do you want? Come with me to a friend's birthday dinner tonight. Just a meal. That doesn't cross any lines, does it? Not too much to ask? Dinner? Sophia's voice pitches up on the other end. You want me to go to dinner with you? You think I have nothing better to do? If you don't want to come, I'm not forcing you. But at least I'll know exactly what kind of person you really are, Sophia Lee. All you care about is money, and apparently your word means nothing. Your call. That seems to get to her. Fine, she snaps. I'll be there tonight. After dinner, you leave me alone for good. We're done. You have to promise not to undermine me at dinner, and I won't do anything out of line either. Just show up as a friend. Sophia's tone shifts, clean and easy. Got it. See you tonight. I feel a quiet flicker of satisfaction after hanging up. It has been 6 months since I last saw June, and today is his birthday. On my way out, I stop at a convenience store and pick up a red envelope. I slip 500 yuan inside. 500 is not a small amount for me, but June's friends are probably all university graduates. College kids tend to spend big. If my envelope is too thin, it might embarrass June. At 6:15, I arrive at the restaurant. Sophia's white luxury car is already parked outside. When she spots me, she steps out and walks toward me, still in her work clothes. I stand at the entrance and take a long look up and down. Sophia catches me and glares. What are you staring at? You never said anything about what to wear. And honestly, I had no time to change. I came straight from the office the moment you sent the address. I smile. You know what? You actually pull off the work look pretty well. That earns me a massive eye roll. I lead Sophia into the private dining room. I push open the door and there is June, sitting at the head of the table. He is mid-conversation with the guy to his left. Around a dozen people fill the room. June sees me and jumps to his feet. Evan, you finally made it. We've been waiting. Come sit here. He nudges the guy beside him to shift over. I take the newly freed seat. I pull out a pack of cigarettes and offer one to the guy who moved. He glances at the brand and does not take it. He politely points to the expensive pack already on the table and says he is covered. June turns to the table. Everyone, this is Evan. We grew up in the same town, my best friend from high school. A total academic standout, scored over 600 on his college entrance exam. I manage a quiet, hollow smile. Come on, June, that's all old news. Happy birthday. I hold out the red envelope. June gives it a gentle squeeze and waves me off. Evan, you didn't have to. I didn't invite you for a gift. I just missed you. It's been too long. Let's get the food going and catch up over drinks. He looks at Sophia. And this must be your girlfriend? What's your name? Sophia does not react to the assumption at all. She just smiles. I'm Sophia Lee. June straightens up. June Liu. Business Management, Qingnan University. Evan and I go way back. He says the school and major noticeably louder than everything else, wearing his credentials like a badge. Someone else calls out, let's get the food out, come on. The table erupts into chatter. June slides his cigarettes over to me. Evan, if you had just pushed through and gone to university back then, you wouldn't be doing deliveries now. A delivery rider? The girl sitting beside June cannot quite keep the contempt out of her voice. Don't they always say delivery guys eat customers' food? Is that actually true? Before I can respond, another guy cuts in. Wang Hui, you're making a big deal out of nothing. So what if they take a bite? Haven't you seen those videos? Some rider used a customer's soup as mouthwash in an elevator, then put it back. That's way worse. The whole industry is a mess. The platforms never crack down. It's just drifters with nothing better to do. Anyone with a real job wouldn't be out there delivering food. My face burns. I cannot look at any of them, and I definitely cannot look at Sophia. While they are still going, a girl at the table turns to Sophia. Are you a delivery rider too? Sophia smiles back, calm and easy. Evan and I are both riders. Same job, actually. The girl's eyes go wide. Out there every day in the sun and wind. That must be so exhausting. And your skin is still so perfect through all of that. I'm honestly jealous. Sophia keeps smiling and says nothing to correct her. She lets them carry on, unbothered. Jun looks uncomfortable. He leans over. Evan, don't take it to heart. They don't mean anything by it. Just table talk. I give him a thin smile. It's fine. I get it. And I mean it. I am not just saying it. After years of grinding in Yangming City, I have met all kinds. College students are a breed of their own. They have not left their bubble yet. Most of them have no idea how to read a room, and almost none of them stop to think about how the people around them might actually feel. Every one of them walking around like the world was made for them. A few rounds of drinks in, the conversation loosens up. June turns to me. How's your dad doing? Any chance of a kidney transplant? The moment he asks, something heavy settles over me. I lift my glass and drain it. Not really. A transplant costs hundreds of thousands, way beyond what my family can handle. And money isn't even the only thing. You also have to find a compatible donor. All these years, it's just been managing symptoms. Dialysis every week. He's wasted down to almost nothing. June lets out a long breath and goes quiet for a moment. Back then, you scored over 600. Why didn't you just go? I remember the whole school did a fundraiser for you. That money was supposed to be for your tuition. I cut him off. I used it for my dad's treatment. Do you regret it? If you had gone, you'd have so many more options now. I shake my head. I light the cigarette Jun handed me earlier and let the silence hold for a moment. If I had to choose again, I'd do the same thing. A voice cuts in from Jun's other side. How can you be so short-sighted? The girl sitting there leans forward with the tone of someone explaining something obvious. You should have used that money for school. Get into a top university like us. Get your degree, then your options open up. You wouldn't be stuck like this. Besides delivering food, what else can you actually do? Sophia, who has barely said a word until now, speaks up. Never judge people or situations you don't fully understand. You might be right, but what's right in your world isn't always the right answer in someone else's. The girl rolls her eyes. Jun puts a hand up. Raylu, that's enough. Evan's father has been sick for years. His mother stays home to care for him. Evan is the only one holding the family together. Raylu mutters under her breath, still short-sighted. What can I even say to that? My hand tightens around my glass. Then something warm and soft rests on top of it. I turn. Sophia is looking at me. Her eyes are gentle. Raylu glances over at us with a flicker of contempt, then pivots. John, those resumes I told you to send last week, did you send them all? I already got an interview invite, did you? Jun makes a show of pulling out his phone with a little dramatic flair. He holds it in front of Raylu, barely containing his excitement. Look at this. Interview notification. Came in this afternoon. I'm going first thing tomorrow morning. Raylu lights up. She throws her arms around him and kisses him on the cheek. I knew it. We are definitely getting in. A girl across the table looks up. What's going on with you two? You're both so happy about something. Raylu beams. Jun and I applied to our dream hotel, and they just invited us to interview tomorrow. Everyone raises a glass. See, that's what a good degree gets you. You get to choose what you want to do. Jun turned down so many other companies for you, Raylu. Don't let him down. After dinner, the plan is to head to karaoke. It is about 2 kilometers away. As we leave the private room, Jun's university friends spill out ahead of us. Sophia and I drift to the back. I lower my voice. Dinner's done. You kept your promise. You don't owe me anything more. Go ahead and head out. And thank you. Genuinely. Sophia asks quietly, are you going to karaoke with them? I shake my head. I'll find an excuse to slip away. We don't really have much to talk about. Sophia tilts her head, a small pout on her lips. Where are you going then? I'll walk you to the door. Jun has already flagged down 3 taxis. The first is already packed with 4 people. The second has 2, with a couple climbing in. That leaves 5 of us standing there. Me and Sophia. Jun and Raylu, and one guy I do not know. Raylu turns to Sophia. The 5 of us can squeeze in together. Sophia smiles. Thanks, but Evan and I have somewhere to be. Let's catch up another time. Jun's face falls a little. Already? Come on, stay a bit. It's rare we all get together like this. Raylu quietly pinches Jun's arm. Let it go. Don't pressure people. It's peak hours right now. Prime time for late night deliveries. Don't waste their time. I turn to Jun. Next time, we're all still in Yangming City. Let's not lose touch. We'll do this again soon. Jun gives in, reluctant. At least let me get you a cab. Take it easy getting home. No need, Sophia says. I didn't drink. She clicks her key fob. The white luxury car parked beside us blinks to life. She gives Jun a warm wave. Good night. Jun and Raylu both go a little stiff. Sophia and I walk to the car side by side. As I reach for the door, Raylu's voice cuts through from behind us, sharp and bitter. Your childhood friend is really something, isn't he? Definitely borrowed that car to show off. Whatever else she says, I do not catch it. I am already in the passenger seat. I lean back and close my eyes. I cannot see what lies ahead of me, but I feel tears slide down my face. When life presses down hard enough to cut off your breath, the only thing left is to sit in the dark and nurse the wound alone. I do not want Sophia to see this. I lower the window and let the night air carry the tears away. The car pulls up outside Spring Garden Apartments. I get out and say goodbye. Just before I turn to go, Sophia calls after me. Evan, do I still owe you anything? I stop. I turn around and look at her. No, we're even. Good. A small, easy smile crosses her face. She says goodnight, calm and clean. I sleep straight through the next morning. A phone call pulls me out of it. I don't even check who it is. I pick up on reflex. Hello? Sophia's voice comes through. Are you seriously still asleep? How lazy can you be? Still half unconscious, I mutter. What does that have to do with you? Can you do me a favor? What kind? Come to my office. I'll explain in person. If you want to say no, that's fine. I won't push. I sit with it for a few seconds. Fine. Give me 30 minutes and keep your guard dogs on a leash. Don't let them bite me again. Sophia laughs. Anyone would think you'd actually been bitten. In Sophia's office, she is at her desk, working through files on her computer. I walk up to the desk and lean on it with both hands. What's so important it needed me here in person? Sophia sets down her mouse and leans back in her chair. She crosses her arms and looks at me. HR is conducting interviews today. I want you to help. I need you to sit in as our HR director. Take a look at the candidates and tell me which ones are worth keeping. I stare at her. You're serious? You want me to run interviews? Completely serious, Sophia says, calm as ever. The candidates are already here. If you're willing, you can start right now. My assistant Ruby will be with you the whole time. It's not complicated. You just need to sit across from these people and read them. If someone feels right, they move on to the trial period. If not, you send them away. Go with your gut. I look at her, genuinely confused. I really can't figure out why you'd ask me to do this. What's the angle here? A faint, unreadable smile plays at the corner of Sophia's mouth. She stands. Just go. Ruby will take you to the HR office. You'll understand why soon enough. Curious against my better judgment, I follow Ruby to the interview room. 4 folders are laid out on the desk. Ruby explains. Only 4 candidates made it through the first round, but we only have room for 2. Look through their files first. I'll step out and get them ready. And bring them in one at a time. The final decision on who stays is yours. That's what Ms. Lee wants. I open the first resume. 26 years old, 2 years of hotel management experience. Graduate of Jilin University of Political Science and Law. The second resume belongs to a young woman. Business administration. Nothing flashy on paper. But her personal statement is quietly impressive, modest, understated, the kind of person who does not need to shout about herself. I flip to the third resume and freeze. It is June. Something clicks immediately. I grab the 4th folder. Sure enough, Ray Lu's photo stares back at me. Last night at dinner they were buzzing about a hotel interview invitation. The hotel they meant was Katie International, and Sophia set me up to interview them. What is she playing at? I sit with it for a moment, and slowly I start to see what she is doing. Before I can think it all the way through, Ruby comes back. Everything's set. Ready to bring them in? I nod. Bring all 4 in at the same time. Ruby blinks. All at once? A flicker of doubt crosses her face, like she is wondering if she misheard. I hold steady. Yes, all 4 at the same time. Ruby decides not to push back. She steps out, and when the door opens again, all 4 candidates walk in together. Ruby turns to them. This is Director Chen from our HR department. Which 2 of you get offers today is entirely up to him. She takes her seat to my left and opens her laptop to take notes. Jun cannot help himself. Evan, am I seeing things? I smile and nod. I let my eyes move across all 4 of them. Ray Lu is barely containing herself. The kind of expression that says she already considers this a formality. I put on my best professional manner. Please take a seat. I've reviewed all your resumes. Making it this far through the process means you are already among the best of the applicants. Even if you are not selected in the end, that says something real about your ability. We currently have 2 openings. Ray Lu sits up straighter. Well, that's obviously going to be me and Jun. The other male candidate shoots her an annoyed look. Jun quickly tugs at her arm. Don't say things like that, he whispers. He mouths an apology to the other guy. The other young woman does not react at all. It is as if Ray Lu said nothing. I pick up my glass and take a slow sip. One final question, and it is a simple one. Suppose your monthly salary is 5,000 yuan. You have 3 housing options in front of you. First, a single room in an urban village, 500 a month. Second, a room in a residential complex, shared with others, 1,000 a month. Third, an entire apartment in a residential complex, to yourself, 2,500 a month. Which do you choose? Ray Lu goes first without hesitation. 2,500, private apartment, good environment, my own space. Jun, what about you? He scratches the back of his head. Shared apartment, the residential complex one. I look toward the third candidate. Her name is easy to remember, Penny Bai. This is the first time I have heard her speak. Her voice is soft and measured. She speaks carefully. I would choose the shared apartment in the residential complex. Environment matters. And the people you live with should be at a similar level. Same kind of income, same kind of values. You end up with people you can actually talk to. And it expands your network. The last candidate speaks without hesitation. Urban village, 5,000 a month is not a lot. Better to spend what you save on building relationships than on rent. All 4 have answered. I turn to Ruby. That's everything for today. Ruby looks at me. Which 2 are we keeping? I'll announce tomorrow morning. Everyone can go home and wait for a call. Ruby stands. Thank you all very much. Director Chen has concluded today's interviews. The 2 successful candidates will be notified by phone tomorrow morning. Your outcome is in Director Chen's hands. Thank you, everyone. Please follow me out. Ruby leads the way. The male candidate follows first, then Penny Bai. Ray Lu watches the other 2 file out, then rushes to my desk, face lit up. Evan, weren't you a delivery rider? How are you sitting here? That interview was incredible. So, can Jun and I start preparing to come in next week? The corner of my mouth lifts. I do not quite know what to say. Jun pulls at Ray Lu's arm. Let's go. Then he turns to me. Are you free tonight, Evan? You left too early yesterday. We didn't even get to catch up properly. What time do you finish? I'll come to you. Let's keep the drinks going. I'll message you when I'm done. As they head for the door, Ray Lu loops her arm through Jun's, brimming with certainty. Your friend is the HR director at Katie. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Evan is seriously impressive. We need to stay close, you hear me? All 4 of them are gone. I sit alone for a moment. Then I head to Sophia's office. She is at her desk, staring at her screen. When I walk in, she smiles. Not bad, Evan. That final question was clever. You can learn a lot about a person from something that simple. I frown. You saw all of that? Sophia turns her monitor toward me. I was watching live. Now I'm on the second viewing. There is a camera in that room. I am not sure what to say. Was that a lack of trust? Before I can ask, Sophia speaks first. Don't read into it. The interview room always has a camera. When there are a lot of candidates across multiple rounds, you can't always make the call on the spot. HR needs to review the footage multiple times before reaching a final decision. Sophia smiles. So, who are you keeping? Penny Bai and Jun. Sophia raises an eyebrow. Why? And aren't you worried that cutting Ray Lu will blow up your friendship with Jun? I reach for a cigarette out of habit and put it between my lips. Then I catch myself before lighting it. It is her office after all. I put the lighter away. Sophia speaks up. It's fine. I don't mind. Thanks. I light it. I understand why you set this up today. I appreciate it. More than you know. You did something good for me, and I'm not going to repay that by doing a bad job. I exhale. Rui thinks very highly of herself, and she lacks the kind of character worth developing. Penny Bai is solid, on paper and in person, humble, composed. She presents well. People warm to her easily. As for Jun, he has no real work experience, but his values are sound. Setting aside that he's my friend, I'd still recommend keeping him. As for your question, whether cutting Rui cost me Jun's friendship, I won't use your goodwill toward me as cover for something that hurts your company. That's also why I didn't announce the decision in the room. The final call is still yours. Sophia leans back and looks at me. When I saw the resumes this morning, I was genuinely surprised. What a coincidence. So I called you in, and you've already figured it out. One day you're a delivery writer, the next you're an HR director. And just like that, certain people treat you completely differently. The world is ruthless like that, and the people in it can be so fake. I look at her. I understand what you were trying to do. Let me walk back in front of my friends with a little dignity. But you've also backed me into a corner. Jun and Rui both think I have the final say. This is already awkward. Sophia waves it off. If it's too uncomfortable for you, just keep both of them. Jun and Rui. I don't mind. I have over 100 people in this hotel. One more Rui won't break anything. Your move. I look at her. I have nothing to say. I turn and head for the door. With my back to her. Play your games by yourself. I'm done. Stop setting traps for me. Wait. Sophia calls after me. If Jun, your closest friend, can't understand why you didn't take Rui and falls out with you over it, then maybe that friendship isn't worth holding on to. He knows exactly what Rui is like. And honestly, do you think someone like her makes him happy in the long run? Relationships are none of my business, I know, but when someone's character is that obvious, shouldn't you say something to your friend? I stand there and let her finish. Then I pull open the door and walk out without a word. Her voice follows me. You started this. See it through. I don't want you to leave this half finished. Like yesterday, I hate dinner parties. But I stayed until the very end for you. Tomorrow you come here and announce the results. If you don't show up, I'll take Jun and Rui both. And you'll look great in front of your friend. Sophia's good intentions just handed me a problem I don't know what to do with. I can live without worrying about Rui's feelings, but I do not want to put Jun in a difficult position. Tonight's dinner is going to be uncomfortable. Even knowing that, I cannot run from it. At 4:30 in the afternoon, Jun calls to ask when I finish. I tell him now is fine. He lights up. Where should we meet? Let's really drink tonight. I tell Jun to meet me at a small, ordinary restaurant near Spring Garden Apartments. My treat tonight. He says he'll be right there and hangs up. I have no idea what tonight will bring. A friendship of more than 10 years. Will this crack it, or make it stronger? I genuinely do not know. We have both changed a lot. Our worlds have drifted further and further apart. Some things I don't even know how to begin to say. All I can do is hope for the best. At 5:30, Jun and Rui walk in together. My chest tightens. I want to hold on to this friendship, but I do not want to betray what Sophia did for me. I am caught between the two. Once the food arrives, every topic leads back to Katy International Hotel. How is the work environment? What is the pay like? What does the company structure look like? I don't know the answers to most of it. I deflect with awkward smiles and change the subject when I can. Jun and Rui both notice I am dodging. The air at the table stays stiff the whole meal. Everyone is holding something back. Rui breaks first. She taps her chopsticks and says in a loaded tone, Jun, Evan doesn't seem too excited about you working at Katy. I speak up. Don't go there. Whether you get in is not really my call. Rui pushes. You ran our interview today, and Ruby, she's the GM's own assistant. She said it was your call. So how is it not your decision? Jun looks at me, straight and sincere. Evan, this job matters to both of us. There are several 5-star hotels in Yangming City, but after looking at all of them, Katy is the best fit for where we want to go. I look at him. Why though? You just said it yourself. There are plenty of options. Why does it have to be Katy? Jun lowers his voice like he is about to share something important. You work there. You must have heard. The head of the Katy Group, Conrad Lee, he died in a plane crash. They couldn't save him. Word is the hotel is now being run by his illegitimate daughter. She's making sweeping changes, building her own team, establishing her authority. In a moment like that, she needs fresh people she can trust. That's exactly why we chose Katy. Big chaos brings big opportunity. I want to go in and make a mark, with Rui by my side. Better to prove yourself somewhere with real stakes than to drift in a quiet company. I understand where Jun is coming from. It is a real opportunity, but I genuinely cannot bring myself to greenlight Rui. I try to ease him toward a different angle. A stable environment has its value too, you know. Less politics, less backstabbing. Jun looks at me dead serious. Evan, if there's any way, please keep both of us. I'm asking you. I don't give Jun a straight answer at dinner. I just tell them both to go home and wait for a call. But something comes back to me. That night at the warehouse outside the city. Sophia looked at Jason and said, I promised Dad I would take care of you. If I am guessing right, the illegitimate daughter Jun was talking about might just be Sophia. Back home, I step out onto the balcony and call Sophia. This late? She says. What's going on? It's about the hiring. Jun and Rui took me to dinner tonight. You can probably guess what they said. I think this joke has gone far enough. Push it any further, and it crosses a line. You've seen the interview footage. You already know better than I do who should stay. Jun and Penny Bai. That's the right call. At least in my view. Please, clear up this misunderstanding. Sophia's voice sharpens. Evan, let me ask you something. Did I keep my word to you? You asked me to dinner. I walked out of an important meeting and showed up. I hate dinner parties. I stayed until the end anyway. I sat there while people talked down to me, assuming I was a delivery rider, and I said nothing. Because when I make a promise, I follow through. Now you promised to help me with something. And you want to back out halfway? Come on, I say. I know you were trying to do something kind for me, and I genuinely appreciate it. But this has shifted into something real. My friendship is on the line now. Sophia does not back down. You can choose not to hurt anyone. Take both June and Ray Lu. I already told you that option is on the table. Stop being stubborn. I stare at the phone. It is your company. Are you seriously playing around with it like this? Something shifts in Sophia's voice on the other end. I cannot tell if she is genuinely annoyed or deliberately pushing my buttons. I'm getting back at you, she says, for what you did to my food. Tomorrow morning you come to my office and make the calls yourself. Tell the successful candidates to come in and register with HR. Once that is done, you've kept your end of the deal. If you have any backbone at all, you don't leave things half-finished. She hangs up. I sit there feeling like I have stepped onto a boat I cannot get off. I lie in bed turning it over and over. There is no clean answer here. Every choice costs something. The next day, in Sophia's office, I really do not like the way she is looking at me. There is amusement in her eyes. A desk phone sits on the table between us. Sophia is seated across from me, cradling a cup of coffee in both hands, looking entirely too comfortable. I stare at the phone. Just make the call, Sophia says, calm on the surface. Step back and think about it. Even if you go to Jun and Ray Lu right now and tell them you were never actually the HR director, they won't believe you, will they? I look at her, and the anger comes through. You were never really trying to help me get my confidence back in front of people. You wanted to trap me, didn't you? Sophia's mouth opens, and something like hurt flickers in her eyes before she covers it. Think whatever you want. She gets up from the sofa and goes back to her desk. And she is right. Even if I go to them now and say I was never the HR director, they will not believe me. So what exactly am I waiting for? I pick up the desk phone and dial the internal line. Straight to Ruby. Notify Jun Lu, he's been accepted. Tell him to come in Monday to register. Understood. Ruby's voice comes back. And the second candidate? The second candidate. My hand tightens on the receiver. Across the room, Sophia has not taken her eyes off me. Ruby waits. Director Chen. Who is the second person? Ray Lu's name rises to my lips more than once. Each time, it stops there. Ruby's voice comes through again, patient and steady. Director Chen, go ahead. I'm listening. Penny Bai. The moment I say it, something lifts off my chest. I realize my entire back is soaked in sweat. Got it, Ruby says. I'll call Jun and Penny Bai right away. That's all. I hang up first and sink back into the sofa, staring up at the ceiling. I hear Sophia's footsteps cross the room. She settles back onto the sofa across from me. Evan, she says. Thank you. This was actually a test to see what you do. I let out a dry laugh. A test? For what exactly? Don't dress it up with something noble. I'm not 3 years old. You did this to get back at me for messing with you. Honestly, I wish I could go back to a few days ago and not tell you I ate your food, because the truth is, I didn't. Sophia waves it off. Doesn't matter. And there are no do-overs. Honestly, I'm glad you lied. It gave us a reason to keep crossing paths. Either way, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have put you in such a difficult position. Before she finishes, my phone rings. Exactly who I expected. It is June. I pick up. Evan, can you explain this to me? With Sophia sitting right across from me, I cannot get into it. Can I call you back later? I hang up, and the weight settles in heavier. Sophia looks at me, something tired and honest in her expression. I owe you an apology first, then an explanation for why I did all of this. Whether you forgive me or not, I'm grateful for what you did today. I look back at her, worn out. She says softly, I put you in an impossible situation, and at the moment that mattered most, you still chose to protect my interests. The company has been dealing with some internal issues lately. I'm in the middle of reshuffling people across departments. I need people around me who will genuinely have my back, building my own team. Yesterday, asking you to sit in on the interviews, honestly, at first I just wanted to give you a moment to hold your head up in front of your friends. Even if you had taken both June and Ray Lu, it would have been fine. One extra intern doesn't move the needle for a company this size. Worst case, they resign in a month. She pauses. Sophia reads my face carefully before going on. I watched the whole interview yesterday. I was surprised when you didn't just announce Ray Lu on the spot. When you came back and told me she wasn't the right fit, I agreed. She's not right for my company either. I won't get into the reasons, but when you said that to me, something clicked. I had to let you see this through, to find out what you'd actually choose in the end, and you didn't disappoint me. You held to the right call, even though it cost you something, even though it might cost you a friendship. I want to know why. Was it for me? A crooked, dismissive smile crosses my face. Own principles. Sophia's face opens up. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Let's talk. About what? I reach for a cigarette and put it between my lips. Sophia's brow furrows involuntarily. Don't frown at me. I'm not your employee. I smoke when I want. You can't tell me otherwise. And even if I were, don't touch my right to smoke. Sophia stays calm. You smoked in my office yesterday too. It seems like it helps you think. The company is doing a full personnel overhaul right now. Every department. Which one interests you? What industries have you worked in before? What kind of experience do you actually have? Delivery writing, the kind where I allegedly steal bites. Sophia fixes me with a sharp look. I am being serious. Can you be too? Fine. Delivery riding. Before that I worked as a server at a karaoke bar. And I've hauled bricks on construction sites. The more I list, the smaller I feel. Basically every entry-level job there is. If you're genuinely offering me something, I trail off. Sophia leans forward slightly. Say it, whatever you want. I'll make sure the pay is fair. It won't be less than what you made delivering. Don't underestimate that. I was clearing 6,000 or 7,000 a month. I'll give you 8,000. Then I'll be a security guard. Sophia's expression does something I cannot quite describe. She stares at me for a long moment. Are you serious? Completely, I press on. Do security guards get free meals and housing? Is there a perfect attendance bonus? How does the shift rotation work? How many hours on, how many off? I could catch up on reading during breaks. Sophia tilts her head. Being a security guard actually suits you. Come in Monday. I'll have Ruby handle the arrangements. The company covers meals and housing. But the housing is a shared dormitory, just a bed. It's fine for resting between shifts. I don't know the exact shift schedule for the security team off the top of my head. That's handled by the department itself. She glances at her watch. Let's have lunch together. Quick question. Are you treating or am I? That earns me another massive eye roll. After lunch at the hotel before I leave, Sophia has Ruby bring me a security guard uniform. She tells me to come in Monday, wearing it, and find Ruby. She will handle the rest. I ask Sophia one more time. 8,000 yuan really for a security guard? She says yes without blinking. Back home, I put on the uniform in my room and stand in front of the mirror. Honestly, I look sharp. I am still admiring myself when Jun calls again. I explain who Sophia is and what she has to do with all of this. He understands. Monday morning at 8 o'clock, I show up in uniform and find Ruby. She looks me over and tells me I look good. I tell her the uniform feels too basic. If I were in charge of the dress code, every guard on duty would be in military tactical gear. Now that would look impressive. She laughs. She leads me up to the security department on the second floor. She knocks on the deputy director's office door and pushes it open. The man inside does not even look up. He just barks at us to get out and knock properly. Ruby's voice is perfectly flat. Deputy Director Sao, hope we're not interrupting your game. He scrambles to hide his phone and gets to his feet. Ruby introduces us and makes it clear he is expected to support the new director, me, in every way. After the introductions, she leads me to another office. It is spacious and clean. I never would have dreamed. Just a few days ago I was a delivery rider, and now I have my own office. Ruby hands me the keys. Security is yours now. Any problems, come straight to me. I'll have Deputy Director Cao bring you the department files shortly. There's a lot to manage. Give it everything you've got. I won't let you or Ms. Lee down. Good luck. I have barely warmed the seat when there is a knock at the door. A guard leans in, tone cocky. Director, guest causing a scene outside. You need to handle it. Shouldn't a guest complaint go to the lobby manager? Guest incident at KD International? And that falls on the security department? The guard has a cigarette dangling from his lip. They drove a car and blocked the parking exit. Deputy Director Chiao is out there waiting. He sent me to ask for your call on this. When I get there, I find a luxury car parked sideways across the exit. The owner is cursing loudly. His car has been scratched. The problem is, there is no footage. The camera covering exactly that spot has been broken. Deputy Director Sao points at me. This is our newly appointed director. Don't worry. He'll give you a satisfactory answer. The car owner is furious. So you're in charge? Then give me an answer. How are you going to compensate me? This is outrageous. Less than an hour into the job and I'm already being tested. I am still scrambling for a response when a woman appears. She steps forward and says the scratch was hers. She mistook the car for her ex-husband's. Just like that, my first crisis dissolves on its own. Deputy Director Sao can only stand there staring. I have barely made it back to my office when the company's acting general manager, Marcus Lee, strides in with Deputy Director Sao and another senior manager in tow. Marcus Lee glances at me, flat, without ceremony. Remove him. Put Wade Tao in as security director. I am stunned. I just started. Fortunately, Ruby and Sophia arrive right behind them. Ruby smiles. Someone the general manager personally placed? And you're removing them just like that? Is that really appropriate? The man in the suit looks mildly surprised. Sophia, you arranged this personally? Sophia keeps her composure. Security complaints have been piling up, so I stepped in and handled it myself. Any objections? Marcus Lee forces a smile. Of course not. But personnel changes at the director level should go through the board, shouldn't they? Sophia holds her ground. Does an internship placement also require a board vote? That seems excessive. There's time for a formal vote at the proper meeting. As for a deputy director who doesn't follow instructions, I'm starting to wonder if we need him at all. What do you think? Wade Sao flinches and looks to Marcus Lee. Ruby catches my eye, a quiet signal to stay quiet. Marcus Lee backtracks quickly. Let's hold off on any removals for now. The new director is still learning the ropes. Wade Sao can support him through the transition. Sophia turns to him. Your call then. One more chance for Wade Cao. Sophia and Ruby leave. On his way out, Marcus Lee fixes me with a long, cold look. I found out later that he is Sophia's half-brother. After Conrad Lee passed away, he left the company to his illegitimate daughter, Sophia. On the surface, Marcus Lee plays the loyal supporter. In reality, he uses every personnel change Sophia makes to stir up shareholder discontent. His influence is quietly growing, and Sophia's position is becoming more fragile by the day. That evening, I get home and exhaustion hits me like a wall. I collapse onto the couch and fall asleep right there. Faye is the one who wakes me up. I end up eating her leftovers. Ever since the stray dog sorted things out between us, we have been getting along much better. After dinner, Uncle Jake calls and drags me out for drinks at a bar. I could use the outlet. On impulse, I invite Faye, and she actually says yes. Uncle Jake leads us to a booth in the bar. 3 men and a woman are already there, all around 30. The woman is striking. Uncle Jake makes the introductions. Call these guys brother, and this is Sister Yin. I raise my glass. To the 3 brothers, Sister Yin and Uncle Jake. Ivy Yin tilts her head. Your uncle? Which one is your uncle? Jake, he told me to call you all brother. I can't let you get this for free, so the least you can do is drink with me. The table erupts. Ivy Yin looks at Uncle Jake. Your nephew is more fun than you are. Little brother, let me drink with you. Over drinks, I learn they all work as coaches at a fitness club. Uncle Jake teaches mixed combat there. Nobody pushes anyone to drink. I like the energy. Just as the conversation hits its stride, Jason Lee appears out of nowhere. He grabs a beer from the table and drains it in one go. Catching his breath, he turns to Uncle Jake. Jake, I finished all 300 push-ups. I blink. Jason picks up another beer and turns to me. Hey man, I owe you an apology. No hard feelings. That's how we met. I'll down this one. You drink whatever you want. He tips it back and finishes it. I look at Uncle Jake. He gives me a small, calm smile. He's one of my students, training mixed combat with me. Jason finishes a 3rd beer. I've never respected anyone, but I respect Jake. What happened before? That was all a misunderstanding. Don't let it sit with you. What's done is done. I slide a little closer to Faye and lift my glass. I'll drink to that. Jason finishes the 3rd bottle clean. During the conversation, I ask which department he works in at Katie. He shakes his head. I don't like being at Katie. And Sophia doesn't want me there either. Why? Isn't it your family's company? Sophia's the chairwoman and general manager. Jason exhales. I'm not afraid to admit it. I have never accomplished anything in my life. Dropped out before finishing high school. Just drifted. Then my mom passed away. Before she died, she told us our father was Conrad Lee. He was good to us, gave us a lot. Then at the start of this year, he died suddenly. He split the Katie shares 3 ways. Sophia, me, and our half-brother Marcus Lee. 1 share each, but he named Sophia as chairwoman. She asked me to come help. But after 1 week, I could see nobody there was being straight with anyone. I'm used to doing things at my own pace, and they used that against Sophia, so I quit. He gets more worked up as he talks. He picks up another bottle. You think I'm completely useless, don't you? I tap my bottle against his. Don't say that. The fact that you couldn't stomach all that scheming just means you're straightforward. I'd rather be friends with someone like that. I don't have much to offer, he says, thumping his chest, but I'm loyal. We met through a fight. From here on, anything you need, you say the word. Cheers. After we drink, I say, by the way, your sister just put me to work in Katie's security department. Jason's eyes go wide. Security? That's all Sophia's got for you? Come on, I'll talk to her tonight, get you moved somewhere better. I chose it myself. You chose it? Out of every department in that hotel. Why security? I light a cigarette. There's nothing else I'm qualified for. Start from the bottom and work up. And honestly, your sister is already being more than generous. She made me director of the whole department. I'm not complaining. Jason lets out a short laugh. Real talk. Did someone give you trouble on day 1? If not, I'll drink 3 more bottles right now. Everyone at the table looks at me. I give a rueful smile. The deputy director already set a trap for me. What happened? Uncle Jake, who rarely talks, leans in. I walk them through the whole day, then add at the end, don't even think about going in there swinging. This isn't something you solve with fists. I want to do this right. I'm treating it as a challenge. If I can't handle something like this, I'd lose respect for myself. Ivy Yin nods. Evan, I'm with you on that. If you want to survive in any environment, you have to understand how it actually works. Violence won't fix this. Uncle Jake, who has been quiet the whole time, suddenly speaks. Undermine his authority, break up his crew, solve it at the root. I repeat the words quietly, turning them over in my head. Easy to say, harder to execute. The guy to Uncle Jake's right, Yu Zhuang, laughs. You can't have dozens of people in security all loyal to the same guy. Some of them are just following orders because they have to. Show some backbone and real leadership, and some of them will come over to your side on their own. As a leader, personal credibility matters more than positional power. Give them a moment, something they can rally behind. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. This was a worthwhile night. I cannot sleep. I lie awake turning the plan over and over in my head. I finally drift off around 2 in the morning. First thing the next day, I message Sophia. I want to build something real in the security department at Katie. Whatever I do next, I need you to back me up. The message goes out. I arrive at the company with still no reply. I try not to let it shake me. After a brief department meeting, just as expected, not everyone is on Xiao's side. The guard who was responsible for the broken surveillance camera on day 1, I fire him. Wade Cao erupts. We have a loud argument. Not long after, someone from HR comes to find me. Marcus Lee is overruling the termination. Fortunately, Ruby shows up at exactly the right moment. She tells the HR representative, Ms. Lee's instructions, this is security's call to make. HR stays out of it. The HR rep looks uncomfortable. Once he is gone, Ruby smiles. You already see it, don't you? This isn't just about firing a guard. It's a power play. I breathe in slow. I know. Coming in on day 1 and cutting loyalists to build your own team. That move too fast and it creates enemies. But I'm with you. Ruby's phone rings. She answers, says a few words and hangs up. This just escalated. The board is using this to go after Sophia. She says get ready. She needs you. What happened? I ask if I am the one who caused this for Sophia. What does she need me to do? Ruby explains. Marcus Lee is angry that you terminated a longtime employee on your first day. He's using it as a pretext to call an emergency board meeting, to push Sophia out. Meeting is at 2 this afternoon. You triggered this. You have to be there. Whether this gets turned around is on you. I feel the nerves kick in. Shareholders care about one thing, profit. If you can bring most of them over to your side, Sophia is safe. But if you fail, Marcus Lee will move to install a new general manager, maybe even a new chairwoman. Sophia cannot lose control of Katie. I let that land. I breathe in deep. I'm getting ready now. Tell me when it's time. After Ruby leaves, I go out to buy tactical gear. I spend over 1,000 yuan on a lightweight, breathable tactical set. Put it on, and I look like Special Forces. 29th floor conference room. I have barely walked in when a shareholder turns to Sophia with a skeptical look. He's so young. Can we actually trust him? An older shareholder speaks up. Since this meeting is about him, let's hear what he actually did. Marcus sighs, all measured concern. It's nothing major. He terminated a longtime employee on his second day. Sophia's judgment in hiring leaves something to be desired. And now there's talk of mass cuts. I worry about Katie's future, so I thought we should discuss the company's direction and consider re-electing a general manager. The message could not be clearer. He is going after Sophia. Before Marcus finishes, a shareholder cuts in. I invest to make money. Whoever delivers, I back. Well said, another adds. Katie doesn't belong to one family. We respect the late chairman's wishes, but we back ability. Whether that's Sophia, Marcus, or anyone else, earn our confidence and you have our support. Sophia nods. Thank you, everyone. The reason I replaced the security director is simple. Complaints have been piling up. Director Chen, share your thoughts with everyone. I move to the empty seat beside Sophia. I look around the table. At noon today, I paid out of my own pocket for this gear. I believe the image of our security team reflects the image of this hotel. Right now, our guards are in dress shirts and slacks, slouching around. That doesn't belong at Katie. I plan to put every guard in tactical uniforms and build a daily training program. I'll lead by example, train alongside them. We build the image from the ground up. As for the termination, I walk them through what happened yesterday, quickly and clearly. Someone who cannot manage basic surveillance has no place in a security department. I am building an elite team. Dead weight will not be tolerated. I ask for your support. I am confident I can turn this department around. Thank you. Before the last word is out, an older shareholder starts clapping. Jason follows immediately. The rest of the room joins in. I give a brief bow. Please excuse me for a moment. Then I walk out. Back in my office, I find 6 or 7 letters on the floor, guards putting themselves forward for team leader. I am still reading through them when Sophia walks in, exhaustion written all over her face. The board meeting, everything okay? Sophia manages a thin, tired smile. The board is fine. They accepted your proposal. You have their support to run security, but they're only giving you a 1-month trial period. What you do with it is up to you. I keep my voice quiet. Thank you for giving me this chance. If I ever deliver food to you again, I promise I won't touch it. That earns me a massive eye roll. Sophia stays about 10 minutes. A few words of small talk, then she leaves. I sort through the letters, lock up the office, heart full of something that feels like fire. But I know the road ahead will not be easy. Back home that evening, Uncle Jake calls to check in. I tell him everything. He advises me to move fast, sideline Wade Sao immediately. Build up 3 team leaders as your own people. Give them real authority. He explains, you're new. You don't know the terrain yet. Give team leaders real power, and they'll actually care about the job. Uncle Jake's words click something into place. That night I draft a management plan. The next day at the office, I pick 3 team leaders. One of them is a guy named He Dazhuang, a former soldier. I like what I see in him. That afternoon, I call a full department meeting. Right in front of Wade Sao, I announce the 3 team leader appointments. I make clear that team members answer to their leaders without question, and that leaders are held to double the standard. Wade Sao erupts on the spot. Director Chen, do I even exist to you? Why wasn't I consulted on something this significant? Every guard in the room turns to me. I give a calm, easy smile. You're the deputy director. If you have concerns, you bring them to me first, not the other way around. Everyone, any issues at work or in your daily duties, take them to your team leader directly, or bring them to Deputy Director Sao. If neither can resolve it, your team leader can escalate to me. That's all for today. Dismissed. Wade Sao's face has gone pale with rage. Afterward, I go to Ruby to apply for the uniform budget. She tells me it needs to go through finance. Once approved, I work out the purchase with the supplier. The next day, the owner comes personally with his staff to deliver the order. After we check everything off, I casually invite him up to the office for a moment. He accepts without hesitation. Then once inside, he locks the door behind him. 2 men alone in an office in broad daylight with a locked door. I start to wonder if I have misread this situation entirely. Just as I am seriously considering the possibility, he reaches into his jacket and sets an envelope on the desk. He gives an awkward grin. Director Chen, please take this. What is this? Director, this is just how it works in the industry. Small shop, thin margins. We hope you'll keep us in mind for future business. We can invoice at a higher rate next time, and your cut goes up accordingly. I open the envelope. A thick stack of 100 yuan bills. I would be lying if I said I was not tempted. My father needs money for dialysis every week. All those months grinding through deliveries from dawn to midnight, and money can come this easily? but something pulls back hard. One voice says, "Take it. This is just how the industry works." Another voice reminds me, if Sophia finds out, she will be disappointed. After a long internal battle, I decide to turn the money over to finance. Earning trust is worth far more than 10,000 yuan. I am about to head out when team leader He Dazhuang calls. His group is assembled at the back lot of the hotel, ready for the first training session. I promised I would be there. I slide the envelope into my desk drawer for now and head down in full gear to train with them. Half an hour later, I drag myself back upstairs, worn through. I light a cigarette. One drag in. Something feels wrong. I pull open the drawer. The envelope is gone. I check both drawers twice. Nothing. The office door lock is intact. The windows have security grills. The only explanation, someone else has a key to this office. A cold chill runs down my spine. I call He Dazhuang immediately and tell him to pull the security footage, find out who entered this office in the last 30 minutes. But the office camera had been blocked with chewing gum months ago. In that 30-minute window, 6 or 7 people came through. All of them are suspects. Then Sophia sends me a video message. I open it, and my scalp goes numb. It is the entire exchange with the supplier. Every moment of it, every word of the conversation is clearly audible. My office has a hidden camera, and I had absolutely no idea. Then Ruby calls, and she is furious. "What is wrong with you? 3 days in and you're already taking kickbacks? If you were going to do it, at least be careful. Are you out of your mind? The video is already circulating in every department group chat. What is Sophia supposed to think of you now? Is there anything you even want to say for yourself?" I stand there, phone in hand, completely blindsided. "Ruby, listen to me. Ruby, please. I was going to hand it over to finance." Ruby lets out a cold laugh. "You really think I'm going to believe that?" I hear myself and realize how it sounds. If I were in her position, I would not believe it either. Money sitting in a drawer, and I was going to hand it in. She hangs up. I look at the video in the group chat and everything clicks into place. The office feels suffocating. I light a cigarette. There is nothing left to explain. Even if I tried, no one would listen. The HR director walks in and terminates me on the spot. 3 days in the job, and I am out. What a joke. I end up slumped on the steps beside the Old Town fountain, drinking beer like it owes me something. At some point, Sophia appears behind me. She sits down quietly beside me. "You're not here to ask for that 10,000 back, are you?" "No." Sophia is quiet for a moment. "Work has been a lot lately. My mom and I used to live near here. I'd walk with her along this path. I came to remember that." I stare out at the water. "I disappointed you, didn't I? If I told you I was going to hand that money over to finance, would you believe me?" I laugh at myself. "Never mind, no one would," Sophia asks quietly. "Did you get the HR notice?" "Yes." I take a pull from the bottle, and I know it was Wade Xiao who set up that camera. He also took the 10,000 from the drawer. Sophia answers without flinching. "I know. He handed it to the legal team." I laugh. "So he wants to charge me with bribery." Sophia keeps her voice gentle. "Evan, I understand. Try not to let it eat you." I let out a hollow laugh. What a story, right? Dropped into security as director, full of ambition, and fired for bribery on day 3. I know it was Wade who set me up. I was in his way. I thought I could actually build something. Instead, I burned myself down. Sophia speaks quietly. "Maybe. You're still young. I just wanted to give you something stable. I didn't expect it to go like this." I get to my feet. "This isn't on you. I was too naive." I pick up the half-empty bottle. "Thank you for being here tonight." I drift toward the exit, unsteady on my feet. Something in me wants to run, just leave this city entirely. But I have nowhere to go. I wander the streets until a little girl, maybe 6 or 7, walks up to me. She is sweet. I have nothing else to do. I buy some of her flowers and we start talking. Her grandmother is with her. After a while talking with the old woman, I learned that her daughter and son-in-law came to Yangming City years ago for work, and disappeared. She brought the little girl, Niu, who was 3 at the time, to search for them. That was 3 years ago. They slept on the streets until a flower field owner took them in. They live in a mud brick room and tend the fields. They survive by selling leftover flowers. Niu is gentle and wise for her age. We talk until late into the night. My heart aches for them. Compared to what they have been through, what right do I have to feel sorry for myself? I take down their contact information. I want to help however I can. Back home, Faye is sitting on the couch looking crushed. She quit her job. She could not take the unspoken rules her boss was pushing on her. I show her a photo of Niu. I tell her their story. Something moves in Faye. She wants to help too. Then Jason calls. "Evan, where are you? Get to the Jingyu Fitness Club right now. I'm here with Uncle Jake. Whatever it is, just come." He adds with a grin. "That's my big brother Jake." I say, "You just got yourself a free title." The call ends in laughter. I head to the fitness club. In the lounge, Uncle Jake is smoking in silence. The group from the bar the other night are scattered around talking. Uncle Jake stubs out his cigarette and turns on me. "You got set up and you didn't tell me? How many times have I told you? Call me when something happens." I do not argue. My face burns a little. Ivy steps in. "Jake, ease up. Evan didn't want to be a burden." Uncle Jake drops it. He makes a call. "Come on up." A man walks in shortly after. Jason's eyebrows shoot up. "What are you doing here?" "Don't be angry. I didn't expect it to blow up like this." The man gives an awkward apologetic smile. I look up. It is the supplier. He spots me and rushes over. "Director Chen, I am so sorry. I had no idea that one envelope would cause all of this." "Skip the apologies," Uncle Jake says flatly. "Let's fix it. Walk us through it." The supplier pulls out a USB drive and sets it on the table. WeChat records, chat logs, video, all on here. Jason brings over a laptop. I lean in, curious about what is on the drive. I open it, and I am completely stunned. I had no idea this was even possible. The first file is a 2-minute video. The supplier speaks directly to the camera. One day before the delivery, someone added me on WeChat and told me to bring 10,000 yuan as a kickback to Director Chen. If I refused, they would return the entire order. I assumed it was Director Chen using a different account, so I went along with it. Then he was fired, and I realized he had been set up. The WeChat account has since blocked me, but I have the screenshots. The video cuts to the chat screenshots. The last one shows the block confirmation. Jason points at the screen. That profile picture is Wade Cao's. He was framing you, Evan. Wade Cao cannot talk his way out of this one. You can go back to Katie whenever you want. I look at Uncle Jake. I know he put all of this together, but something in me has gone quiet. I don't want to go back. I'm not built for that kind of environment. All the scheming and backstabbing. I can find work anywhere. It's not fear. Uncle Jake's jaw tightens. You're backing down. The world doesn't feel sorry for the weak. You fall. You get up in the exact same spot. I shake my head. We see the world differently. Don't push your way of living onto me. I just want an ordinary life. I don't need to be anything great. Uncle Jake grabs the ashtray like he is about to throw it at me. Ivy and the others grab him fast. Evan, stop. Your uncle is going to blow. Ivy pulls me aside. Come on, let me take you to lunch. You haven't eaten, have you? Jason waves us off. Go, go, we won't be able to hold him much longer. Ivy drags me to a small restaurant nearby. After we eat, when we are saying goodbye, she asks if I really mean it about not going back to Katie. Not for now, Jason calls shortly after. All the evidence is ready. What are you afraid of? It's not fear. I just don't like that world. He goes serious. So you're fine being misunderstood? You're fine with Sophia thinking you took that money? The fact is, you had 10,000 yuan in your hands. You say you were going to hand it in. Who believes that? Sophia didn't argue, not because she doesn't care about 10,000 yuan. You have no idea what she actually thinks. That stops me. I had never looked at it that way. He keeps going. My sister has it hard. Shareholders everywhere. Marcus coming at her from every angle. She needs people she can actually trust. Think about it. I'm waiting on your word. Wade has to go. He is a direct threat to her. I don't respond right away. I just say I need a few days. I want to figure out what kind of life I actually want. That evening, Faye and I take flyers printed with photos of Niu and her grandmother and go find them. We talk it through. Selling flowers can only do so much. The real goal is finding her parents. Faye crouches down and hands Niu a stack of flyers. Niu, tonight we give out flowers for free. All we ask is that people look at this flyer, take a photo and share it. And we'll take some photos of you too. Understand? Niu nods hard. After a full evening of effort, the results are visible. Strangers share the flyers on their own. They film Niu and her grandmother and post the videos online. Many people offer to donate money for Niu on the spot. Since the grandmother does not have a smartphone, Faye collects 3,000 yuan on her behalf and hands it over at the end of the night. We imagine the moment Niu finds her parents. Instead, what comes next hits like a thunderclap. A local lifestyle social media account publishes a piece. It flatly accuses Faye of bribing Niu and the grandmother to run a scam. Because Faye was the one handling the donations, the video clearly shows her face. I was standing at the edge of the frame, just a blurry outline. She becomes the target. People start digging up her identity online. They expose her name and work history. All I can do is stay beside Faye and keep telling her it will be okay. Faye presses her face into my shoulder, voice breaking. Evan, what is wrong with this world? Why is it so hard to just do something good? It's okay, I tell her. Let's go check on Niu and her grandmother. I want to make sure they're all right. The truth will come out. But the moment we step outside, we are hunted. People shout insults at us. Some get physical. I take the hits to shield Faye and end up with blood in my mouth. Faye breaks down completely. I'm done, she says through tears. Can we just go home? We never make it to Niu. We both turn our phones off, as if that could make us disappear. We try everything we can think of. We write clarification posts. We call the local newspaper. We reach out to advertising hotlines. Nothing works. We sit on the couch in silence, defeated. Then a group of online journalists shows up with cameras. After they interview us, Faye and I hope they will help set the record straight. Instead, what follows is even worse. Around 3 in the afternoon, another account posts something we cannot process. There is a video. It shows the woman interviewing us, but the entire audio has been replaced with voiceover. Our faces are lightly blurred. Viewers can see our mouths moving, but every word coming out is fabricated. The voiceover has us admitting we used Niu's story to run a scam. We supposedly admit that we knew the grandmother had no smartphone, so we deliberately staged everything to collect donations through Faye's own payment code. At the end, we are made to sound like we are begging the public for forgiveness. And then there is a second video in the same post. Footage of the journalist interviewing Niu and her grandmother. They have no idea what is being said about any of this. They stand in front of the camera and pour out genuine gratitude for me and Faye. Even through the screen I can see it. The grandmother and Niu are truly deeply happy. Every word of thanks is real. The two videos placed side by side create the worst possible contrast. The anger of the audience is immediate. Shares keep climbing. The entire piece frames it as Faye and me secretly exploiting Niu and her grandmother's story for personal gain. What hits hardest is the scale. The account has over 300,000 followers. In just over an hour, 100,000 views, 100,000 shares. The comments are vile. Faye's tears fall without stopping. She sits beside me, hollow. Evan, Can you tell me what is wrong with this world? Why are they doing this to us? What did we even do wrong? I have no answer. I pull her close and hold her. Wait, just wait, it will get better. Faye says softly, I'm tired. I just want to sleep for a bit. I watch her walk into her room. Her back looks so alone. Ivy calls to check on me, says Uncle Jake is already looking into it. The account called Local Matters is being run by someone right here in Yangming City. They use Niunu's story to chase clicks and grow their following. What no one expected, what none of us could have imagined, is that Faye ends her pain in the most final way possible. By the time the police break down the door, I find a letter in Faye's room. I reach for it, but the police seal it in an evidence bag before I can read it. I am taken to a separate room as a person of interest. I tell them everything, from the day I met Faye to everything that led to this moment. 2 hours pass without my noticing. During that time, one of the officers gives me his entire pack of cigarettes. Someone brings me a bottle of water. When I get to explaining why Faye jumped, I break down more than once. The female officer taking the statement has tears running down her face. I am not trying to make it dramatic. This is just what happened. The officer, Officer Chin Mu, slides the completed statement across to me. Her voice catches. Take a look. If everything is accurate, sign at the bottom. I do not read it carefully. I just sign. Then I look the officer in the eye. The account called Local Matters drove Faye to this. The people running it bear direct responsibility. Please, clear her name. Officer Chin nods. Then she takes out her own phone and holds it out to me. We cannot release the original letter to you yet, but I photographed it, so you can read it. I take the phone. I read, and I learned for the first time how much Faye had already lost before any of this. Her father left for another woman. Her mother could not go on and passed away. At 16, Faye was completely alone in the world. By the time I finish reading, I cannot speak. I put my face down on the desk and cry without stopping. The phone slips from my hand and hits the floor. I do not even notice. Officer Chin picks it up and puts a hand on my shoulder. I promise you, I will find the people running both of those accounts. I will get her justice. I snap. Justice? What does that word even mean right now? She's gone. Where was justice when she needed it? I catch myself. I go quiet. Then I look at Officer Chin. I want to see Faye. Where is she? Trust me, she would not want you to see her like that. Let her stay beautiful in your memory. She shifts forward. Let's go do something instead. You said a journalist came to your place today. I can help you find the person behind the account. With a few keystrokes, she pulls it up. The registered name on the account is Drake Zhu, the same person who came to interview me and Faye. Officer Chin keeps digging. She traces Local Matters to an advertising company. The registered legal representative of that company is a woman named Irene. We run Irene through the police database. The face that comes up on the screen is the woman who came to our apartment today. If I had not held myself back right then, I would have put my fist through the monitor. Officer Chin makes a call. After confirming their license plate and current location, I pass everything to Uncle Jake. Then Officer Chin and I head there ourselves. I did not expect Officer Chin to do any of this. She says Faye was a genuinely kind person, and she cannot stand the thought of her being remembered as something she was not. On the way there, Officer Chin says to me, when we get there, hold me back if you need to. I'm a little worried about what I might do. That surprises me more than I can say. Half an hour later, we find Irene's car outside a bar called Starlight. We are still looking for parking when Irene and Drake Zhu walk out. My first instinct is to grab Officer Chin's arm. Stop the car. They're right there. Officer Chin is calmer than I am. Why are we stopping? Drive straight up and block them. You afraid they'll run? Officer Chin floors it toward their car. Then 2 blinding beams of light hit us head on. Full high beams, the kind that make it impossible to see. Then the roar of an engine. Then a sharp hard brake. A scream. Then the blinding car tears past us and vanishes. The whole thing takes 10 seconds. When our eyes adjust, Irene and Drake Zhu are gone. Officer Chin and I both freeze. 2 people, vanished. Officer Chin slams into reverse to go after the car that just flew past us. By the time she turns around, there are not even taillights to chase. We get out of the car and find 2 bodies on the ground. Drake Zhu is on the ground near the curb, barely conscious. Irene is completely unconscious. The whole thing was witnessed by bystanders, and the driver just sped off. I never imagined Uncle Jake would do it like this. The shock hits me hard, but I know one thing. This does not balance out what happened to Faye. Nothing does. Then Officer Chin turns to me and asks to see my phone. She thinks I arranged this. I press my hand over my pocket. You don't have the right to search my personal belongings. A phone is private. We are still arguing when a familiar voice cuts through. Both Officer Chin and I turn at the same moment. Sophia is standing there with several people. She speaks to Officer Chin with careful politeness. I'm Sophia Lee, General Manager of Katy International Hotel. Evan is one of our people. I need to bring him back to the company. There are matters that require his attention. Officer Chin squares her shoulders. He is currently a person of interest. He comes back to the station with me. Sophia's mouth curves slightly. Can a person of interest just be removed from custody at will? And who exactly are you? Officer Chin realizes immediately that Sophia is pushing back on purpose. She shifts her tone. I am acting under orders from my superiors. You can verify my credentials. I am a police officer. Sophia does not blink. What right does a police officer have to detain a citizen without due process? Citizens have rights. I suggest you speak with our company's legal counsel first. Officer Chin cannot find a response. This is the first time I have seen Sophia like this. Jason had said once that his sister never lets her emotions show, that she runs deep. Today I understand what he meant. Next to Sophia, Officer Chin looks young. She has heart, genuine fearless heart, but no armor. Sophia glances at me. Evan, come with me for now. Any issues, the company's lawyers will handle it. Officer Chin calls after me. Evan, I know I can't stop you, but can you promise me something? If we need you in the next day or two, can you come in and cooperate with the investigation? We won't take much of your time. Keeping you close was also for your own protection. She is right. From the moment I walked into that station, Officer Chin has treated me decently, including using her own methods to track down Drake Zhu and Irene. I look at her and nod. You have my word. Call me whenever you need me. I'll come in immediately. Once I get in the car, I realize Jason is behind the wheel. Ruby is in the passenger seat. Sophia and I take the back. Jason turns around the moment I close the door, eyes bright with excitement. Evan, bet you didn't see that coming. That was all Uncle Jake. Even I didn't expect him to move that clean. I was still trying to figure out how to beat them up myself. I say, yeah, didn't see it coming. Drive. Sophia turns to Jason. Drop us off. I need to talk to Evan alone. Inside a luxury suite at the hotel, it is just the two of us in a large, quiet room. Sophia sets a glass of water in front of me. Drink first. I've heard everything that's happened these past few days. I'm going to use every connection I have to clear your name. I stare out the window. It doesn't matter anymore. Even if everyone realizes they were wrong, it's already too late for Faye. I let out a hollow, bitter laugh. I've stopped caring about a lot of things. What does it matter if people misunderstand me? Sophia looks at me. Evan, don't do this. I know how much pain you're in right now. If it were me, I would be devastated too. But please, hold on. I don't know how to say the right thing right now. But whatever happens, I'm here. I look at her. Why do you keep helping me? We barely know each other. Sophia shakes her head. I don't know either. Maybe it's because something about you feels familiar. She moves toward the door. Rest here tonight. I have an early meeting tomorrow. Get some sleep. I watch Sophia leave. I take out my phone and delete a few messages between me and Uncle Jake. Then I lie down and try to sleep. But sleep will not come. I decide to just go home. When I get there, Faye's door has been sealed with police tape. I find a bag of rice in the kitchen, pour some into a bowl, stick 3 cigarettes in it, and leave it outside her door. Late that night, Officer Chin calls. Drake Zhu filed a report. He suspects you arranged the accident. I need you to come in. I laugh. I was in your car when it happened. You were driving. What exactly is there to investigate? Officer Chin snaps back. I suspect you're involved. You said you'd come in any time. Do you walk in on your own or do we come pick you up? Back at the station, Officer Chin is in the duty room with a coffee. 2 officers from the North District Station are with her. These 2 need to ask you a few questions. No formal statement this time. One of the officers speaks. Drake Zhu says you threatened him. I keep it straight-faced. Heaven sees all. Too bad the car didn't finish the job. That's not illegal, is it? I then lay out the whole story. How Drake Zhu and Irene's malicious coverage drove Faye to jump. Then I add lightly, maybe it was Faye's spirit settling the score. Officer Chin cuts in. I can verify his whereabouts. He was in my car when it happened. I was moved by what they went through, and took him to North District for fish on my own initiative. We happened to run into Drake Zhu and the others. No ghost, just coincidence. The officer nods slowly. You had motive. We're not ruling out the possibility that you directed someone else. We may need further cooperation. Fine, call me anytime. Afterward, I take Officer Chin out for a late-night meal. We talk for a long time. She is genuinely decent. She clearly suspects me, and she helped me anyway. After we eat, Officer Chin arranges for me to stay at the police guest house. The next morning, Officer Chin hammers on my door and wakes me up. Last night we released Faye's letter online. The Times has picked it up. Provincial and City TV are covering it. Get ready for the press. Niu and her grandmother are here too. They are both heartbroken. When they see me, they cry without stopping. Then the grandmother gets down on her knees in front of the cameras, ID card in hand, and tells the whole story of everything Faye and I did for them. The truth finally comes out. With no way to reach Faye's father or any family, the police help arrange her funeral. Her ashes were going to stay at the crematorium. I cannot afford a burial plot. In the end, Niu's grandmother takes Faye's ashes back to the family ancestral site in her hometown and buries her there, adopting her as a granddaughter. 3 days later, Officer Chin asks to meet. She tells me Irene did not make it. She is dead. Then she asks again if I had anything to do with it. I keep my face steady. Is this how you run investigations? Talk people into confessing? She does not react, just looks at me. Tell the driver to lay low for a while. We've pulled the vehicle's route. Keep following the trail and we'll find whoever it is. She gets up and leaves. I go back and forth over whether to warn Uncle Jake to disappear, but I am afraid Officer Chin is baiting me. After a long internal debate, I decide to go to the fitness club and tell him in person. I tell him Irene died at the hospital. He does not flinch. I lower my voice and tell him to get out of town for a few days. Uncle Jake says nothing. I press him. I'm already under suspicion. The police might trace it back to you. He lights a cigarette and sits in the lounge with his head down. I can tell even he is shaken. Someone died. He finally asks, how did they connect you? I called you to pass along their location. Officer Chin found the call. She suspects I tipped someone off. She tried to check my phone that same night. Lucky Sophia showed up when she did. Today, Officer Chin came to me, told me Irene was dead, and said to pass along a message. Tell the driver to hide. They've already pulled the vehicle's route from surveillance. Uncle Jake looks up at me, something confused in his eyes. She doesn't know it's you. She's just telling me to pass the word along. Uncle Jake finishes his cigarette and stands. Don't worry about it. Worst case, it's a hit and run. That doesn't carry the death penalty. And they may never find me anyway. I call him on it. You know they'll eventually get to you, don't you? He glances at me. Stop overthinking it. Just find yourself something steady. Earn more money for your father's treatment. I wired 5,000 home 2 days ago. If something happens to me, the weight of this family falls entirely on you. Watching his back as he tries to seem unbothered, something rises in my chest that I have to fight down. Life has never been gentle with anyone, but we still clench our teeth and push through. Uncle Jake says, hold it together, act like a man, getting teary-eyed over nothing. What's the point? The car I used had fake plates. I had a mask on. Depends entirely on whether that little officer, Chinmu, decides to dig further. Right now she's the only one who can connect the dots back to you tipping someone off. How likely do you think she is to follow through? I don't know. I light a cigarette. I take a slow drag. I haven't known her long, but she has a strong sense of right and wrong. She says what she thinks. Uncle Jake goes quiet for a moment. Then he gets up. Go on. And call your parents when you can. His voice is easy and calm, but to me it sounds like a man putting his affairs in order. That same day, Officer Chin calls. They have found Nyunyu's father. The bad news, he is refusing to acknowledge Nyunyu as his daughter. Nyunyu's mother is still missing. We've asked everyone to come in. I'm worried things might get messy. Come if you can. You deserve to be there more than anyone. Half an hour later, I arrive at the station. A red luxury car is parked outside. Officer Chin nods at it. That's Damien's car, Nyunyu's father. I stare at it. How does a man who drives something like that let his daughter live like that? It's complicated. The commissioner is working on him now. Officer Chin adds, the officers picking up Nyunyu and her grandmother are almost here. Let's wait in the director's office. What happens next, none of us expect. When Nyunyu and her grandmother arrive, Damien is ice cold. The grandmother looks at him. Where is Lana? Where is my daughter? Damien lets out a quiet sigh. Auntie, Lana and I divorced 3 years ago. Did you not know? The old woman goes completely still. Everyone in the room does. Damien continues, face unreadable. We agreed to the divorce 3 years ago. Lana took custody of Nyunyu. He places the divorce certificate on the table. After that, we had no contact. I assumed she was doing well, with you and Nyunyu. He pulls a tissue and dabs at his eye. The grandmother sits there in a daze. How can this be? She keeps repeating it. Where did Lana go? 3 years. Not one word. Damien takes Nyunyu with him when he leaves. The grandmother follows shortly after. At noon, Sophia reaches out and asks me to lunch. She says she wants to talk about her brother. Sophia pours the wine. She asks almost casually, Jake Chen is family to you, right? You call him Uncle Jake. My grandfather's adopted son, I say. She looks at me. Do you know what he actually does day to day? Something tells me she already knows more than she is letting on. I think back to the night of the accident, how she and Jason just happened to show up. Was that really a coincidence? I exhale and look at her. Just say what you want to say. It's nothing much, I just want to understand Jake better. Sophia gives a light smile. Jason and I lost both parents early. I haven't given him enough attention. He's been spending a lot of time with Jake lately. I want to get a sense of who Jake really is. I take a moment before answering. Don't worry, Jake is a good person. Just a bit rough around the edges. Sophia raises her glass and clinks it against mine. Casual again. Has Jake ever been to prison? What for? Was it anything to do with hitting someone with a car? That sentence hits the exact nerve she is aiming for. I hold her gaze. She holds mine without flinching. Her eyes are pressing me to confess. I reach for a cigarette and take my time lighting it, just to breathe. Yes, he has been inside. More than once. He was a regular at the station back in school. A few years ago, he got 6 months for fighting. Never heard of him going in for a car accident. Sophia smoothly changes the subject. Try the fish. It's really good here. She pauses, then adds, Jason is my only family. I don't want him getting into trouble. Can you say something to Jake? Ask him not to bring Jason along when he does things. I look down. I understand. I do not want to look at her face right now. That face, beautiful as it is, feels unfamiliar to me in this moment. Evan, you still haven't found work, have you? Do you want to come back to Katie? No need. I cut her off. After everything with Faye, the landlord took the apartment back. I need to find somewhere to stay first, then look for work nearby. The whole meal feels heavy. Afterward, I turn down the offer of a car and call Uncle Jake. I ask how many people knew about the accident that night, and why Jason and Sophia happened to be in the area. Uncle Jake is reluctant at first. I push until he tells me the truth. When I called him that night, he was training with Jason. When he left to handle things, Jason followed him in his car without him knowing. By the time they reached North District, Jason lost him. While driving around looking, he stumbled onto the accident scene. Sophia had come to pick Jason up for dinner and saw it too. She must have pieced it together long ago. She just never said anything. I realize Sophia knows. But she is not Officer Chin. She does not have that burning need to make things right through the system. She just does not want Jake pulling Jason into things he should not be part of. So I am not worried she will report anything. That afternoon, with Leo's help, I move into a room above a bar in Gwandu Old Town. There is a small courtyard, out back. A winding staircase leads up from the bar's back door. The landlord goes by Old Joe. The bar downstairs is his too, but barely getting by. I have just showered and about to rest when an unknown number calls. Police. They want me to come in again. Still about the accident. At the North District Station, an officer pulls out Drake Zhu's report. You made threatening remarks to Drake Zhu at the scene. I admit it without hesitation. He maliciously defamed me and Faye. The accident was just physical damage. He destroyed our reputations. He damaged something deeper than the body. Saying something harsh to him was the least I could do. How soon after the accident did you reach the scene? 1 minute? 2? Hard to say. I heard commotion and went to look. Where were you before the incident? In Officer Chin's car. We were looking for parking nearby. Why were you in that area? After Faye jumped, Officer Chin said I shouldn't see the body. She took me out for barbecue to take my mind off things. So at the time of the incident, you were with Officer Chin. She was driving, you were in the car. That's right. The officer murmurs something to a colleague, then stands. Thank you for your cooperation. Stay in contact. I walk out of the station. I do not leave right away. Something tells me Officer Chin will show up. Half an hour later, sure enough, her car pulls in. I step into the shadows. Then I look up and realize cameras are covering the entire area. My stomach drops. My mind goes blank. Do I step out and face Officer Chin, or stay hidden? A few seconds pass. I decide to stay out of sight. If I walk up to her now, the officers inside will assume we coordinated our stories. And if they pull the footage, they will see I never actually left. I watch Officer Chin walk through the door. I pray she does not say the wrong thing. My heart is hammering. If our stories about why we were in North District do not line up, everything falls apart. I even think about running, but there is nowhere to go. 40 minutes later, Officer Chin comes out. My phone rings immediately. I go first. I saw you. I was in the parking area. You didn't leave. I figured they'd call you in too, so I waited. You've got a guilty conscience. What do I have to feel guilty about? I was just curious. Stop talking. Wait at the next corner. I'll come pick you up. She hangs up. I am guilty, but I refuse to show it in front of her. On the way to the corner, I grab 2 cans of cola, something to redirect her attention. A few minutes later, Officer Chin pulls up. I breathe in deep. I get in. I hand her a can. I know you prefer cola, right? Officer Chin rolls her eyes. She takes it. You needed to psych yourself up just to get in my car. That's what a guilty conscience looks like. I have no comeback. A detective's instincts really are something else. Fine. You caught me. I play it steady. Girls who are too perceptive cause problems. I read a story the other day. A man had lipstick on his collar. Wife made him kneel on a keyboard. Turns out it was from the bus. Completely innocent. Life is cruel. She is not amused. Stop changing the subject. Why are you nervous? I'm not. Officer Chin is impossible to fool. She lets out a cold laugh. When they took my statement, they asked why I went to North District. They asked you the same thing, didn't they? What did you tell them? I asked too fast. She raises an eyebrow. And you're not nervous? You made a 3-minute call to a number ending in 4400. I found it. You investigated me? She raises her voice. Obviously. How else am I supposed to cover myself? You think just because you deny it, I know nothing? That's Uncle Jake's number. Something terrible happened. Of course I called him. I raise my voice to cover the nerves. Officer Chin gives me a contemptuous look. If I actually wanted to nail you, I would have verified the registered owner already. They asked why I went to North District. I said food. I told them I suggested it. Did they ask what you ate? Yes. I said I couldn't remember exactly what. Just that the food there is good. I let out a breath. Lucky I said barbecue to take my mind off things. Officer Chin smiles, satisfied. So that's an admission. Don't try to trap me. Her smile gets wider. Evan, stop lying to me. Yes, I'm a police officer, but my sense of justice is built on morality, not law. Drake Zhu and Irene got what they deserved. Built their success on other people's suffering. Alive, they would have hurt more people. I have to rethink everything I thought I knew about Officer Chin. Her words genuinely move me. Then she shifts. I may need your help soon. I've been looking into Damien and the missing Lana. A lot doesn't add up. The divorce, the disappearance, all of it is suspicious. Damien's current wife, Diana, is Katie's chief financial officer. You know Katie's general manager. Can you look into her from the inside? Work history, marriage background? If it's too much trouble, forget I asked. No, I'll do it. Wait for my message. It shouldn't be hard. With the accident still unresolved, I am not in any state to job hunt. Whenever old Joe needs an extra hand at the bar, I help out and pocket a little spending money. The next day I reach out to Sophia and ask her to meet. I plan to bring up Diana. You know about Niu, right? Her biological father, Damien. He's Diana's current husband. Sophia frowns. What does that have to do with Niu? 3 years ago, Damien and his wife Lana came to Yangming City for work. After the divorce was finalized, Lana disappeared. Damien says she ran off with a wealthy man and only wanted Niu. Sophia's brow furrows. You're saying Lana had already decided to leave, used a property transaction as a pretext to finalize the divorce, then vanished? I blink. Sophia heard something I had not even said. Women really do pick up on things. Something like that, I say, pouring my coffee. Damien disappears for 3 years and shows back up driving a luxury car. His rise has to be connected to Diana. She's your company's CFO. Doesn't that feel suspicious? We can't jump to conclusions about abuse of power. That's too hasty. We won't know until we look. I keep my voice steady. My reasons for looking into them go beyond Diana. Lana has been missing for 3 years. What mother goes 3 years without contacting her daughter and her own mother? Niu's story was everywhere online recently. There's no way she missed it, if she's alive. Sophia sips her wine. I understand what you're saying. How do you want me to help? She looks at me. Evan, I know what you're thinking. She says it without fuss. The company is in a messy state right now. Marcus and I keep up appearances, but we're completely at odds. The power struggle is real. My father didn't leave the company to me just out of guilt. Marcus has serious character problems. He keeps a mistress. He gambles. The shareholders know. Lately complaints have been climbing. Supply quality is falling. Marcus handles procurement. Diana controls finance. You want to look into Diana? I support it. I need the financial records from the past few months. Every transaction. I'll send them to you privately. Every major expenditure goes through Diana. Finance keeps records on everything. They're just spread across different departments. Give me 3 months then. I pause. I take a sip of coffee. Honestly, I think Damien killed Niu's mother. Sophia gives a small nod. Look into it. I'm with you. She adds, you actually did a solid job with the security department before. The team's image improved noticeably. It's a shame you left the way you did. Jason told you the same thing, I'm sure. I shake my head with a thin smile. That kind of environment isn't for me. Every workplace is like that, she says. It just depends on how you choose to see it. She makes her point. There is no conflict-free team. Wherever people interact, friction follows, and pressure always finds a way out. We talk for a long time. She has a sharp, distinctive way of looking at things, especially when it comes to running a company. The fact that she holds the shareholders' confidence has nothing to do with who her father was. The next morning, Sophia sends an email. Inside are 3 months of Katie's financial records. Total transactions approaching 200 million yuan. Monthly net profit around 30 million. Daily revenue over 1 million. She follows up with a separate message. This cannot be shared widely. You understand. If this gets out, I'm in trouble. I contact Officer Chin. I have 3 months of Katie's financial records. Every transaction confirmed by Diana. Useful? This is incredible. Send it now. I'll look immediately. Officer Chin's excitement comes through clearly. Wait. These records are for your eyes only. If this gets around, whoever provided it will be exposed. She helped because she cares about Niu. We can't do that to her. Understood. I know how to handle it. Let's meet at lunch. We'll go through it together. I hang up. I forward the email. Officer Chin operates above and beyond what her badge requires. She does not follow the rulebook, but she never crosses a moral line. I trust her. At lunch, she tells me she found something in the records. Every month, tens of millions of yuan going toward alcohol, cigarettes, and other consumables. Officer Chin pauses for effect. Guess what else I found? What? Katie's alcohol and cigarette supplier, same company, every time. The person behind it is Damien. I instantly understand why he came after me. But Officer Chin is not done. She opens her notebook. Damien has several companies registered under his name. All of them flagged with complaints and reports. One of his alcohol and tobacco companies was shut down 2 years ago. Katie was still buying from them at the time. Tell Sophia this. She'll want to know. I'm not sure how to bring it up. You can't even take a chance to impress her. Officer Chin rolls her eyes. I'm going to keep digging. Damien's first company was registered 3.5 years ago. He was still married to Lana at the time. Even though I had braced myself, what Officer Chin is laying out still hits me hard. Maybe it is because the word love has been dragged through the mud. In my mind, love means going through everything together and never walking away. Evan, I know you don't want to accept what this is pointing to, but facts need to be faced. Officer Chin sighs. I've given up on finding Lana. I'm going all in on Damien. Once I have solid evidence, there's nowhere for him to hide. Poor Niu though. I ask quietly, is there anything else you need from me? Not yet. I'll reach out when I do. She adds, tell Sophia what I found. She should know what she's dealing with, and it doesn't hurt to do someone a favor. I call Sophia afterward and tell her about Diana's abuse of her position. Sophia is surprisingly calm. She only asks if there is more evidence to be found. I am about to call Officer Chin when Jason's name flashes on my screen. He sounds furious. Evan, what are you doing? Get over here. I'm going to kill someone today. Who set you off? Come on, we're going to fight someone. If anything goes wrong, I take the blame. I'm sending you my location. Grab a cab. I try to talk him out of it. Nothing works. I rush over. When I arrive, a few guys around Jason's age are already waiting. He hands me a steel pipe. Those guys are inside the bar. They're waiting for someone. Once they get here, we go in and we don't hold back. This thing won't kill anyone. I weigh the pipe in my hand. It's light. Barely enough to do damage. Jason, what is actually going on? Can this not be resolved some other way? He is firm. We're doing this. I cannot push anymore. A few minutes later, the target arrives. The 6 of us walk into the bar together. It is 8 or 9 at night in the university district. The bar is packed. The moment we walk in, every head turns. A table in the corner, 4 guys, 3 girls, gets to their feet. That's them. Go! Jason charges in first, shouting. We follow with the pipes. The fight is one-sided from the start. The outcome is just as predictable. Local officers show up and haul us all away. We sit handcuffed in a row in the interrogation room. Jason had sworn he would take the fall if anything went wrong. But in this moment, Jason has completely lost his nerve. After a brief assessment, the officer announces a 500 yuan fine per person. Someone comes to collect you. Next time it's detention. Jason speaks up fast. Officer, we know we were wrong. I'll pay everyone's fine. Please, don't call our families. My parents are both gone. The officer gives him a look. How can you say something like that about your own parents? Show some respect. I'm not lying. Check if you want. The officer checks. Both parents are indeed deceased. Their household registrations have been cancelled. With no other option, I call Leo. I have barely made it home when Sophia arrives, fury written all over her face. This is the first time I have seen her like this. What exactly do you think you're doing? Did I not warn you? Do not drag Jason down a bad path? I stare at her, completely lost. She pins me with her eyes. Why aren't you saying anything? Why did you take Jason into a fight and get yourselves arrested? Can you honestly deny that happened? I am about to push back when Jason rushes over and steps in front of me. Sis, don't do this. This is between men. Stay out of it. Standing up for your friend is the right thing. If you're going to blame anyone, blame me. Sophia's face goes iron gray with anger. The air in the room is unbearable. Sophia is burning. Jason stands there like he could not care less. I'm sorry, I say. I acted without thinking. I shouldn't have brought Jason along. I apologize. It won't happen again. Jason looks at me with something close to awe and just says my name. Evan. Then Sophia's voice rises. I'm asking you and everyone around you to stay away from my brother. You are not fit to be his friend. She grabs Jason by the arm and warns him not to see us again. Jason shakes her off. Sis, you've gone too far. How can you say that about him? I can see where this is heading. If they keep going, Jason will blurt out everything. I step in quickly. Jason, don't fight with your sister. Listen to her. Go home. Evan, I raise my hand. Go. 2 days later, Officer Chin delivers a second round of investigation findings. I am stunned. She has tracked down every company registered under Damien's name, including ones registered under relatives. All shell companies, every one of them dealing in hotel supplies. With Diana's help, Damien has been selling cheap goods to Katie at inflated prices. Each company runs one transaction, takes the money and vanishes. By the time Katie realizes the quality is wrong, there's no one left to find. They are forced to reorder at full price, and his next shell company is already ready to do it all again. You owe me a meal, don't you? Officer Chin looks at me with satisfaction. Take this to Sophia. She'll owe you one. What do you want to eat? Skip the meal. Help me with something in a few days. Officer Chin smiles, sly and quick. My parents keep pushing me to find a boyfriend. Play the part for one dinner. My mom is easygoing. My dad is a bit serious. Don't stress. I pull a face. It is pressure, but it is just dinner with someone's parents. I agree reluctantly. That evening, I print and organize all of Officer Chin's findings on Damien and Diana's scheme and send them to Sophia. I am not looking for thanks. I just hope she will go easy on Uncle Jake. We have not spoken since she yelled at me. Only Jason has reached out. A few sincere messages. I send Sophia the files. No reply. I lie on my bed smoking, nothing in my head but worry about Uncle Jake. The cigarette is almost done when my mother calls. She rarely calls me first. She worries about the phone bill. Mom, what's going on? She tries to sound light. Things going okay at work? Pretty good. Busy is better. More money. Don't wear yourself out. Stay safe. She pauses. Your father has dialysis tomorrow. I sold the hen. If you want eggs, buy them yourself. Pick the clear ones. Those are the fresh ones. Something tightens in my chest. Mom, I got a bonus a few days ago. They gave me an outstanding employee award, 2,000 yuan. I make up the excuse without hesitation. I'll transfer it tomorrow, and I'll come see you and Dad at the end of the month when I get paid. She starts crying as she talks, says she is sorry for holding me back, that I deserve better. My chest gets heavier. Afterward, I head to the fitness club to find Uncle Jake and mooch a meal. Jason is there every day now. He is looking stronger and stronger. When he sees me, he insists on taking everyone to a bar. Ivy says bars are too loud and suggests roadside barbecue and beers instead. At the night market stall, 7 or 8 of us order 2 cases of beer. We are halfway through eating when more than 20 people with clubs and bats close in around us. Leading them is the guy from the university bar fight. Everyone else, step aside. I'm here for him. He points at Jason. Every eye at our table goes to Uncle Jake. Jason stands up. Trying to scare me with numbers? Come at me one-on-one. The guy laughs. That's exactly the point. Numbers win. Anyone who wants to get involved better think twice. Uncle Jake stands slowly. Take a step back. Whatever this is, let's settle it with drinks. Sound good? The guy walks up to the table. He pours a glass of beer. He smirks at Jason. Kneel down and drink this. Then we're done. Jason explodes with curses. He throws the beer straight in the guy's face. Jason grabs a bottle to follow up. Their side raises their clubs. The fight is a breath away. Then Jason falters. He cannot bring himself to move. The guy, Tate Duan, gets even more pleased with himself. He tilts his head forward and taps it. Come on then. Hit me right here. I've been planning this for a long time. I'll show the video to Chloe tomorrow. Let her see how pathetic you really are. You think you can compete with me for a woman? You? This is just the first move. Your sister's days as chairwoman at Katie are numbered. You kneel and beg me right now. Maybe I'll tell my father to keep backing her. Laughter ripples through the crowd around them. Jason's face has gone gray. His hands are shaking. Our side has 5 men, and I am useless in a fight. Jason has frozen again. That leaves Uncle Jake and 2 others, against more than 20. The moment Sophia is brought into it, Jason breaks. Fine, I'll kneel. His legs begin to give. Uncle Jake's left hand shoots out and grabs his shoulder. His right hand snatches a beer bottle and brings it straight down on Tate Duan's head. I thought age might have slowed him down. He is more fearless than ever. The moment the bottle shatters, he explodes forward. One kick sends Tate Duan flying 3 meters back. They're 20 plus close in with clubs. At first, the numbers give them confidence, but the moment the first one breaks and runs from Uncle Jake, the whole group collapses. They scatter in every direction. I am standing there with my mouth open. Ivy and the 2 female coaches never stepped in, Not to fight and not to stop it. They only hand out napkins once the other side is gone. Jason's face is caught between relief and dread. Tate Dwan is the son of a Katie shareholder. Jason had been willing to kneel because he was afraid of what this would do to Sophia. A fight like this, we're going to get picked up. Uncle Jake, let's go. I'm staying to wait for the police. Jason steps forward. Jake, I take the blame for this. Ivy grabs Uncle Jake's arm. Jake, go, now. Everyone knows Uncle Jake cannot afford to walk into a police station right now. Uncle Jake puts a cigarette between his lips. It's fine. Jason and I stay. Everyone else go. Evan, you too, go. Don't give your parents something to worry about. He waves me off, impatient. Go. Ivy pulls me into a cab. We end up at Deacon Garden in Century City, a high-end residential complex, nothing like Spring Garden Apartments. At Ivy's standalone villa, I see the black car in the garage. Something about it feels like bad luck. Upstairs, Uncle Jake's things are everywhere. It is clear they have been living together for a while. Deep in the night, I wrap a scarf around my face, get in the black car, and drive straight to an abandoned bunker. I release the handbrake and give it a push. The car slides slowly into the water. The depth here is more than enough to swallow it whole. I get back at 3 in the morning. Ivy is still in the living room waiting. How'd it go? Anyone see you? She asks with real worry. I shake my head. Has Jake been in touch? You're worried about the accident too, aren't you? Ivy nods. I have a bad feeling. Like something is about to happen. After a sleepless, restless night, the next morning Ivy takes me to the station. She plans to claim family status and get Uncle Jake released. But the officer tells us Jason has already been bailed out by family, fine and compensation paid. Uncle Jake, however, has been taken in for questioning in connection with the car accident from 2 weeks ago. My stomach drops. Why have they suddenly connected the accident to Uncle Jake? I call Jason 3 times in a row, all 3 times, switched off. Ivy stands beside me. Jason said his only family is his sister. You know her. Call and find out what's happening. We can't just stand here. Her voice is calmer than before. Whatever it is, we face it, and we figure it out. I call Sophia. First call, no answer. Second call, Ruby picks up. Please stop calling Ms. Lee. She doesn't want to talk to you. I'm not trying to bother her. I just need to know about Jason. Why is he out when Uncle Jake has been pulled into something else? Before Ruby can say more, Sophia takes the phone. I warned you. Don't let Jake drag Jason into trouble. Since none of you listened, I handled it my own way. She hangs up. I curse at the dead phone. It changes nothing. Ivy grabs my arm. What happened? I tell her what I suspect, that Sophia reported Uncle Jake for the accident. This is serious. I dial a 3rd time while I talk. Sophia does not answer. Ivy says, I'll figure something out. She leaves on her own. Deep down, I already know the answer, but I hold on to a sliver of hope and decide to go to Katie and ask in person. I slip into Katie's staff elevator like I belong there. I push open Sophia's office door and go straight to her desk. I put my hand on it. Tell me, what did you say to them? Sophia's face is stone. I can live with a lot of things. What I cannot live with is Jason going down the wrong road. He is the only brother I have. The only thing my mother asked of me before she died was to take care of him. If something happens to him, I cannot face my parents in death, and I cannot face my own future. I feel the tears threatening to spill. And what about Uncle Jake? He stood up for Jason, took hits, and now he's been reported by someone who should be on his side. And it could cost him everything. Did you stop to think about him at all? Did he actually do anything wrong? Do you even know what happened? Didn't it hurt when you made that call? Sophia turns her gaze to somewhere far away. I don't want to know. All I want is for Jason to grow up in a decent environment. That's all. My tears break free. I raise my hand and point at her as I back toward the door. I hope knowing the truth doesn't keep you up at night. I turn and walk out. The pain inside me has no name. This hot, rain-soaked summer and autumn have drenched what little youth I had left. I think of Faye again. The road ahead is so long. How do I find the strength to keep going? Ivy calls. Her voice is urgent. Evan, send me your address, then turn your phone off. Don't contact anyone. As soon as I can get away, I'll come to you. And I'm bringing someone. Until then, do not let the authorities find you, especially the police. If they can't reach you, they can't take your statement. And whatever you do, do not say the wrong thing. I grip the phone. When are you coming? Who are you bringing? Should I switch off now? Ivy adds, our family's lawyer. Details later. Turn it off now. I am caught off guard. Ivy's background is clearly not what I assumed. When she arrives, she brings a middle-aged man in a gray suit carrying a briefcase. Ivy says, this is lawyer Joe Guofa. Just call him Uncle Joe. You can trust him completely. Uncle Joe, thank you for coming. We're practically family. No need for that. He sits down. I need to know everything, all of it, so we can prepare for whatever comes next. The night of the accident, did you call Jake? I nod. I told him where they would be. I only wanted him to rough them up. I didn't think he would. Before I can finish, lawyer Joe raises his hand. Slow down. The question is, did you call Jake that night, and what was said? Do you know how to answer that now? It lands. Did Jake actually drive that car into them? Did you see it with your own eyes? He presses. I shake my head. You didn't see it, and no one told you directly. So what basis do you have for assuming it was him? Being near a scene doesn't mean involvement. You don't actually know where Jake was that night. You two didn't meet up. Isn't that right, Evan? An accusation without evidence doesn't hold. Ivy adds from the side. Uncle Joe has been practicing for over 20 years. 99% win rate. With him here, Jake will be cleared. You just have to stay steady. I nod hard. I understand. I know what to say and what to leave out. We are halfway through dinner when the police come to the door. No need to guess what it is about. During the statement, the officer says, "I don't think I need to explain why you're here. Cooperate and it goes easier for you. Resist and it goes harder. Your associates have already talked. Think carefully. Everything I have to say I've already said in previous statements. Nothing to add. Don't be stubborn. I haven't done anything. I don't need leniency. I hold to exactly what Lawyer Joe told me. The officers get nothing useful. They tell me to keep my phone on. By the time I leave, it is dark. My mind is nothing but anxiety. If both Uncle Jake and I end up inside, who pays for my father's dialysis? The weight on my shoulders is cutting off my air." The next day, Jason, who has been unreachable for 2 days, suddenly appears in front of me. He drops to his knees and cries as he tries to explain. I pull him up. "I know who you are. This isn't really on you. Don't carry it. Evan, please forgive my sister. She is terrified for me. She's scared Jake would pull me the wrong way. What I didn't expect was her locking me up for 2 days. I just had a huge fight with her. Take me with you. I want to stay with you. I can't go back and face her." I put a hand on his shoulder. I ask him to arrange a meeting with Sophia, to get everything out in the open. In the living room of their home, Sophia is already there waiting. A fruit plate and coffee sit on the table. "Evan, sit wherever," Jason says. I take the seat across from Sophia. I say nothing and just look at her. She carries guilt on her face. "I'm sorry. Jason told me everything, the full story. I didn't know," Jason adds from the side. "Tate Dwan is the son of a major Katie shareholder. We both like Chloe. The bar fight the other time, that was about her too. His father threatened me, cause any more trouble, and he pulls his support. So Tate Dwan got bolder and bolder. He took Chloe from me, then showed up with 20 people to make me kneel. It was Jake who stood up for me. I owe him more than I can say." I let out a slow breath. Enough. Apologies don't fix what's already happened. I look at Sophia. What's done can't be undone. A formal report with your name on it is not a small thing. Jake was already under suspicion. If they convict him, that's intentional homicide with a hit and run on top. Something in my chest aches as I say it. Sophia's face has gone dark. She murmurs, barely audible, "I'm sorry." I light a cigarette. A life for a life. He could get the death penalty, suspended execution, life sentence. Either way, his life is over, and I'm not off the hook either. I'm not afraid of prison. But there are things I can't leave behind. My father's kidneys are failing. He needs dialysis 2 to 3 times a week. My mother was laid off. She sells roasted sweet potatoes to keep them going. I came to Yangming City straight after high school, hauled bricks, mixed cement, delivered food, scraped by on almost nothing, all to send money home. Jake has no blood tie to my family, but everything he's earned over the years has gone into my father's treatment, and soon we might both be behind bars. The cigarette burns. My chest feels like it's bleeding. I take a long, hard drag and hold the tears back. I didn't come here to blame you or argue. I know you did what you did for Jason. I came to ask you something. If I end up inside, can you look after my parents? Send them a few thousand a month, just enough so my father can keep getting dialysis. I know that's a lot to ask, but I'm afraid if I don't say it now, I won't get another chance. When I get out, I'll pay back every cent. This is my only request. Please. I start to bend my knees, and Jason crosses the room in one step. He goes down on his knees first and wraps his arms around me, crying, "Evan, trust me. No matter what happens, I will not forget this. Your dad's treatment. I'm holding on to that. Even if I give up smoking, drinking, going out, I will make sure he has money for his treatment. I can make this call. From today, your parents are my parents. You are my brother for life." Sophia rises from the sofa. As she leaves, her eyes are red. She tries to hide it. I still see it. I believe Jason's promise. A few thousand means nothing to him. That same night, he insists on coming to meet my parents. I think maybe I will be arrested soon. Better to do this now. We drive through the night to my hometown. We take Sophia's car. It was a gift from Tate Dwan's father, a Katie shareholder. He wanted his son to marry Sophia and absorb her shares into the Dwan family. Jason talks a lot on the drive. He and Sophia only inherited Katie's shares. Their grandfather left all the property and savings to Marcus. The two of them do not have much liquid cash, but Sophia is sharp with money. She took the allowance their grandfather quietly gave her and built it up in the stock market. That is also why their grandfather named her chairwoman. The drive takes over 4 hours. We arrive just past 1 in the morning and check into a hotel. Jason cannot understand why we don't just go straight to the house. My dad's asleep by now. My mom sells on the street all day and still comes home to care for him. Let her sleep. I do not sleep well. I spend the night turning over how to explain everything to my parents. Early the next morning, we go out and buy apples, watermelon, and 2 pounds of minced pork. My mother is at the corner with her sweet potato cart. She sees me and her whole face shifts. She comes right over. "Why are you back all of a sudden?" Before I can answer, Jason steps forward. "Mom." Then he looks at me. "This is our mom, right?" My mother stares at him. "This is my sworn brother, Jason Lee. Treat him like your own son." "Mom, I came to see you. Is Dad home?" Jason's mom sounds completely sincere. My mother is utterly lost. I take hold of the cart. "Pack up today. Lunch is wontons. I bought the filling." Back home, my father is genuinely happy. Jason goes around calling them mom and dad without any awkwardness. He has a way with words. I tell my parents he has no parents. Just him and his sister. They soften immediately and tell him to bring his sister for every holiday. Jason does not hold back. He jumps up to wash the dishes after the meal. A son who comes home has to pull his weight. He says quietly, "I finally have a mom." After lunch, I go to my room to rest. It is under 8 square meters. Uncle Jake and I used to share it. The wall still has an old yellowed poster on it. Uncle Jake's idol from back then. Jason stares at it, fascinated. Now this is someone worth looking up to. I'm following Jake's path. He picks up the nunchucks hanging on the wall. So worn down. Did you practice with these? They're Uncle Jake's. Take them if you want, I say. He practiced with those so much he gave himself lumps on his own head. There was one fight. He had the nunchucks. 17, 18 people couldn't get near him. Incredible. Jason grins. When I get back to Yangming City, I'm learning from Jake. That afternoon, we go to the market and fill the fridge with fruit, vegetables, and meat. The whole time, I feel like I'm settling my affairs. At dinner, my father looks at me. Did something happen in Yangming City? Don't carry it alone. Saying it out loud helps. Don't worry, we're fine. I've been swamped with a project. This time I brought Jason to meet you. I'm not sure when I'll be back next. Let him check in on you for me. My father lets out a long, slow sigh. I've been a burden my whole life. I should have gone sooner, been less trouble for everyone. My mother cuts him off immediately. You haven't burdened anyone. Liv, this family cannot be without you. That night, Jason and I share the single bed. It used to be Uncle Jake and me. I have been used to it for years. Jason is restless for the first half of the night, but eventually he sleeps. Early the next morning, the city police bureau calls and asks me to come in. I say I am out of town. The tone on the other end sharpens immediately. Are you trying to run? I'll be there by 2 this afternoon, guaranteed. They relent and hang up. My nerves tighten further. Before leaving, I buy an unregistered SIM card at the town's train station and slip it into Jason's phone. On the drive back, I call Ivy. She picks up immediately. Evan, are you okay? 2 nights ago, I drove back home and got things sorted. I keep feeling like the time I have with my parents is running out. I exhale quietly. This morning, the city bureau called. They want me in by 2 this afternoon. What's happening with Uncle Jake? They've locked onto him. He said the wrong thing during questioning. Ivy's voice drops. My heart lurches. What did he say? How bad is it? What am I supposed to say in my statement this afternoon? He initially denied ever leaving the fitness club, but surveillance caught him leaving. Then he said he couldn't remember where he went. A long exhale. Police pulled his phone's location data. They've designated him the primary suspect. They just need the remaining details to close it. I panic completely. I should turn myself in. This whole thing started with me. Do not do that, Ivy says sharply. Jake and I met. His only hope is you. He told me, protect you at all costs. He said you're the family's only hope. Your parents are depending on you. Right now the evidence isn't there. They can't convict. I'm working my connections to get him out on bail. The tears come before I can stop them. My voice breaks. Understood. I'll do what you say. Good. Don't cry. Trust that Jake will be okay. I hang up and bury my face in my hands and cry without holding back. Jason has heard every word. He hands me tissues and a cigarette and keeps apologizing. All I can hope is that he will take care of my parents if things go wrong for me and Uncle Jake. As we get close to Yangming City, something still feels wrong. I call Officer Chin. You finally decided to call. Calling to thank me for the files? Her laugh comes through. Let's set that aside for now. I push down the grief. Can I completely trust you? I'm lost right now. Of course. Her tone shifts to something firm. What you and Faye did for Niu, that alone makes you someone I call a real friend. I breathe in deep. You already knew the accident was connected to me, didn't you? A pause on the other end. Evan, some things don't need to be said out loud. We both know what we know. Jake is under investigation. Police have confirmed he was at the scene that day. He was reported and taken in. I keep going. The bureau wants me in by 2 this afternoon. I'm on my way there now. I don't know what to do. Don't be scared, Officer Chin says. We were together the whole time that day. You called Jake. You were catching up talking about family things. You mentioned in passing that you were heading to North District for food. All of that I can testify to. Police work on evidence. Without enough evidence, they cannot convict. I'll come to the bureau this afternoon. What time do you get there? I check my watch. About an hour from now. Go ahead. I'll follow. Officer Chin keeps her voice steady. Trust me, we'll see each other soon. Are you sure? I'm afraid they'll lock me up the moment I walk in. They won't, she says, completely certain. See you soon. I hang up and light a cigarette. Jason, who has been driving in silence the whole time, quietly asks, Evan, do you hate my sister? I pause. I am about to say no. He cuts me off. I hate her for this too. Part of me wants to shake her, but she's my sister. I know words don't fix anything, but I promise, I will take care of your parents. I look at him and nod. No need for all that. Just look after them. As for hating anyone, that's in the past. What's done in the dark comes to light eventually. Even if she hadn't reported it, police would have gotten there. Jake had no way out, regardless. Jason goes quiet. Back in Yangming City, we skip lunch. We go straight to the city police bureau. Jason says he'll wait outside. I tell him to go home. I don't dare say I might not come back out. This interrogation is set up differently from the others. Lights positioned at 45 degrees on either side. 4 officers in the room. 2 questioning. 1 recording on camera. 1 at a computer taking notes. I sit down under the pressure of it all. But after everything I have been through, I am actually not that nervous. They go over my movements during the incident again and again. What I said when I called Jake. Whether he knew about my history with Drake Jew. I adjust a few details the way Officer Chin suggested. Jake and I were catching up. He asked what I was having for dinner. I mentioned in passing that I was heading toward the food district in North District. A friend was leading the way. Nothing specific. When the questioning ends, the officer says, you are also a major person of interest in this case. We will be detaining you temporarily. I let out a short, bitter laugh. Expected. Just as the officer moves to put the handcuffs on me, someone knocks on the interrogation room door. A middle-aged officer in plain clothes walks in. Badge number 001. Officer Chin follows behind him in uniform. She sneaks a wink at me. The interrogating officer snaps to attention. Commissioner Chin. Commissioner Chin asks, "Have you finished with Evan Chen?" The officer responds quickly, "Yes, sir, he's Jake Chen's nephew. We brought him in for questioning." "Good, then he's coming with us for dinner." The officer scrambles. "We were only asking Mr. Chen to cooperate." Officer Chin slips around from behind and hooks her arm through mine. "Evan, meet my actual dad." Commissioner Chin smiles. "Do you have a fake one too?" Officer Chin sticks her tongue out at him. "Why aren't you saying hello to my dad?" Commissioner Chin, "It's an honor. Though I have to admit, a first meeting in an interrogation room is a bit awkward. Nothing wrong with that. Go home with her for now. Her mother made dinner. You and I will talk tonight." So Commissioner Chin actually believes I am Officer Chin's boyfriend. In the car, she complains immediately. "You heartless thing. We had a deal. You were going to play my boyfriend. And then you just disappear off the grid. I wasn't avoiding you. I'll keep my word. Your dad doesn't seem that intimidating." Officer Chin scoffs. "That's his public face. Tonight, watch yourself. He has many ways of making people uncomfortable. But if you win my mom over, my dad can't do much." "How do I win over your mom? I can't afford a gift over 200 yuan. Officer Chin rolls her eyes. "We don't need gifts. There is exactly one way to win my mom over. Take care of me in front of her. You don't need me to teach you that. Traffic the whole way. By the time we reach her residential complex, it is 4:30. My heart is unsettled. But what has to be faced, has to be faced." Officer Chin's family lives in a duplex apartment with a private elevator entrance. In the elevator, she can see I am tense. She links her arm through mine and smiles. "Just be natural. Even if it's not real, make it look like it is. However you used to treat a girlfriend, do exactly that with me today. Give it everything you've got." I am still nervous. Officer Chin rolls her eyes. We walk in to find a middle-aged woman tidying the living room. "Mom," Officer Chin calls out, then turns to me. "Evan, this is my mom." I greet her right away. "Hello, Auntie." Officer Chin's mother is warm from the start. She produces a pair of slippers. "I kept telling her to bring you home. She always had an excuse. Sneaking around in a relationship. Honestly, I didn't bring him sooner because I thought I could do better." Officer Chin slips on a pair of cute house shoes and smirks. Her mother gives her a look. "Getting you married off at all would be a miracle, and you're still picky. I think Evan is great." She turns to me. "Evan, sit anywhere. I'll wash some fruit for you. Please don't go to the trouble, Auntie. I don't really eat much fruit." "I do," Officer Chin announces, full princess energy. "I want the apples from last night." Once her mother heads to the kitchen, we are alone in the living room. "Sit here. I'm going to change." I lean in and lower my voice. "If we're supposed to be a couple, aren't you going to invite me in?" A massive eye roll. I notice a treadmill, dumbbells, and a punching bag tucked in the corner of the living room. My imagination fills in the image. Tight workout clothes, boxing gloves, both powerful and striking. A few minutes later, Officer Chin comes back out. Her mother returns with a fruit plate at the same time. Officer Chin picks up an apple and holds it out to me. "This child is absolutely spoiled." Her mother says it with exasperation, but the fondness underneath is obvious. I take the apple and the paring knife with a smile and start peeling slowly. Her mother makes small talk, mostly about how Officer Chin is stubborn and unpredictable. Please be patient with her. Not a single question about my education, job, or family. Officer Chin protests a few times. Her mother ignores her completely. I cut the peeled apple into small pieces. Officer Chin is sitting cross-legged on the couch playing a game on her phone. She opens her mouth and tilts her head, signaling me to feed her. I do, and at the same time cut the other half and offer it to her mother. "Have some too, Auntie." She politely declines. "I had some this afternoon. Look at this girl. Completely spoiled." She turns to Officer Chin. "Put the phone down. Evan is here for the first time. Keep him company. I'm going down to pick up some groceries. Evan, stay for dinner." Officer Chin calls after her. "Evan loves braised fish." Her mother laughs. "Pretty sure that's what you want, greedy girl." Officer Chin grins. "Evan, sit tight. I'll run to the supermarket and grab some fish. Won't be long. Wait, I'll come with you." Officer Chin puts her phone down. Her mother gives her a look. "What for? You'll just get in the way." "I want to go." I end up going too, serving as the driver. When we get back, Commissioner Chin is home from work. Standing in front of him, I tense up involuntarily. Part of it is guilt about Uncle Jake's case. He does not ask about my education, job, income, or background. He asks if I play chess. I am not skilled, but I play slowly. I take the game seriously. He keeps telling me to take my time. No rush. We play for nearly an hour and never reach a conclusion. Then Officer Chin's mother calls us for dinner. At the table, Commissioner Chin asks if I drink. I politely decline. Officer Chin and I both have juice. I spend the meal acting as an unofficial server, putting food on Officer Chin's plate, trying to look the part. After dinner, Officer Chin pulls me out for a walk. I excuse myself early. The chess game is left unfinished. In the elevator, I exhale. "Your Highness, we're out of your place now. You can let go." Officer Chin grins, playful. "Gold star, professional level acting. Thanks. Though your parents probably figured it out. Otherwise, why didn't they ask about my job, income, or background?" "They didn't. You did great. My parents want whoever I date to be in law enforcement. So they don't care what you do now. If things were ever made official, they'd find you something respectable. That gets my attention for a moment. A police commissioner as a father-in-law has its appeal, but the thought is gone as quickly as it came. Officer Chin drives me to the parking area and heads back home. The next day, Officer Chin shows up at my place with burgers and fried chicken. She has a new idea about Uncle Jake's situation. Holding a suspect indefinitely without evidence isn't justifiable. She suggests using public opinion online to help Uncle Jake, but I do not know anyone in that world. The only person I can think of is Jason. I call him. He picks up, excited. Evan, you're up. Are you busy right now? There's something I want to tell you. I'm stuck somewhere, can't move. Why? I'm outside the operating room. He pauses. Our dad is in there having surgery. Should be done soon. I go completely blank. Surgery? What happened to my dad? What kind of surgery? Jason laughs. Our dad. Kidney transplant. Once it's done, no more weekly dialysis. This is the real fix. I cannot trust what I am hearing. He sounds like he could burst with pride. I have not been sitting still. Spent the week tracking down a donor and contacting hospitals. Found a match in 3 days. Sorted the price, brought the surgeon, had your dad brought to Lehigh for the procedure. Not bad, right? You owe me barbecue. Jason, you're serious? Would I joke about something like this? I'm here in Lehigh with your parents right now. I told them you've been swamped. Come once it's done. Kidney transplant plus donor. That's $400,000 or $500,000. Don't worry about the money. Dad's going to be okay. We'll head back to Yangming City next week for recovery. Once there's no sign of rejection, he can be discharged. He pauses. Your mom just came out of the restroom. I'll pass her the phone. A few seconds later, my mother's voice comes through. Evan, is that you? Mom, Jason took you to Lehigh for a kidney transplant and you didn't tell me? She sounds surprised. Jason said you already knew. What's going on? It's fine. Stay with Dad until the surgery's done. I'll get there tomorrow. The flights are expensive. So is food and everything here. I can look after your father. You just wait. Phone calls aren't cheap either. Do you need to say anything else to Jason? Put him back on. The phone returns to Jason. He laughs. Well, not lying, right? I breathe in slow and deep. Man, thank you. I mean that. I won't forget this. Whatever you need from me, I'll do it. No complaints. Jason laughs. Skip the whole servant thing. How about you become my brother-in-law instead? Honest truth. Tracking down the donor and setting up the hospital, that was all my sister's idea. She led the whole thing. I just came along to be with your parents. If you want to thank someone, thank her in person. Think about it. My sister is gorgeous. You'd be getting a good deal. I know Jason is joking. Something this significant, arranging a kidney transplant, is beyond what he could pull off on his own. Sophia is almost certainly the one who made it happen. She is someone you can count on, far more capable than Jason. I set down the phone and try to figure out how to thank Sophia. Officer Chin picks up the last chicken wing. I heard your dad is in surgery, and Sophia arranged it. Guilt, probably. Officer Chin smiles slightly. If she hadn't filed that report, police wouldn't have zeroed in on Jake in the first place. Call it buying peace of mind. Even so, I am genuinely grateful to Sophia. I reach for a burger and realize the bucket has nothing left but sides. Every wing and drumstick, gone. Officer Chin catches my look. She grins. Sorry, I skipped lunch too. I kinda forgot it was for you. Her quirky, unpredictable personality is genuinely likable. After spending over 2 hours with me, Officer Chin leaves. My mind is full of too many things to name. Whatever Sophia's reasons were, I owe her. I pick up the phone to call and thank her several times. Each time I put it back down. The image of her screaming at me, telling me I led Jason astray, is still vivid. We did see each other afterward at her place, but she barely talked. She heard me out and went to her room. There is still a wall between us. After a night of thinking it over, I decide to go to Katie and thank Sophia in person. The moment I step off the elevator on the office floor, I run into a rushing Rex. What are you doing here? Looking for me? Or for Miss Lee? Both. Sophia to say thank you, you to grab drinks tonight and vent. Rex lowers his voice. I'd wait on Ms. Lee if I were you. She's in serious trouble. Board meeting this morning, company-wide meeting this afternoon. Rumor is she embezzled funds, and they've stripped some of her authority. Marcus is making his move for the chairmanship. Rex glances around. Not a good place to talk. Come to the 3rd floor. Let's get something to drink. I need to see Sophia. He grabs my arm. Later. Gerald Dwan is in there with her right now. Tate Dwan's father. You won't get in, not now. I follow Rex to the 3rd floor, and we settle in a corner. He drops his voice. Today's board meeting was called by Marcus. Diana reported that Sophia transferred $800,000 of company funds last week without authorization. Marcus pushed for a power reduction. Any expense over $500,000 needs board approval now. It's already passed. Though one shareholder gave her 3 days to explain where the money went. If the explanation holds, the decision gets reversed. I scratch my head. Anything over $500,000 needs sign-off? That basically strips the chairwoman title of all meaning. Rex sips his coffee. Pretty much. The factions inside this company are vicious. Diana is Marcus's. A few shareholders follow her lead. But there are also major shareholders who back Sophia. The afternoon meeting even made a point about requiring receipts and management signatures for any financial outlay. As we talk, Diana walks in and sits diagonally across from me. She makes a call. Mr. Marcus, don't worry, I have Sophia's email. Her bank account details are right there. The $800,000 was definitely transferred. There's no way she talks her way out of this. It's been over a week and she still has no invoice or receipt. If I went ahead and reported it, I've already cut off every exit she has. Mr. Marcus, don't forget about me. A pause. I understand. I have the spending records for every department head. If anyone wants to dig, nobody comes out clean. We sit tight and watch. The books are already prepared. Whoever's information you need, I can pull at any time. Diana hangs up. I lean toward Rex. Is she using this to threaten the other department heads? He nods. He presses a finger to his lips. This company runs deep. Marcus and his people are absolutely committed to taking Sophia down. Diana has the hard evidence on the 800,000. She has clearly kept leverage on everyone, including her own allies. Once Diana leaves, we head back up to the office floor. Rex goes back to work. I go to Sophia's office and press the bell. Ruby answers. Her expression is unwelcoming. What do you want? Who is it? Sophia calls from inside. The director who lasted 3 days. Ruby gives me a sharp look. Let him in. We'll talk alone. Sophia hands me a glass of water. She has a small smile on her face. I should have apologized sooner. Jason told me everything about the fight. The real reason. I regret what I did. If the person you had gone after wasn't Tate Duan, I might not have lost my head and filed that report. I'm sorry. I look at her. Thank you. I came here specifically to say that. Without you, my father could never have afforded the transplant. I don't want to owe you, but I genuinely have no way to repay you right now. I trail off. If this were Officer Chin, I would probably joke, how about I offer myself? But with Sophia, I cannot bring myself to say it. Why did you go quiet? She asks. My face goes red. I wanted to say, ask me for anything you need. But when I think about how little I actually have to offer, the words feel hollow. So I say nothing. Gratitude is really all I have. Sophia smiles. Then I'll be polite and say, that's enough. Isn't that what people say over drinks anyway? I exhale. Don't make fun of me. I know why you paid for my father's surgery. Mostly to ease your own guilt. She fixes me with a sharp glare. Ungrateful. Then, think what you want. You said you don't want to owe me anything, right? Then go downstairs and get me a vanilla-flavored snack. We'll call it even. I stare at her. That's really all it takes? What else did you have in mind? She says, amused. Come back as security director. That topic is too heavy right now. I just go downstairs and buy the snack. When I return to the office, Sophia is resting her chin on the desk, staring at nothing. I hold out the ice cream. Here, vanilla. She lifts her eyes, carefully peels back the wrapper, takes a slow lick, and breaks into a completely satisfied smile. Happy now. So happy. It's my absolute favorite. Evan, what's yours? I shake my head. I don't really have memories of snacks from when I was little. If I had to pick, a packet of spicy strips, half a yuan, hands covered in red oil. Uncle Jake used to grab snacks off other kids for me. That's how we got most of ours. Sophia looks at me like she cannot quite picture it. She genuinely cannot understand why boys would steal snacks. When she finishes the ice cream, she asks out of nowhere, Evan, are you free this afternoon? What for? I'll take you to Moon Bay. I find out later that Moon Bay has a very specific attraction, bungee jumping. If I had known, I would never have agreed. I have been afraid of heights since childhood. Standing 100 meters above the ground, I feel dizzy and hollow. Sophia finishes strapping in and looks at me. You're not going to try? The wind in your ears, it wipes everything out. Like being reborn. Are you out of your mind? I say. What if something goes wrong? She just smiles, light, unbothered. An accident wouldn't be the worst thing. Being alive is exhausting. Going out in an accident doesn't sound bad. She spreads her arms and jumps. I grip the railing and watch her figure shrink beneath me. A staff member appears beside me. Want to give it a try? It's incredible. A lot of people come to bungee jump because they want to feel that moment of almost dying. If you're not afraid of dying, what else is there to be scared of? That girl who just jumped, she comes here often. Always alone before. Today she brought you. I have to say, that surprised me. I have not had enough of life yet. I push the thought away fast. All I want is to get away from this edge. Half an hour later, I see Sophia again. Something about her feels different, though I cannot name it. She never lets emotion show on her face. Yet the feeling she gives off shifts constantly. On the drive back to Yangming City, she brings up Uncle Jake herself. She asks if there is anything that can still be done. I mention offhandedly that Drake used social media as a weapon once. Maybe we can fight back the same way. I am just thinking out loud. I do not expect that the next day, several of Yangming City's most popular local accounts all post at the same time. The story explodes immediately. One piece in particular hits with real force. The headline is impossible to look away from. Local Matters drives Fei Lin to her death for clicks. The woman who saved Niunyu. Fei's death had already faded from public view. This post drags it back into the light. It does not just suggest the account was responsible. It makes the case with evidence and analysis. A second post goes after Drake Zhu and Irene Tian by name. It reveals that Irene died in the car accident. Public opinion lands immediately. She had it coming. The timing of both posts is precise. Both drop right after Local Matters publishes its own content for the day. Accounts can only post once every 24 hours, so Drake cannot respond until after midnight. That gap gives us all the time we need to shape the conversation. There is no question. This is Sophia's doing. I owe her again. The story keeps growing. By the third day, public attention has shifted toward Uncle Jake's case. Without enough evidence to convict, the police have to release him temporarily. I want to be there the day he gets out, but Ivy stops me. His situation is still sensitive. Officer Chin also calls to warn me. Stay away from Uncle Jake for now. Don't say much even on calls. Criminal investigation is more sophisticated than people think. Using social media to pressure the police. That idea came from Officer Chin in the first place. She knows exactly where the system is vulnerable. That afternoon I am packed into a bus when a sharp sound cuts through the noise. A familiar voice, cold and furious. "Get your filthy hands off me." I look toward the sound. I cannot believe what I am seeing. Sophia, on a public bus. I almost think I am seeing things. How is she on a bus? The man she has just slapped is around 30, wearing glasses. The hit nearly knocks them off his face. He freezes for a moment, probably feels the weight of everyone watching. He pushes back anyway. "Who touched you? Do you have proof?" The words set Sophia off again. She raises her hand for a second slap, but before it lands, he catches her wrist. He holds her arm up high and turns to the people around them. "Everyone saw her hit me first, and now she's accusing me of something I didn't do." His sentence ends there, because my fist has already connected with his face. He recoils. He lets go of Sophia's wrist and stumbles back 2 steps with his hand over his nose. I step in front of Sophia, blocking her with half my body. I look at the man. "She says you touched her." The fact that you can't meet anyone's eyes says everything. A passenger nearby gives him a disgusted look. "I can tell just by looking at you. Shameless." Someone in the crowd shouts, "Hit him!" The person closest to him throws a kick. Others nearby join in, but nobody really goes all out. The man gets pushed and kicked to the front of the bus, cowering by the entrance doors and not daring to move. I mostly stay out of what follows. Sophia stands beside me watching it all, looking shaken. I try to bring her back to where I had been sitting, but that seat is long gone. The bus pulls up to Zhengyi Square stop. The man bolts out the front doors and disappears. A few other passengers exit from the back, freeing up seats. Years of surviving packed buses have given me certain instincts. I navigate the crowd and get Sophia into a seat. I stand beside her, one hand on the seat in front and one on the back of hers, forming a barrier. She looks up at me. "What are you doing? Are you an idiot?" That actually stings a little. "This position forms a circle around you, so nobody can reach in. Think of me as your personal bodyguard." Sophia rolls her eyes with full contempt. "There is no way I can look at that stance and think bodyguard. You look more like someone trying to catch a pig." "Catch a pig? Are you the pig?" Sophia realizes what she walked into and abandons the argument entirely. She turns to look out the window and decides I am not worth responding to. I stay where I am and ask, "Taking the bus, is this you experiencing real life?" Sophia says naturally, "Yes, is that allowed? Can we just have a normal conversation? It seems like every time we're in the same place we end up bickering. Or I could ask you about the guy who just grabbed you." Sophia turns and gives me a look that could cut glass. Then she goes back to the window, done with me entirely. "I was just joking. Was that really worth all that?" 6 or 7 stops pass. As we near Sophia's complex, she stands. "Move, I'm getting off. Is that how you talk to the person who just saved you? Could you maybe be slightly nicer?" "Saved me?" A thin, contemptuous smile. "Saved me from what exactly?" "I punched a creep and got him off the bus. Is that not a fact? If someone did that for me, I'd at least buy them dinner." "Get off." Is that directed at me? What do you think? So I get off with her. Near the complex there is a small commercial street. After getting off the bus, Sophia leads me straight toward it. She asks as we walk, "What do you want to eat?" "I can't be bothered cooking alone tonight." "Anything's fine." I add lightly, "Just don't make me pay." "I'm fine with whatever." As those words leave my mouth, every person on the street turns to look at me with visible contempt. I can practically read their thoughts. Who says something like that? Sophia has completely given up. Can you try to have even a shred of dignity? I spread my hands. "What? Is there something wrong with my image?" Sophia lets out a quiet sigh, turns right, and walks into a Korean barbecue restaurant. She finds a booth and sits. "We're eating here. I refuse to walk one more step down that street with you. It's embarrassing. You've been provoking me the entire way here. I'm the bigger person. I'm letting it go." She clearly has no interest in continuing this particular line of conversation. She looks over the menu and asks, "What kind of work are you doing these days?" "Too much going on lately. I haven't really been working. Just picking up odd jobs when I can." "Evan, honestly, have you thought about coming back to Katie? More people in leadership than you'd think have a good impression of you. Even with only 3 days on the job, the whole security department shifted. He Dazhuang is the director now. I fired Wade Sao." She closes the menu. Sophia looks at me with full seriousness. "Evan, I think it's time we had a real conversation." We sit across from each other. Her expression is completely serious. No trace of humor. "2 things, she begins. "Same as before. I can't control Jason. But can you ask Jake? Please stop bringing Jason into fights. If something happens to him, what do I do? Last time wasn't Jake's fault, I know that, but I worry." "Understood," I say. "What's the second thing?" "The second is about you. I genuinely want you to come back to Katie." I stare at her, searching for something in her eyes. "Don't doubt that I mean it," Sophia says. "I think you have what it takes. You were only there 3 days, and most of the guards spoke well of you. They said you have vision, real leadership ability. The way you operate earns respect. Will you consider coming back? Finding decent work isn't easy right now. If you just want 3 or 4,000 a month to get by, deliveries and security work are fine. I'm not looking down on those. I just think you should be thinking about where you want to be, not just what pays the bills this month. What do you think?" It is honest advice. I had always focused on earning as much as possible for my father's treatment. I had never really thought about stability or growth. Her words land differently than I expected. After a quiet moment, I nod. "Thank you for saying that. You're right about all of it. Let me think it over. The conversation moves to school. She asks, were you a good student? I scored just over 60 in Chinese on the college entrance exam. Didn't write the essay. Total score was still over 600. Sophia's eyes go wide. She looks completely stunned. We eat and talk for nearly an hour. As we are leaving, I ask her sincerely if I can come to her when I don't understand something. She says anytime, as long as I buy her a meal. After everything we have been through together, something between Sophia and me feels different now. 2 mornings later, Jason calls out of nowhere. The kidney transplant was a complete success. No significant signs of rejection. We land at 1 this afternoon. Come pick us up. The weight I have been carrying finally lifts. I call Uncle Jake immediately to share the news. He already knows. Jason told him first, still trusts him most. After lunch, I get to the airport. Ivy is leaning against Uncle Jake. A little further away, Sophia sits alone in a chair going through documents. They know each other, but in this moment, they act like strangers. Evan, you made it! Ivy greets me first. I look at Uncle Jake. Planning to turn over a new leaf? Get lost, he mutters. I walk over to Sophia. She does not look up until I am standing right in front of her. She brushes her hair back naturally. Jason called you, I assume. She puts the documents away. Your father's condition is under control now. You must feel a lot lighter. Thank you, I say. And I mean every syllable. My mom makes the best dumplings. Once things settle down, come over. I'll have her make them for you. Deal, Sophia says without hesitation. I keep my word. Consider it set. Before the words are even done, Jason comes through the exit with my parents. We're back! He waves with his whole arm. Uncle Jake goes to meet them. I turn to Sophia. Let's go. Sophia follows. Uncle Jake introduces Ivy to my parents, and they exchange a few words. I make my way over. Dad? Feeling better? Thanks to Jason. Without him, the rest of my life was finished. My father's face is full of gratitude. Dad, Jason says warmly. Don't thank me. It was my sister who found the donor. Let me introduce you. This is my sister Sophia. My father's voice trembles. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please don't mention it. Sophia smiles. Jason and Evan just clicked. And he's become like a son to you. We're all family now. No need for formalities. Jason nods along. Exactly. Dad, stop being so polite. Let's not stand around the airport. Come on. Let's go eat first. The 5 of us head to the parking area. I notice that Sophia is driving one of the hotel's reception vehicles. Jason blinks. Sis, why are you in this car? Where's your car? It needed servicing. I had it taken to the dealer. Jason frowns. That's not possible. It just had a service before I left. How does it need another one already? Did you scratch it? Just a small bump. Nothing major. Sophia steers the conversation along. Jason does not push further. I step in front of Sophia before she reaches the driver's door. You're not used to this one. Let me drive. She hesitates for a moment. She hands me the keys. Go ahead. I take them and look straight into her eyes. Tell me, did you use the company funds to pay for my father's transplant? Your car was never at the dealer. You sold it to cover what you took, didn't you? Sophia gives me a cool look. What does any of that have to do with you? She does not give me a chance to follow up. She walks around the front of the car to the passenger side. We head back to the city for a simple lunch. Then to the hospital to complete the recovery admission paperwork. Jason covers all the costs. The doctor recommends 1 to 2 weeks of inpatient observation. My parents think it is unnecessary, but Sophia and Jason both insist. Once my parents are settled, the 2 of them leave first. I stay in the room with my father. He sits up in the hospital bed. The hospital says 7 days to remove the stitches, then another 7 days of monitoring. Half a month total. We've already been going through this for weeks. 3 days back in Yangming City is plenty. No need to waste money. I try to reason with him. Dad, the paperwork's done. Just do 1 week. Once everything checks out, we'll talk about going home. You've been suffering for years. Rest for a few days. My father speaks carefully. Son, this cost a fortune. Just the surgery was over 600,000, not counting flights and accommodation. Your mother and I have talked. We sell the house when we get back. Whatever's still short, we figure out. I sit up. If you sell the house, where do you live? My mother speaks from the side. A house is just a place to sleep. We'll rent something small. 30 or 40 square meters is plenty. You and Jake are never home anyway. A big empty house is just a big empty house. My father nods. It's settled. I used to think, if I go first, at least your mother has the house. But now I'm getting better. You think I can't earn? You don't get a vote. I'm more stubborn than you. You insisted on not going to university, and we didn't stop you. I have absolutely nothing left to say. That evening, Uncle Jake and Ivy arrive. Uncle Jake brings a whole pile of my father's favorite things. Ivy gives my mother a generous red envelope. I pull Uncle Jake out onto the balcony. I check that no one is within earshot, then drop my voice. Is there still heat on you? I'm not worried. Why are you? Without enough evidence, they can't touch me. Credit where it's due. You handled the black car well. I scratch my head and laugh. That night I just felt uneasy looking at it, got rid of it before morning. Safe? Safe. This time of year the water's thick with algae, heavy pollution. By the time it clears up, the car will be corroded beyond recognition. Uncle Jake puts his left hand in his pocket. He holds a cigarette in his right and stares out the window. Don't bring this up again. If the police come to you again, same story as before. I smile. I've had enough practice with police lately. I can handle it. He says nothing. That steadiness of his is something I cannot match. I cannot help asking, do you know how the police got onto you? Uncle Jake answers calmly. Yes, Jason told me everything. He says it like he is talking about the weather. He has no intention of dwelling on it. I push carefully. You don't feel anything about it? No resentment towards Sophia? Of course I resent it. More than a little, he says it plainly. But I can understand why she did it. Understanding isn't forgiving, and not forgiving doesn't mean getting revenge. She paid for your father's kidney. That kind of money would take the two of us 10 years to earn. You have to know how to be grateful. I can manage my own feelings. Even if we are not friends, we won't be enemies. I exhale. I'm glad you see it that way. I was afraid your stubbornness would push you into doing something you shouldn't. Uncle Jake turns and gives me a contemptuous look. Being stubborn doesn't mean being stupid. Back inside the room, Ivy and my parents are getting along wonderfully. I want to stay and look after them, but Uncle Jake and my parents both push me out. They are worried I will be tired for work tomorrow. I don't argue. With Uncle Jake there, it's fine. I want to leave too, but not to rest. I suddenly want to find Sophia, even just to sit across from her for a while. I have not figured out what I would say. I make it to Sophia's upscale complex. The guard at the entrance stops me. Residents only. Access card required. I am still figuring out whether to call when Sophia pulls up on a motorcycle. She gets off and pays the driver 10 yuan. He gives her 5 back. She sees me and pauses. Why aren't you at the hospital with your parents? What are you doing here? Then she eyes the bag on her shoulder. You've got nerve. Riding a motorcycle with that kind of bag. Aren't you worried about getting robbed? I cross my arms. Sophia smooths her hair and tucks it behind her ear. You really think a girl on a motorcycle would be carrying a real designer bag? What thief is going to risk it for a 15 yuan market bag? I raise my thumb. Respect. Did you think thieves were stupid? She takes out her access card and leads me inside. A light breeze carries the scent of her hair. I turn and ask, I came to find out if you really sold your car to pay for my father's kidney. Yes, she says, completely casual. Jason and I only have our Katie shares. We live on our salaries. Not enough savings. Selling the car was the only option. You took the company funds first, then sold the car to cover it after you got caught, right? Sophia stops walking. Does the order matter? Why do it at all? Just to ease your own conscience? The words leave my mouth and I already regret them. That was too much. She keeps walking. You don't need to worry about my reasons. You don't need to know. And I'm not asking you to pay me back. So why the anxiety? I reach for her arm. Listen, thank you. Whatever your reasons, I am genuinely grateful. I don't know how to repay you, but I want to do something. Sophia glances at my face, then at my hand on her arm. Don't say you're offering yourself. I couldn't handle that. I let go immediately. I'm being serious. Don't brush this off. She spreads her hands. Just don't lead Jason astray, that's enough. She turns and walks a few steps ahead. Then she stops and looks back. What are you standing there thinking about? Aren't you coming up? No. Seeing you is enough. I should head back. Good night. Suit yourself. She turns with quiet grace and disappears. I still cannot figure out her real reason for helping me. Buying peace of mind or genuine regret? No clear answer. I let it go and leave the complex. I splurge on a pack of cigarettes. 22 yuan, a small celebration for my father's recovery. I light one and call Officer Chin. Her ringtone plays for almost 20 seconds before she picks up. Her first words, Evan. Well, was my ringtone funny? You're the pig. What pig? You didn't listen to the ringtone? A hint of disappointment. No good. You have to listen again. She hangs up. I call back, helpless. The moment it connects, I say, I heard it. I'm the pig. Don't hang up. Officer Chin laughs. Calling this late, you must need something. That confident? Obviously, she says without blinking. When have you ever called me just to talk? You don't even bother liking my posts when you have nothing going on. She is completely right. My face goes a little red. Whatever I had planned to say suddenly disappears. Officer Chin sighs. Fine, I won't hold it against you. Just say it. What do you need this time? Her words make me want to disappear. I grip the phone. My voice comes out unsteady. How about I take you to a bar? Listen to some live music. Officer Chin murmurs. That's strange. Usually when someone takes you to a bar, it's for drinks. How did it become a music thing with you? Isn't it supposed to be drinks? I was afraid if I said drinks, you'd think I was up to something. Like getting you drunk and dragging you to a hotel. Officer Chin breezes past it. Relax. You couldn't outdrink me. And even if you did, I'm not going to any hotel with you that easily. Send me the address. I happen to be free tonight. I send it. The place is quiet. More of a lounge bar. The snacks and draft beer are practically free. Even the spirits are priced at cost. No fear of getting ripped off. She wraps both hands around a pint glass. You can just say it now. What did you actually want to tell me? I need your help gathering evidence. Diana and Damien have been draining Katie. I need the proof. Officer Chin rolls her eyes. I seem to recall that when I offered you information before, you barely cared. Now you want me to go out and dig it up for you? If I had to guess, Sophia asked you to. No. Officer Chin raises her voice. Evan, don't lie to me. You're terrible at it. Guilt shows on your face. I see it immediately. I'm not lying. I hold her gaze steadily. This is my idea. My father has had kidney disease for years, kept alive by dialysis. I never had the means. 4 years in Yangming City, and I couldn't save enough for the transplant. A while back, Uncle Jake got involved in a fight for Jason. Sophia thought Jake instigated and reported him in a moment of rage. I prepared for the worst. Conviction, likely death penalty, suspended sentence, or life. I was implicated too. I told Jason, if we both go inside, all I can ask is that he looks after my dad. A little money each week for dialysis. I'd pay it back when I got out. Then Sophia arranged my father's transplant. The money came from company funds she diverted. Diana and Marcus used it to attack her, called a board meeting and stripped her of authority. She had no choice. She sold her car to cover the shortfall. I feel like I should do something for her. That's why, no lies. Officer Chin listens carefully to every word. Evan, I believe you. It fits who you are. Someone does something good for you. You give back twice over. I've already looked into Damien before. What I have is usable. I'll go deeper on the transaction records. I'll compile everything and get it to you. Thank you, I say. We barely knew each other, and you've helped me more times than I can count. All I have to offer is gratitude. And I don't know if that's enough. Officer Chin narrows her eyes, smiling. Then keep coming home with me to handle my parents. Last time we only got one dinner out of it. My mom adores you. She keeps telling me to bring you back. Come when you're free. Think of it as making an old woman happy. And it'll give her something to stop nagging me about. Don't worry, I won't interfere with you chasing Sophia. What? I nearly choke. I'm chasing Sophia? Stop playing matchmaker for no reason. When did I ever say I was pursuing her? Where did you hear that? Officer Chin looks smug. I don't need to hear it from anyone. I can see it. Every time you talk about Sophia, your eyes go soft. Your voice drops without you even noticing. It gets this gentle quality. Especially when you talked about her selling her car for you. Your whole face changes. Don't think I miss these things. You probably haven't even noticed it yourself, so I'm certain, as my fake boyfriend, I am fully backing you. Go get your dream girl. I roll my eyes. Ridiculous. You're completely making things up. Officer Chin smiles. You're still in the half-oblivious phase. Keep being half-oblivious. I'll get you the documents as soon as I can. And don't forget what you promised me. Deal. I'll play the fake boyfriend to the end. Hope you find a real one soon. We talk for over 2 hours about nothing in particular. I get back to my place and shower. I send Rex a voice message, asking what is happening at Katie with regard to Sophia. Evan, I was literally about to call you, Rex says, clearly wound up. Katie is about to blow up. After the embezzlement story broke, shareholder support for Sophia has dropped noticeably. Marcus is taking shots at her publicly, openly recruiting senior staff to his side. I cut in. People are actually switching? It's not that simple, Rex explains. Sophia's authority has already been reduced. She's a figurehead now. People see where Marcus's base of power is. And his standing keeps rising. I sit with that. Objectively, people have a reason to distrust Sophia. She did take the funds first. What I can't figure out is how she dared to do it at a time like this. Rex sighs. Diana is Marcus's. They control the finances. Wasn't she handing them the perfect weapon? The cost is way too high. Hearing Rex say it like that, I finally understand just how much Sophia risked for me. She must have thought it through, and she did it anyway. The next day I go to the station to meet Officer Chin. She tosses a folder at me. Everything you asked for is in there. Enough to prove Diana and Damien colluded with the procurement manager to drain the company. How you use it is up to you. I've done my part. Now, what about your end of the deal? Tonight, I'll bring 2 rotisserie chickens to your place. No, Officer Chin glares. That's insulting. She gives me a look. I'm not playing this game. I'm at work. Remember what you promised. We'll set a date. Don't come tonight. I'm on shift. She has barely walked away when Rex sends a message with a horrified emoji. Evan, Katie is in crisis. Emergency board meeting. They're moving to remove Sophia as chairwoman and general manager. Today looks bad for her. I read it and my mind goes blank. I type back fast. What's happening? How do you know? I keep track of what's happening at the top. Just got word. Marcus has called a board meeting for 2:30 this afternoon. People are saying privately, he is going to remove her and take her place. I grab Officer Chin's folder and run, straight to Katie, 7 or 8 kilometers. I flag down a delivery scooter. The driver goes fast, completely unbothered by traffic. I grip the folder with my left hand. With my right I call Sophia. It rings a few times then cuts off. I call again. She picks up and immediately says, Evan, I'm dealing with something urgent. I'll call you back. Before she finishes, she's gone again. Third call, switched off. No choice. I call Rex. He picks up instantly. What's up? I'm on my way to Katie. Won't make it by 2. I'll be a few minutes late. I keep going. I need a favor. Slip into the conference room quietly. Hide your phone in a corner. Keep our call connected. I need to hear what's happening inside. Even if you know, what can you do? Rex doesn't follow. Don't ask questions. No time. You know that room. Go. Okay. I hold the phone tight and keep telling the driver to go faster. Rex's voice comes through the line. Ms. Lee, I have a document for you to review. The board meeting is about to start. Bring it after. Then Rex goes quiet. Just background chatter. Lao Shu, what do you make of this? Marcus calling a board meeting now. He must be confident he can swing the chairmanship. These siblings fighting is bad for all of us. Let the capable one lead. I back whoever can run Katie. Sophia has ability. Occupancy in the slow season was up 20% over last year. I'm still voting for her. Don't forget she took company funds. She covered it, but she's never given a proper explanation. She's been in the chair half a year and she's already doing this. What happens over time? Hasn't the board already limited her authority? Enough. The future chairman is here. Then Marcus's voice. Everyone's early today. Sorry for calling this on short notice. Ms. Lee isn't here yet. Surely she's not staying away. Ruby's voice cuts through. You must be hoping she doesn't show. That would make things convenient for you. Marcus laughs it off pleasantly. Not at all. This is important business. We need Ms. Lee here. Everyone's here. Let's begin. Sophia's voice, completely steady. Several shareholders have jointly called this emergency board meeting. The combined shareholding exceeds 40%. Procedurally, we recognize the request. I hereby call this board meeting to order. I'd like to know what we're here to discuss. Since Ms. Lee has cut straight to it, I won't waste time. The current chairwoman and general manager misappropriated company funds. The money has been returned. but no satisfactory explanation has been given to the board. We have grounds for misconduct. Today's meeting has one purpose: to request a new election for chairwoman and general manager. The other end erupts. I shout at the scooter driver. Faster, I'll pay more. The driver sighs. This is a scooter, not a motorbike. Almost there. The chaos on the line lasts 15 seconds. Then Sophia's voice, controlled and clear. I would like to ask everyone here, how many of you support Marcus's proposal to hold a new election for chairwoman and general manager? If it's a majority, I will accept the result. Let's not rush. An elderly voice, calm and weighty. The room goes quiet. Since Sophia took over Katie, the company's performance speaks for itself. Removing her over a funds issue, is that really reasonable? But today's vote, it feels like someone has been waiting for exactly this moment. As a shareholder, I back whoever has the ability. I want the next leader to outperform Sophia, if there is one. Let's see the nominations first, then decide whether to proceed. Well said. I agree. Thoughtful point. Marcus smiles smoothly. Several shareholders have already nominated me. If you have someone you prefer, you're welcome to nominate. We vote fairly and openly. Then I'll say it plainly. I oppose the re-election. The elderly man speaks again. Someone else chimes in immediately. Your objection doesn't change the count. I support Marcus. So do I. The room breaks into crosstalk. The noise gets thick. I can only catch fragments. Everyone settle down. Marcus's voice rises above it. Let's get a quick count. Those in favor of holding a new election, please vote. I know he has had this planned. My urgency spikes. I keep pressing the driver. Almost there. Just through this street. The driver pushed past his limit, runs the red light. My heart nearly stops. Then the result comes through. More than half in favor of a change. Marcus's voice. By procedure, the board will now take nominations. Jason's voice comes through. I nominate my sister. A new election doesn't mean she's out. I hold 13%. She holds 13. That's 26 together. Anyone else supporting my sister? I do. An unfamiliar voice. Gerald Dwan holds 10% of Katie. Combined with yours, that's enough. It clicks. That's Tate's father. He has always wanted his son to end up with Sophia, but Tate is interested in another shareholder's daughter. Any further nominations? Marcus's voice carries a hint of disappointment. If not, we move to vote. Shall we begin? Go ahead. Sophia's voice, completely flat, like someone who has already accepted the outcome. Another voice. At this stage, I have nothing more to add. I hope everyone votes with care, for whoever can truly lead Katie forward. The scooter finally stops outside Katie. I shove 50 yuan at the driver and run inside without looking back. A security guard steps in front of me. Who are you? Do you have an appointment? Swipe the elevator. I point at his badge. Tell He Dazhuang, Director Chen is here. I'll catch up with him after. I'm a Katie stakeholder, and I'm already late for the board meeting. The guard swipes it, uncertain. I add on my way in. Tell He Dazhuang I said you're getting a promotion. He salutes with a grin. If there are no further objections, we proceed to vote. Marcus's voice. Wait! I shout into the phone on instinct, but no one can hear me. Inside the elevator, the signal cuts completely. Everything happening in that room, unknown. The vote is actually starting. I want to tear the elevator doors open. The moment they part, I am already running toward the conference room. I worked here for a few days. I know the layout cold. 40 seconds and I am at the door. I can hear the noise from inside. I breathe in. I straighten myself up as best I can. The folder in my hand is everything. I push the door open. Silence falls instantly. Every head turns, all eyes on me. Sophia's expression is full of surprise, but she holds herself steady. Marcus gets to his feet. Who are you? Who let you in? I don't look at him. I walk directly to Sophia's side. I lean down and speak close to her ear, loud enough to carry. I have everything from the financial investigation ready. We can present it to the room right now. Would you like to announce the findings, or shall I? You do it, she says, completely composed. I step behind her, pick up the microphone and scan the room. Diana is here. Several Katie executives, minor shareholders themselves, are in the seats. I hand the folder to Ruby. Please put these materials up on the projector, so everyone can see the findings. Ruby moves immediately. Shareholders, what follows are the results of an investigation. I hold the mic steady. Everyone here knows Katie has had serious procurement problems for years. Overpriced, substandard hotel supplies. Complaints have been constant. Sophia asked me to investigate quietly. We now have the complete picture. Please direct your attention to the screen. The first supplier's information appears. This company's registered legal representative is a man named Damien. Several years ago, they entered into a single contract with Katie. Ruby puts the contract on screen. I continue. After the transaction, the company vanished. Katie had no recourse. After absorbing that loss, Katie found a new partner. Ruby, bring up the second company. The second company. Legal representative. Still Damien. Same pattern. After the purchase, the company disappears. I point at the screen. The third, the fourth. Same story each time. Every substandard product Katie has purchased in recent years, all supplied by him. Every time the problem came to light, Katie had to spend more to source emergency replacements. And by then, Damien already had the next company registered and ready. At this point, you're probably wondering, how did he keep getting contracts despite this pattern? What kind of nonsense is this? A slightly heavy-set middle-aged man stands and points at me. I head the procurement department. Where did you get these fabricated documents? You'd better explain yourself. Take it easy, I say. The authenticity will be clear shortly. First, let me establish who Damien is. Marcus suddenly loses composure. Get out of here. What are you rambling about? Let him finish. the dignified elder speaks with quiet authority. As shareholders, we have the right to hear the truth. Continue. I nod. Damien is the husband of Katie's chief financial officer, Diana Dang. Every procurement requires management sign-off. The procurement department repeatedly completed these transactions and received payment. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I uncovered this by starting with the defective suppliers. Anything beyond what the evidence supports, I won't speculate. Today's board meeting is about selecting new leadership. I hope everyone here chooses carefully. I set the microphone on the table in front of Sophia and step back. The room is dead silent. 1 minute passes. Then the elder slams his hand on the table. Procurement. Finance. I want a proper explanation. I move that today's board meeting be suspended. The question of leadership change. Tabled for now. Jason raises his hand first. I support the suspension. My sister remains as chairwoman. Find the traitors first. Then we talk about elections. Agreed. Agreed. Hands go up around the table. Sophia does not immediately call it. She turns to Marcus. In my capacity as chairwoman and general manager, I am directing you to investigate this matter. 3 days. A satisfactory explanation to all shareholders. Can you do that? I freeze. Sophia knows Marcus and Diana are working together. Why would she put him in charge of the investigation? Has she lost her footing, or is she extending an olive branch? Marcus looks just as thrown. I sneak a glance at Diana. Diana's face has gone gray, clearly shaken. Damien's operations were extremely well concealed. He dissolved each company after every transaction, but Officer Chin still traced every company registered under him and his relatives. I genuinely cannot understand why Sophia would hand this to Marcus. Isn't she handing him the perfect opportunity to bury it? Fine, Marcus says after a few seconds of silence. I will look into it, and I will report back to the board promptly. Sophia nods. She addresses the room. Since the board has proposed a suspension, today's session is adjourned. She stands and moves toward the door. Ruby, collect the materials and follow. She catches my eye, a signal to come along. In Sophia's office, Ruby slaps the folder down on the desk with excitement. She throws her arms around Sophia. That was incredible. You turned everything around. Why didn't you tell me Evan had already been looking into this? I was worried sick. Let go. You're strangling me. Sophia pats her arms. Ruby releases her, still laughing. That's what you get for not telling me you had a plan. I didn't. Evan showing up was completely unexpected. Sophia shakes her head. Ruby looks between us. You're not lying? Not at all. Ruby drops the excitement and fixes me with a suspicious stare. I spread my hands. Don't look at me like that. It's a lot of pressure. I never did like you. But this time, credit where it's due. I'll stop giving you attitude. Ruby gives me one final glare before meaning it. Ruby, go take care of things. I want a few minutes alone with Evan. Just the two of us now. Sophia speaks quietly. I genuinely did not expect you to walk through that door at the moment that mattered most. I had already made my peace with stepping down. Marcus has been scheming for so long. Today was supposed to be his guaranteed win. You're showing up, threw everything off. Why were you so ready to give in? I smile. I gave you the files on Diana and Damien a while back. Why didn't you use them? Everyone knows Diana is Marcus's. Sophia's expression clouds over. The power struggle inside Katie is more complicated than you think. Marcus is just one piece. There are much stronger forces behind him. Going after Diana alone would change nothing. I only just took over Katie. My foundation isn't solid yet. I didn't want to force an open break. But today, I was pushed to the edge. I'd venture a guess. So you'll keep tolerating it? She looks puzzled. Tolerating it? Hardly. You asked Marcus to investigate Diana and the procurement head. That's basically handing him a chance to bury it. He manipulates the process behind closed doors, lets Diana off, and everyone keeps up appearances on the surface. Isn't that what you're going for? Sophia's lips curve into a faint smile. She does not answer. Instead, she asks, Evan, what kind of person do you think I am? I pause. What kind? That's out of nowhere. I'm not sure how to answer. Just say what comes to mind. I think for a long moment. Then it comes out. Someone who doesn't stop until she gets what she wants. Why do you say that? Am I the kind of person who does whatever it takes? Yes, like reporting Uncle Jake. You just wanted to keep Jason from going down the wrong path. There was no need to go that far. But you did it anyway, because that's what it took. Sophia breathes in slowly. Fair enough. And then, to pay for your father's transplant, you let Marcus get something on you, taking company funds, and not caring about the risk. You just needed it done. No stopping until it was. I look at her. Thank you. Truly. My father has suffered for so long. Without you, I don't know how much longer he would have had to endure it. We talk a little longer, and I leave. 2 evenings later, I have nothing to do and drift through the streets. I open my social feed and see Sophia. It's nothing. You've helped me too. We're even. We talk a little longer and I leave. 2 evenings later, I have nothing to do and drift through the streets. I open my social feed and see Sophia posted a minute ago. A street scene. Her shadow stretched long under a lamppost. Without overthinking it, I call her. Still up? Where are you? I'll come pick you up. Take you home. She sounds caught off guard. I'm right outside my complex. Why do you suddenly want to do that? I saw your post. Figured you were like me. Restless, nowhere to put yourself, just walking. Sophia says, then come get me. I'll take you somewhere you can actually rest. She hangs up and sends me a pin. I borrow old Joe's car and get there in 10 minutes. Sophia is standing under a streetlight holding a milk tea. She does not notice me until I am standing right in front of her. You're fast. I say, had to be. My soul was waiting. Get in. Let me treat you to something extravagant. A drive. She walks to the passenger side without a word of resistance. No contempt. No eye roll. That is unusual enough to throw me off. Once we are in the car, she still has both hands around the cup. How good can it be? You won't let it go. Try it. She holds it out. Taro flavor, if you don't mind. I take it, put the same straw to my lips, and sip. A soft, subtle sweetness. Actually good, not lying. She looks pleased. Told you. I set it in the cup holder. Still, it doesn't quite explain wandering the streets at midnight with milk tea in your phone, posting on social media. Sophia exhales and mimics my tone. Restless. Nowhere to put yourself. She puts on the navigation. Come on, let's go find somewhere. I start the engine. Half an hour later, we reach Haegang Dam. A stretch of embankment hundreds of meters long. I have delivered food here before, but never at this hour. Sophia climbs the steps ahead of me and starts jumping around. You're so slow. I take my time getting up and find a bench. The water below is dotted with the lights of fishing boats. A bright moon hangs in the distance, its reflection stretching across the water. The world goes quiet all at once. When Sophia has jumped enough, she comes and sits beside me. Evan, do you like it here? Good place to rest a restless soul? I turn to look at her. The wind catches her hair. The scent of it drifts over. She notices my gaze. Why are you staring? You seem to know this place well. She breathes in slowly, leans back against the bench, and looks out at the water. I never knew my father when I was small. Just me, my mom, and Jason. In middle school, there was a writing assignment. My father. I turned in a blank page, told the teacher I didn't have one. The other kids looked at me like I was strange. My father was sending my mom a lot of money in secret. We lived comfortably, but my mom had no job. Kids started whispering behind our backs, saying she was selling herself to pay for our schooling. Tears slide down her face. I fumble for a crumpled tissue in my pocket and hold it out, not knowing what else to do. Then I put my arm around her. She doesn't resist. She leans quietly against my shoulder. Evan, neither of us has had an easy life, have we? She says it through tears. I dream about my mom often. She always says, take care of Jason. For him, I'll do anything, including reporting Uncle Jake. Evan, I'm sorry. She cries harder. Her whole body trembles. Her tears soak into my shoulder, so she carries her own pain too. Without thinking, I press a kiss to her forehead. I pull her closer, afraid she will notice how flustered I am. She has already noticed, but she does not move. The night is deep and still. We stay like that, leaning into each other. She makes no move to pull away. After a long while, she says softly, Evan, I'm cold. I let go. Do you have anything in the car? No, I want to stay a little longer. I take off my jacket and drape it over her shoulders. Let's walk along the dam. Sitting still makes it worse. She walks close beside me, my jacket around her shoulders. I want to take her hand, but it feels too sudden. I hold back. She says quietly, when things get heavy, I come here and walk. Open space helps. I've been coming here for a while, to drift, to cry when no one's watching. Evan, she interrupts me and asks carefully, can you stop using my full name? Just call me Shia. Hearing my full name makes me feel like a stranger. Or, do you only think of me as an ordinary friend? No, I just didn't want to upset you. You won't. A small smile. Everyone deserves a few close friends. I let you see me cry. Does that sound like someone who thinks of you as just a friend? Call me that. I won't mind. Something quietly pleased stirs in me. Something between us feels different from before. I ask casually, how have things been at the company? Has Marcus caused any more trouble? Has his investigation into Diana turned up anything? I still can't figure out why you put him in charge of investigating Diana. Doesn't that work against you? Everyone in the company knows Diana is his. She sighs. What I said in that boardroom, I said it in front of everyone on purpose, to make them watch how he handles it. He would obviously protect Diana, and try to bury it, but I didn't give him time to think. He barely had a moment. I filed a lawsuit against Diana for abuse of position. In the name of the board. This is no longer an internal company matter. She is facing criminal charges. Once it escalated to that level, Marcus couldn't distance himself either. He can't protect her now, he's trapped. If he shields Diana, he exposes himself. If he lets her take the fall alone, he loses everyone else's loyalty. This is a battle of nerve. Now we see how he moves. I am stunned. I had not seen how carefully she had laid this all out. In those few dozen minutes of that board meeting, she had built an entire trap. Her father was right to leave Katie in her hands. She has a side that breaks and cries, and a side that is calm and sharp and 3 steps ahead. Anyone who underestimates her is going to pay for it. Something about realizing all this makes me unexpectedly happy. Then she stops walking and turns to me. Where did you get all those investigation files? Someone helped you, and you two are close. Even the lawyer was floored. Could you arrange for me to meet her and thank her in person? There's also something important I'd like to ask her for help with. Sophia meeting Officer Chin. I had never once imagined the two of them in the same room. They exist in completely different worlds. When I stay quiet, she asks carefully, is it too much to ask? If it's a problem, just pass along my thanks. It's not a problem, I say. I just wasn't expecting you to want to meet her. I'll reach out and see how she feels. The fewer people who know about what she did regarding Diana's husband, the better. It wasn't exactly official. She would rather not have it talked about. Understood. Sophia smiles. It's late. Let's head back. I drop her home at 1 a.m. By 1:30 I am back at the bar. Old Joe is still up. He is reading in a booth under a small lamp. a pot of coffee on the table. I set the keys down, thank him, and head upstairs. The next day at noon, Sophia calls. It's Friday. Let's go see your parents together. Jason says they're kicking up a fuss about leaving. He can't handle them. Their actual son needs to come and talk some sense into them. I sigh. All right, I'll head over soon. Together, she adds. Come to Katie after work. I'll wait. At 6:15 I arrive. Sophia is alone in her office, surrounded by what looks like an endless stack of documents. I pretend to assess the situation. Need an assistant? I know some capable guys. Reading documents is no problem. She plays along without missing a beat. Sure, come in tomorrow as my secretary. Then you owe me a scooter first. Mine went missing here and you never helped me find it. Sophia sets down her pen and looks up. I'll take you right now, and you keep your end. Pick me up for work every morning. I back down and scratch my head. Let's deal with the hospital first, everything else after. She does not push it. She picks up her bag and walks with me. At the hospital, Jason is playing chess with my father. My mother is scrubbing the ward spotless with a cloth. Sophia picks up some expensive fruit from a vendor at the entrance and carries it in. The moment we walk through the door, Jason shouts, "Brother-in-law! Did you bring my sister to see our parents because you're finally going to come clean?" The word hits like a gust of wind. Sophia and I both freeze. Her face goes pink. She gives me a deep, unreadable look. My parents stare at us with blank expressions. Don't say things like that. I set the fruit on the table. Jason is unapologetic. What's the problem? Are you worried Mom and Dad won't approve? My mother takes it completely seriously. Son, are you and Sophia together? No, I start. Don't listen to Jason. My mother sighs. That makes sense, I suppose. Sophia is so accomplished. Why would she look twice at you? Please don't say that, Auntie. Sophia smiles. Evan is thoughtful and devoted to his family. He has plenty going for him. I sit on the sofa beside my father. I heard you've been demanding to leave. It's only been 3 or 4 days. We agreed on a week. My father's eyes go wide. $600 a day for this bed. I can't afford this. Good you're here. First thing tomorrow we're doing the paperwork. I need to go home. He never cares what anyone thinks. All he thinks about is money. I feel awkward but hold my ground. Did I say you could leave? Do I need your permission? His voice goes louder than mine. The air in the room tightens immediately, a family clash on the verge of erupting. My father is even more stubborn than I am. I push my voice up a notch. You just had surgery. Jason and Sophia spent hundreds of thousands just to make sure you get better. All that money spent, and you're arguing over a few more days of monitoring. Can you please just listen? I know my own body. You don't need to lecture me. Stop it, both of you. My mother tries to mediate. You two start arguing the moment you're in the same room. Talk it out calmly. My father turns to my mother, face still cold. Everyone give us the room. I want to talk to him alone. Jason says, Dad, my brother-in-law means well. Don't be upset. The bed fees really aren't a burden. My father's tone softens considerably for Jason. Son, you and Sophia go pick up some dinner. I need a few minutes with Evan. Sophia gives me a sympathetic look and follows my mother out. Jason brings up the rear, pulling a face at me on his way out. Just my father and me in the room now. A long silence. I'm not being unreasonable, my father finally says. I'm worried about Sophia seeing us as a burden. If she's going to be with you, she'll have to think about what she's taking on. Who wants to marry into a family just to end up looking after in-laws? If I leave early, it shows I'm still capable, so you're not a problem. I'm not with Sophia, Dad. Jason was talking nonsense. What exactly did he say? Doesn't matter what Jason said. I can see it. In what way is she not good enough for you? Jason treats you like a brother, and she genuinely looks after us. Don't you want to make that official? I plead helplessly. Dad, be realistic. There's no way between me and her. What could I possibly offer? In my eyes, my son is everything, and I can tell Sophia has feelings for you too. I say, let's drop this. He issues his threat. Then I'm leaving the hospital. If you don't pursue Sophia, I check out tomorrow. My father looks at me with quiet satisfaction. Your move. I give in. Stay, just stay. Rest properly. Everything else. Later. When Jason comes back, he is carrying 6 meal boxes, 4 meat dishes, 2 vegetable, and a spare rib lotus root soup. Obviously his choice. My mother would never spend this much. How much did this cost? My father mutters. Dad, it's nothing. Jason grins. When you get out, I'm bringing my sister back to your place. Mom's going to make dumplings, didn't get enough last time. Yes, my mother beams. The day you're discharged, dumplings. Something about the whole scene feels slightly surreal. After dinner, Sophia and I leave together. I go first. My parents were talking nonsense today. Don't read anything into it. What do you mean? She asks, as if she doesn't know. What did they say? Just, the whole daughter-in-law thing. Don't take it seriously. I know you and I could never... Then, without any warning, then why did you sneak a kiss on my forehead? I go completely speechless. My face burns all the way down to my collar. She knew the whole time. I reach for a cigarette and shove it between my lips. I pretend to search for a lighter. I need to go buy one. Without waiting for her to say anything, I turn and walk away fast. The next day, Rex invites me for drinks. Over drinks, he tells me Diana and her husband Damien have both been arrested. When did this happen? I am completely caught off guard. The day after the board meeting, Diana was taken from the office by officers in uniform. Word is Damien was picked up on fraud and tax evasion charges. Tomorrow's Monday, probably more breaking news. Diana and Damien arrested. But what about Niunu? I call Officer Chin immediately, she already knows, and tells me Niu's grandmother arrived in Yangming City 2 days ago. I've got them settled in the station guest house. I hang up and tell Rex, I have to cut this short, something urgent. Need backup? Rex offers without hesitation. Not yet. I rush out of the restaurant and grab a cab. It has been a long time since I have seen Niu. I wonder if she still remembers me. I think of Faye. Her wish, to see Niu find her mother, is starting to look like it will remain just that. A wish. At the station, Officer Chin is in uniform at the front desk, helping an elderly man fill out a form. She sees me walk in. She tells a colleague to cover for her. I need the bathroom, and gives me a look that points me toward the guest house wing. I go around to the back entrance. Officer Chin is already waiting, arms crossed, uniform on, wearing the expression of someone who has a complaint ready. You finally came to find me for someone else's sake. We've known each other this long, and not once have you come just for me. I have not even thought of an excuse yet when she cuts me off. Am I wrong? Go ahead, name one time you came for me. I have nothing. Next time I'll come just for you. I've actually been meaning to ask you to a movie. I just worried you'd be too busy with dates. Getting turned down would be embarrassing. Officer Chin scoffs. Always with the excuses. Try it next time. She turns. Come on, I'll take you to them. Thank you for doing this. She straightens up with pride. I'm a police officer. What choice do I have? She adds, Niu's mother Lana still hasn't been found. She's been listed as a missing person. Is Niu holding up? Does she still remember you? Officer Chin beams. Of course. She kissed me on the cheek when I hugged her. Third floor of the guest house. Niu is hunched over a table writing. Her grandmother is crocheting slippers. When the grandmother sees me come in, she gets up and takes my hand. Evan, are you well? You look thinner, working too hard. I'm fine, really. The grandmother calls out, Niu, look who's here. Niu had already spotted me. She was waiting quietly. She comes forward now and says hello. I lift her up. Are you happy at your father's place? Are you going to kindergarten? Niu nods, then shakes her head. Both? School is happy. Home is not. I want to be with Grandma. The grandmother's face falls. She cannot hold back a sigh. I ask, after Damien took Niu, did he stay in contact with you? The grandmother shakes her head. No, young people are busy with their lives. I don't expect it. As long as he's taking good care of Niu, that's what matters. I cannot bring myself to tell her that Damien's business was anything but legitimate. I also say nothing about his arrest having anything to do with me. We chat for a while, then make our excuses and leave. Outside the building, Officer Chin says with a guilty look, if the grandmother ever finds out we had something to do with Damien being arrested, will she hate us? I don't know. I glance back. You can tell she's understanding about him, probably for Niu's sake. Officer Chin asks, so what now? Sophia isn't letting them off. This goes through the courts. 3 to 5 years at minimum before either of them sees daylight. I'm worried about Niu. She just found her father, and now she might lose him again. She's so young. Use the access you have to get close to Damien. Find out what happened to Lana. I know we're both thinking the worst, but I'm hoping we're wrong. I hope Lana is still alive. Officer Chin exhales. That's all we can do. Find Lana. A child is better off with her mother than with a father like him. I get nothing done for the rest of the day. That evening I sit at Old Joe's bar for a while, then end up crouching on the roadside smoking. When the streetlights flicker on, a pair of red high heels appears beside the scattered cigarette butts at my feet. I look up on instinct. Sophia is standing there. You're here. I don't stand up, just greet her where I am. Not welcome? Of course you are. I get to my feet. This sad little bar runs on you people showing up. What are you drinking? Coffee. Made by you personally. Sophia finds a booth. Do I look like I know how to make coffee? Old Joe calls from behind the bar with a grin. Come on, I'll show you. A few minutes later, I bring the cup to Sophia's table. I sit across from her. Enjoy, ma'am. Anything else? I need someone to talk to. About what? Seriously, aren't you supposed to start the conversation? She frowns. Today's been rough. I haven't eaten all day. Too hungry to even talk. What do you want? My treat. No appetite. You didn't come all the way here just for coffee. Sophia sighs. Gerald Dwan came to see me today. Gerald Dwan? The name surfaces. He's a major Katie shareholder. His son Tate is the one Jason and I got into a fight with. What did he want? Still trying to set you up with his son? There's going to be a new shareholder vote. New chairwoman. New general manager. Marcus didn't succeed last time, but I was still stripped of authority once. Now there's going to be a proper election. Gerald says he's backing me. He's on my side. And? I sense there is more. Gerald noticed I haven't been driving to work lately. He connected it to the funds incident. He asked, delicately, if I had sold the car to cover the shortfall. What did you tell him? Gerald Dwan is clearly not a simple man. She sips her coffee. The truth. There's no point lying. She pauses. He offered to buy me a new car. He's very good to you. He and my father were close. I call him Uncle Gerald. But I turned him down politely. The metro works fine, and the company has cars for business trips. I breathe in. Tomorrow I'll buy a lottery ticket. 5 million jackpot. I'll pay you back everything. She looks at me with mild contempt. Could you aim a little higher? What kind of man puts his financial hopes in a lottery ticket? Doesn't that feel pathetic? I was just talking. I don't want to hear it. Fine. Something you do want to hear. You look beautiful today. Happy now? Sophia gives me a sulky look. Take me to the old town. I've heard it's lively at night. I've barely been. Let's go. Free tour guide service. The old town is alive at night. Stone-paved lanes lined with food stalls, women dancing in the square, children running and laughing. Sophia stops every few steps to look at cheap little trinkets, asking questions, never buying. I follow her back and forth. Then two kids come running straight into us. Sophia cries out. The boy in front says sorry and keeps running. You okay? That looked painful. I twisted my ankle, it really hurts. Help me up. Her eyes are watering. I put my arm around her waist. Get your footing first. Move it slowly. See how bad it is. I think it's okay, just a twist. I help her over to a bench. I spot an old man pushing a bicycle selling cotton candy. Wait here. Where are you going? Are you abandoning me? 1 minute. I spend 5 yuan on the biggest cotton candy they have. When I come back, Sophia covers her mouth with both hands, eyes wide. A small crowd is gathered, apparently assuming I am confessing my feelings. Someone is filming on their phone. I lean in quietly. Just take it, everyone's watching. Sophia accepts it, holding it up beside her face. She reaches out and tugs my hand. Help me up. Okay. This is the first time I have held her hand. Her fingers are slender. They fit perfectly. Under all those eyes, she presses close to me as we walk. Think someone will post that online? Confessing with cotton candy is way cheaper than roses. That wasn't a confession. Or they might say a creepy guy lured a girl with candy. Who exactly is the girl here? She glares. I decide not to push it. Back at the bar, I bring Sophia upstairs. My room is on the left. Old Joe's on the right. How do you live in such a tiny space? She asks. It's fine. The bed's a full size. If it's comfortable, it's enough. I don't own much. 1 suitcase covers it. What would I do with more space? I fall back onto the bed. See? The mattress is incredible. Want to try it? I do not expect Sophia to actually do it, but she lies down, mirroring me exactly. Her head lands right on my arm. Something about that moment feels extraordinary. She tilts her head slightly. Am I hurting your arm? No. I bend my arm to hold her and look up at the ceiling. Well, pretty comfortable, right? Bet it's harder than that luxury suite bed at Katie. Sophia, lying in my arms, rolls her eyes. It's hard and you're calling it comfortable. Hard mattresses are good for your back. Traditional medicine says so. Less chance of spinal problems. I rest my hand gently on her waist. Doesn't this feel warmer? Why are you holding me? She says. But she does not move. She does not push my hand away. I press my luck. When a beautiful woman puts herself in your arms, it would be a waste not to hold her. Before I finish the sentence, Sophia's hand slaps down on my stomach. Hard. I yelp. She gets up, throws me a withering look. Pervert! Then she walks out. I scramble up and follow. I find her leaning over the wooden railing of the upstairs corridor, staring at the small, abandoned pond below. What are you thinking about? I walk over. I expect her to still be upset. Evan, look at this pond. Her voice is soft. The stone path all around it. If you planted some rushes and watergrass, put out some chairs, sitting here on an afternoon with tea and a breeze, that would be something. That's a good idea. Just thinking about it feels nice. I follow her vision. You should pitch it to old Joe. Open the back door of the bar. Put a shade canopy over the first floor roof. A few chairs. I'd fall in love with this place. Deal. I'll build it. You come and enjoy it. I say it without thinking. Consider it set. Then I add, doesn't Katie's 8th floor sky garden look like this? Why don't you relax up there? Too many guests, and I can't exactly go during work hours. Fair enough. She straightens up. I'm heading back. She looks at me. I'll come find you when I'm free. Walk me through the old town again. Buy me cotton candy. I'll walk you out. No need. Just those 2 words. Her footsteps fade down the stairs. I lean on the railing and stare at the pond. Water plants might actually look beautiful there. The next morning I get ready to leave. Old Joe is sweeping downstairs. This early? Find a new job? Going to the flower market, picking up some water plant seeds. What brought that on? Sophia and I were looking at the pond last night. Thought we could do something with it. Open the back door, put up an umbrella, some chairs, grow a few plants. Perfect for afternoon tea. Old Joe chuckles. You know, you remind me of a young man in love for the first time. The girl gives you a little hint, and you throw yourself into it. Don't say things like that. She's out of my league. What matters is that you like her. Take the initiative. Don't have regrets. I scratch my head, embarrassed. I don't really know how. Go buy the seeds. When you're back, we'll fix this place up together. Old Joe's words stir something in me. Then I think about my circumstances and the feeling deflates. Who am I kidding? A frog dreaming of a swan. But I go anyway. Just something to do with myself. The next morning I come downstairs to find old Joe has already set up the umbrella beside the little pond at the back. A hammock and a small swing are arranged neatly. The morning light comes in at an angle, quiet and lovely. I water the plants inside the bar. Old Joe's life is something close to perfect. Flowers, books, painting, the occasional drink. At noon he cooks noodles and poached eggs. We are sitting across from each other, eating happily, broth going everywhere, when Sophia walks in. You two really going at it, aren't you? Want some? Old Joe offers without missing a beat. There's more in the kitchen. I just ate. Sophia makes an excuse to head out back. I want to see the pond. I tell her old Joe has set everything up already. There's even a hammock, very comfortable. Sophia walks to the back door in her heels and stares at the pond. I stand beside her. Well, old Joe has good taste, right? It's great, just needs some greenery. Patience. I scattered seeds yesterday. Give it a month. She rolls her eyes. Only you would think to do it that way. Seeds? By the time those grow, she pauses. Just buy potted plants. Much more practical. It'll be winter in a few months. Doesn't matter how mild Yangming City winters are. Nobody sits outside. Most homes in Yangming City don't have heating. Inside is colder than outside in winter. I love sitting in the sun. I say it, but I quietly file away what she said. Then Sophia suggests, What if we opened a small hotel in your hometown? Your parents could run it. Better than your mom selling sweet potatoes on the street. A hotel? I shake my head hard. No, too much investment. Small town, low foot traffic, no customers. Cheap rent won't fix that. I know you mean well, but you can't invest blindly. She has to get back to Katie. On her way out, she says, I'll come pick you up tomorrow morning. We're going to the hospital together. Then it hits me. My father's discharge day. I actually forgot. I sit by the window in the bar and light a cigarette. My mind is foggy. No job. Days going nowhere. Old Joe reads me without a word. He slides a cigarette across the table and sits with me in silence. Then Officer Chin calls. She delivers the news in a quiet voice. Nunu's biological mother has been found, but she is gone, killed by Damien, and what comes next is even harder to bear. Not long after, Damien takes his own life in the detention center. Diana's lawyer files immediately, pushing all responsibility onto Damien. Dead men can't testify. Something does not sit right with me. He was pushed into it, I tell Officer Chin. She sees exactly where my mind is going. What you're really worried about is Marcus's people making a move against Sophia. She says it lightly. I am not in the mood for jokes. I just wanted to know Sophia is safe. I call her and ask her to come to the bar, and use the opportunity to finally introduce her to Officer Chin. The two of them hit it off immediately. Watching Sophia laugh freely, some of the fear in me settles. That evening, Sophia pulls me out for a walk. She brings up Damien. She agrees with my read. Most likely Marcus is doing. Diana had too many dirty secrets buried in those financial records. I gather my nerve. Let me come back to Katie, security department. I'm worried about you. Marcus is ruthless. I want it to be close enough to protect you. Sophia stops walking. She looks at me, a soft, searching look, then rises on her toes. She presses a kiss to my cheek. Her face goes pink. You're such a fool. In that moment, my heartbeat loses all rhythm. Every bit of confusion and restlessness I have been carrying suddenly feels like it has somewhere to belong. The next morning, Sophia is there on time. She brings breakfast. We go to the hospital together. Uncle Jake and Ivy are already there. Everyone busy and cheerful. Sophia does not carry herself like a chairwoman at all. She pitches in without being asked, helps pack things up. My parents watch her with undisguised warmth. On the road back to my parents' hometown, Sophia comes all the way home with us. She spends the afternoon cleaning with my mother and making dumplings. She looks genuinely happy doing it. That night, there is no place to sleep. Jason occupies every available room on purpose. Sophia looks a little uneasy. She asks quietly, "Can you stay here tonight?" I'm a little scared on my own. I nod. We end up at the best hotel in town. That night, we share the same bed, and neither of us crosses any line. She leans into me and talks about the weight of Katie, about how tired she is. I hold her gently. For the first time, I understand what it means to have someone beside you, and how warm that can feel. Back in Yangming City, Sophia gives me something I did not see coming. She brings me into Katie's marketing department as deputy director, responsible for off-season promotional strategy. At first, I am full of doubt, afraid I am not up to it. But she encourages me at every step. She sits with me in meetings, talks through ideas, helps me find my footing. Work finds its rhythm. I slowly climb out of the lowest point I had reached. I keep showing up for Officer Chin's fake boyfriend duties. And Sophia stays. She grows with me. She helps me face everything that comes. I stop feeling lost. I stop running. And finally, on an evening when the sun is low and golden, I take Sophia's hand and say what I mean. Sophie, I spent so long not being able to see what I wanted, but now I know. It was always you. Sophia nods, smiling, something bright in her eyes. She squeezes my hand back. In the months that follow, we take on Katie's internal war together. Marcus's schemes are exposed. He faces the consequences he deserves. My parents settle into a peaceful life back home. No more exhausting days of struggle. Officer Chin finds her own happiness. Sophia and I never had a grand, dramatic declaration. What we have is something quieter and steadier. Every day we go to Katie together. When we have time, we go back to the old town, eat old Joe's noodles or sit by the little pond. We watch the water plants I grew from seed. We talk about small, ordinary things. I used to believe life would always stay gray. Then Sophia appeared. She was a light that found every dark corner of my confusion, and now, I keep learning, keep growing. One day, I will be the shelter. I will be the one standing between her and every storm that comes.